I'm jumping right in. Steaming right into it.
Ocho Cinco, dude.
What's up?
Steaming right along. We tried to record yesterday. Ever since I've gone to the city and become a big city boy, me and Matt, we're not on the same page.
Nah, man, I'm trying to get a New York minute, dude.
Yeah.
It's tough. Is your dog biting you?
No, he's gonna throw up. My dog is here. Shout out Finn.
Shout out. This is a fucking crowded studio.
This is a
today,
crowded studio tonight,
great.
and today. And so yesterday we tried to record. Things didn't go well. We ended up talking how sick Trump was. Normally I'm there to pump the brakes a little on this, but I'm on board the Trump train.
You know what's funny?
Damn it, we're back.
No, you know what is funny? I remember like before we first started, you would say certain things that I would just totally clam up on. You'd be like, and I'd like kind of look at you like, if I just remain silent, I'm not connected with this. And then I was talking a lot yesterday where I'd look at you and you're just like.
yeah. Well, you're hitting QAnon. You're hitting breadcrumbs.
I basically accused Robert De Niro of being child molested.
Yeah, you did.
I looked it up today. It's not true, dude.
It's not.
He got brought in questioning relating with an escort service that was rumored to have used younger girls. But it's like he was in France, but it's saying he was like, I was only ever questioned, I wasn't attacked. But he also might be a guy who just was getting hookers in France.
Yeah.
And it's like
he's
I'm not gonna throw anyone under that bus, dude.
He's the man.
You could fall under that.
De Niro's the man. He's a fucking douche for yelling "fuck Trump" at the Tony Awards.
But I was wondering, I'm like, because it was so like, dude, he was a child molester. Someone said that, and I was like, what? And I looked into it, and it was like, it's worst case scenario. He was ordering up young sniz, and that's bad, or he was just getting some whores, and he got lumped in.
Which actually is sick. Depends what year he was ordering young sniz.
I think it was like 98. That's when he got brought in.
That's borderline. You're not allowed to order young sniz anymore.
No, I mean in the 70s, like they hung out with 16,
prime young sniz.
But anyway,
that's
so I can debunk that. I was up here just fucking destroying reputations last night.
Yeah. But so we brought in from the bullpen, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. You're the main guest.
Pretty much.
You've been on.
You hold the all-time record.
Third time, yeah.
This is the third time. I don't think anybody's been on twice.
No, definitely not.
Well,
so, I mean, imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Stephen Gerben.
Thank you for having me back.
Steve Gerben,
Yeah.
noted Jew.
It's true.
What up?
Not much.
What brings you in here, Steve?
Well, I got a text message from
exactly.
Shane.
Yeah, it was us. What brings you in? What do you want to talk about?
Dude, I'll say, me and Steve were talking about buying houses, and I was house shopping with my bae last night, and it is like, dude, absolute fucking hell.
Hell.
I was sending a picture to Blizz halfway through. I was like, current mood, and this picture of Andrew Cunanan, the guy who like made out with old gay men and killed them.
Oh yeah, you love that guy.
Yeah. But I was like, dude, you walk into houses and it's like there will be like a sink that my girlfriend likes, and she's like, I love this house. I'm like, that's a sink. That $200. You can't make a $200,000 decision based off a fucking sink. It's like, am I saying I like it? Am I saying I like it? It's like, dude, I was ready to fucking die yesterday.
Just handling, like, saying and doing something fucking dumb the way chicks do is so fucking annoying. Like she wanted to buy a house based off a $200 sink, and then when you called her on it and she realized how stupid it was, instead of being like, oh yeah,
It's
she
an
was
immediate.
like, what? Fuck you!
And that's the thing. I was
It's
like,
a very female response.
my
No
whole
offense
thing was
to
like,
your bitch.
I was like, you can't buy a house based off of cosmetics. That was my whole thing. I was telling her. I'm like, because I know how to paint.
You can dress it
I
up, baby.
I know how to paint. So like, if you like the paint job, get a house with a shitty paint job. I'll paint it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but dude, she's just like, I'm not moving into some piece of shit just because you think you can fix it up. And I'm like, I can't fix it up. But
She's got a point there.
Yeah, but I'm like, I can at least I'm like, don't look into a house that has a bad paint job and say no, because I can paint a house. So like, don't, but it was just like, Jesus Christ, man. Just looking, a lot of people just do the things they know. They're like, they'll make a big kitchen, but everything in it's cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
And like the drawers bang against the other drawers and nothing works. And I was just like trying to explain that shit to her.
Kitchens are expensive too.
Super expensive.
I used to sell I used to sell cabinets.
Did you trick old people into the cabinets?
Yeah, well, I tried and I couldn't trick them. I couldn't trick anybody because this is what would happen. I would design it. It was in-home sales, and you would design these fucking things like a new kitchen, and then when I would click on the laptop like what the final price is, every single time when the price came up, I'd be like, oh. Like, this has to be a mistake.
It was like, what,
I'd be
like
this
20
is
grand?
crazy. Yeah, it'd be like $47,000 in somebody's shitty house. And I'd be like, all right, well, this is a mistake.
Yeah.
Like,
No way they're dropping.
and then I couldn't lower the price. And I'm like, well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't a mistake. It's $47,000 for you. And they're like, all right.
It's funny that, like, if I'm being sold on something and they pull up the price, the person goes, whoa, that's super high. And I'm just like, I'm out.
Yeah, I did that every single time. Like, this is too high. You shouldn't buy this.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Every time. And then I would sell old people fucking bathtubs, the same company.
Did you really?
Dude,
That's a good sell.
I made one sale in 3 months.
Selling bathtubs?
In a job that was 100% commission.
Oh.
I was working
your
for
pitch?
free for 2 months.
What was your pitch? Be like, you dirty bitch. Get it. You need a
Well, it was
bathtub.
geezers, so you would get them fucking walk-in showers.
So you were a bathtub salesman.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, didn't you talk about this before?
Remodeling.
Do you need a tub?
Remodeling. No, I wouldn't go door to door. It was set up. These are the people that are morons enough to get tricked.
Yeah, it was like a warm lead.
At Home Depot. They got trapped.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Hey, do you want to have somebody come out and give you a free appraisal on a new kitchen?" And then I come in and I'm like, "Whoa, this shit's too expensive. I'll see you guys." But yeah, that's
hilarious.
What were we talking about buying a house? My sister and her Arab lover have really they're moving again. I think they've moved back and forth from Harrisburg to Philadelphia. They move every year. They move every single year.
I mean, he
You
can't
think
help
he's-
it.
you think
He's
nomadic.
He's nomadic, dude.
They have a fucking caravan. They have a caravan set up on 76, dude. Just
Do I have to say, dude?
trades.
He's nomadic.
Yeah, now he's selling
Well, it's
Kias.
funny because that interrupts my other point. I'm like, every time if he's listening to this, I always wonder what your brother-in-law thinks. But you're like, my Arabian lover.
Arabian, yeah, dude.
I'm like, you must just be like, motherfucker.
No, he's.
I know he laughs.
This is
about it.
he's a dork though, so it's funny. I love him, but he's a fucking. He's an
man,
Arab.
dude.
He's an Arab. Arabs are fucking dorks.
You think so?
Yes, across the board.
Yeah.
Every Arab is a fucking.
I think they're
dork.
up on the pyramid of coolness. They're up from Asians a little bit.
No way.
You think Asians are cooler than Arabs?
You're thinking like Dubai Arabs. That's a very small
no,
percentage.
I'll give it to you. I mean,
We're talking Egyptian.
How deep are you trying to go?
The majority of Arabs.
Egypt's pretty chill.
Egypt's not chill at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
They're fucking beheading people, blowing up mosques and shit. Yeah, that's not good. But
I still think they're cooler than Asian people.
Asians are making a run lately.
What-
Arabs
what?
and Asians are basically in the same. I think they're in the same level of the coolness pyramid.
I'd give Arabs a little bit up.
They both wear those tapered pants. You know what I'm talking about?
A lot of silk. Yeah,
They're
you're
both
right.
doing cool haircuts now.
All right.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna.
here's an idea. My Arabian brother-in-law thought that Dave Matthews Band, because when he moved to America, it was like he still struggled figuring things out. And in school, somebody was like, "We're going to see Dave Matthews Band tonight," and he thought Dave Matthews was a student in his school. So he went around looking for Dave Matthews to ask if he could go to his concert.
Wait, did he ever go to the? Like, I want to know if he went to the Dave Matthews Band
went to the
concert.
concert,
He
it was
goes,
like-
"Holy fuck! This guy goes to my school."
Damn, dude, this guy's old for school. But no, my favorite story, and I've told it
That's
before.
so fucking funny.
My Arab brother-in-law showed up on the first day of school. His parents just dropped him off at the bus stop, and they didn't know the colors that people were allowed to wear. So he was wearing a big purple, fluffy jacket. They didn't know that was a girl's color. So he's a little Arab kid that can't speak English in a purple. He can't speak English. He can't speak a fucking word of English in a purple jacket. And then he got on the wrong bus and went to the wrong school. and no one knew who he was. So he's just walking around, and they're like, "Are you where you're supposed to be?" And he's like, "Oh, some of the little." He went home that day. He just went to a different school.
What did they do with him?
No one can speak Arabic. They
Dude,
just fucking.
who do you call?
You call it Ghostbusters, dude.
Arabic boy in a purple jacket. Like, dude,
This is pre 9/11. No one cared.
That's what I'm saying. But still, I would just spin his shoulders and just be like, "Go that way, bro."
Keep walking. Oh man,
I'm not about to deal with this shit, dude.
that's just such a funny fucking first day of school
oh my
too.
God, it's hilarious.
You're in a different country. You're just in a purple fucking jacket and in the wrong school.
Speaks a lot to the safety of America, dude. Another country, he would have got snatched up and sold into sex slavery.
Maybe,
First day of school, you get lost. Someone's like, "Yeah, come here."
Yeah, come here. I'll help you.
That's so.
But no,
funny.
him and his family had to flee religious persecution from the Muslims.
Yep.
So keep that in mind.
I'll keep it.
I was talking to a fucking Armenian last night in the green room.
Yeah. What do you
before
have
he
to say?
went on? I was
they
like,
got genocided.
yeah, Steve Odabashian. Odabashian.
Okay.
Obadashian.
Odabash.
Yes.
Yeah. We were in the green room and I was like, "Oh, what are you, Armenian?" He was like, "Oh, nice." I was like, "What do you think about that genocide?"
What, the Armenian genocide?
Yeah, and he was like, we started talking about it for a while
Really?
right before he went on
You
stage.
talked about the Armenian
And he was like,
genocide.
"You're gonna make me fucking cry, dude." And I was like, "Oh, my bad." Then he went on and fucking ate a dick. I was in the back like, "Oh, my bad."
So, like, Dashian is an Armenian name?
Yeah.
Like Kardashian,
Yeah,
Obadashian?
yeah, yeah.
Huh. Good to know. I never
But
knew that.
a lot of people, I was like, why don't we recognize that? Why is that a genocide that America won't? And it was something to do with like Russia and Iran. It would like be insulting to them. But that's another Muslim genocide. Keep that in mind.
What, the Armenian
The
genocide?
Ottoman
Was that really?
Empire. Yeah, that was
Oh, I didn't
Ottoman.
know
That was
that.
some boys, dude. Killed 1.5 million people.
That's pretty
What do you
good.
think of that,
That's pretty-
Steven?
What do you think about those numbers?
Those are high numbers to be of death.
You think it counts as full genocide?
I think so, but I think that the political considerations are what keep them from actually calling it that.
Oh, and they call it the Armenian.
It's
What do
good
they
to
call
have
it?
Steve here.
Well, I don't know. I know. I mean, Shane knows more than I know.
No, I don't know
That's
shit. I don't know
that's
shit.
about
What would
the
you
extent
say-
of
It
my
was like
knowledge of
19.
it.
It was
What
like
would you say-
1915 Ottoman Empire,
Yeah.
World War One,
Well, just spitballing, Steve. What would you say your favorite genocide is? in terms of-
Favorite
yeah.
genocide?
Like, which one are you most drawn
It's got to
to?
be the one of your people.
Well, I mean,
Remember when your people got fucking
Like, if you were to
pwned?
pick one.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like,
I-
do a
well,
book-
ideally,
if you
I'd
want to
pick-
do a book report on. Which one would you pick?
well, my favorite would be the one where the fewest amount of people got killed. I just don't know how
What
to.
a fucking sissy answer.
But
So you like them quick and easy.
yeah, I don't have a good answer to that.
That's a bad. No, that's a bad.
Yeah,
question.
No,
just-
that's a good question.
What's your favorite genocide?
What's
I don't know, I'm
yours?
thinking. I think an underrated one is Australia getting rid of the Aborigines. That's an underrated one.
Really?
Yeah,
You mean
imagine
that
those
doesn't
boys.
get talked about a lot, or you mean? It's
Yeah,
just
we
like,
don't talk about it enough.
what did they do?
They just went down there and wiped out the native Australians.
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of fucking bad boys in Australia.
Yeah.
You know what I
Bunch
mean?
of
That's criminals and fucking English, like fucking.
There's just guys wandering around being like, "Fuck off,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
off."
yeah. So that's pretty great.
That's probably pretty brutal. Like,
Yeah.
people moving next to you and then like they come fucking kill you and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, what the fuck?
Because a lot of the American ones, they put up a pretty good fight. So the genocide was more of just us dominating a war, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, you're saying these
Yeah,
guys?
it's
didn't
like,
really...
dude,
Well, they're
America
plumper.
America
They're-
won the
they have-
Indian
they have
Wars.
plumper Indians down there, don't they?
No, they got blacker Indians.
I thought they were plump. I thought they were like
Oh, those ones.
Samoan
No,
type.
they were just.
like Inuit almost.
No, Aborigines are like.
I thought they had those hot Inuits down there.
They don't have hot Inuits. The Samoans are plump, though.
Yeah, I know
Those
there's
are
some
big
plump.
boys.
I had a
Those are-
Samoan fuck me up one time.
That'd be a negative fight.
Yeah.
Trying to go to war with a bunch of Samoans, all you got is like a musket.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, the next thing you know, the rock's coming out.
For some, I always picture when they say Aboriginals, I always picture like the shorter, stouter.
No, they're
Indians.
like lanky black people.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. You know that, Steve?
Well, I think it's just like, yeah, no, I didn't know it.
It's good to know to what I always picture like an Eskimo.
No.
Well, because isn't that term for any group of people indigenous to a particular place?
I'm not sure.
Aboriginal just means like before white dudes.
Okay.
You know. That's it.
It's really great. It's pretty funny when you think about it.
Gotcha.
All right. Enough of this.
Do you know white people apparently evolved like 8,000 years ago?
What are you talking about?
That like whiteness,
In the cave you're talking about?
well, just like white skin.
It's only 8,000 years old?
Something like that. We got to Google, but it's incredibly recent.
Really?
It was one of those things.
What happened?
Well, I'm assuming it was something about living in a cooler climate or not, less sun. So you
think
need
we're like albinos?
You need to gather more vitamin D. This is, by the way, Google this. I have literally no idea what I'm
Steve,
talking about.
we say garbage nonstop.
Okay, but
You're allowed to.
I think
Yeah, I
in
called
order
Robert
to
De Niro a sex
capture
offender yesterday.
sort of like a solar panel.
Do you think that we're then just like albino black people?
Well, sure. I mean,
Not black. We're just albino people, Matt.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be black.
It's an
the way you
evolution.
become
It's an evolution to where you live. Just like black people evolved because they were close to the equator, so they need less sun.
Yeah.
That's all. As when people
Yeah,
spread,
but you wouldn't, if you had the melanin, you wouldn't die off either. So it's like, it's not like it would be encouraged to be lighter skin. You know what I mean?
would
You
because
would.
you could get like rickets and
yeah, you get sick up there.
yeah.
The further north you go, people get sick from lack of sun.
Black people get sick.
White people get sick. So imagine,
You're
I
talking. I see
couple
what you're saying,
Aboriginals
like
up there.
seasonal oppressive disorder or affective disorder and all that stuff.
Although Inuits are pretty fucking
So you think whites can take darkness better than black people? You're saying?
obviously.
Yes. I had to do the math
I never
there.
thought about that.
And
never
black
thought
people
about
can
that.
take sunlight more.
Fucking yeah,
So
true.
keep
makes
that in
sense.
mind.
Interesting.
You know,
Well, how's New York going?
how's New York going?
Yeah, yeah.
It's all right. It's I was only there for like 5 days.
Okay.
And then I had to come back here I was only there for like 4 days. So it was more of a vacation.
You didn't
so
know stand-up either.
So I really liked it. I did no stand up while I was up there.
You just
Just went up there,
watch stuff.
established my shit.
Yeah.
I did the bonfire on Wednesday. That was
Oh, so you
pretty
did a
fun.
podcast.
Yeah, I did. Well, I wouldn't call it a podcast. I'd call it Comedy Central Radio on Sirius XM.
Ooh, didn't know.
Very nice.
Wasn't slamming you.
Why don't you give me some fucking put respect on it?
That's fucking tight.
No,
Though.
Big J Ogerson was filming his Netflix special, so they
Tapped
were
in the
like,
boy,
they were
dude.
like, yeah, we need a co-host.
You hired the devil's double, dude.
Here he comes. Here comes Big Shane Ogerson. And no, it was so fun. I mean, me and Soda are pretty we were pretty good.
Yeah.
Similar sense of humor, so we were allowed to just fuck around.
Yeah.
Like it was basically like
Yeah.
it would be like you and me.
You know the guy.
Going on and just being like, oh, like talking
Well,
shit.
it's weird when you first start doing podcasts and you're essentially doing podcasts with people you don't know at all, and it's like that was always weird to me.
Yeah, if you don't know anyone, it's tough to get a good. Like we were making fun of this dog that got eaten by a crocodile.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the funniest thing I've
Yeah, that's awesome.
ever seen. The
And
dog
it's
got
live-
eaten
it's
by a
live too,
crocodile,
right?
Steven.
Yeah,
Is it live?
Yeah, it's
See,
live.
that's always fun as fuck too.
Yeah.
What's fun
Yeah.
about that?
What's fun about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just fucking around.
Juices, dude.
You get it going.
No, wait. The video itself?
Oh,
Oh.
Explain the circumstances. What happened?
All right, so it was a crocodile. It was in Australia, and this guy who owned like a restaurant or something that people would come watch him feed this crocodile that he named Casey. He would throw chicken off his deck, and the crocodile would come up and eat it. And then when the crocodile was supposedly full, he would send down his little terrier dog, this little Yorkie named Pippa, and it would run and bite the crocodile and chase it back into the water. And the crocodile's huge,
Yeah.
and there's a little dog like biting its tail and barking at it, and it runs
Right.
away. So it was like this fun trick that everybody loved. And this Australian dude would do it all the time, like daily, for 10 years. 10 years, this fucking Pippa was biting Casey the crocodile.
Yeah.
And then one day, old Casey
Okay.
had enough. But the audio, you would think it's sad until you hear an Australian dude. It's like, oh, go get her, Pippa. No! It's so fucking funny. He's like, oh, fuck. The dog just goes straight into the water.
It is pretty fucking
And then
funny.
it's just placid. The water, like, Pippa's just gone. Like, it's literally an
Just
instant.
one little
Just
bubble
over,
pops
where
out.
there's guys just standing on his deck with a bunch of people behind him, like, oh,
Oh my god,
all right.
dude! I mean, imagine what of an asshole you look like
Yeah,
after you're
you're
doing
just
this
standing
trick,
there.
and someone just comes out to watch an alligator eat a dog. You're like, I am so sorry about that.
And navigating those emotions, your dog just got eaten?
Yeah,
yeah, but
I mean, he
again,
couldn't-
it's his. He can't. I mean, of course, you're devastated, but you got to be like,
you gotta not love your dog
That's
that
my
much
fault.
though to
Yeah,
train your dog to bite crocodiles.
Definitely, yeah.
if see that Finney sleeping over there on that bed. If anything happened to him, I'd be
Yeah, you wouldn't
devastated.
Like,
I
try
would
to train
never.
him to bite a crocodile.
I would never. I was watching him go after those mouse traps yesterday. I was worried.
He's breaking your heart.
No, I didn't. Last thing I want is that dog to get hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, that guy didn't love that dog. He didn't love that dog, dude. He didn't love Pippa.
No, Pippa.
Pippa was a fucking tool.
Pippa, no. So then I've just been saying that, like any instant of something going wrong, I'm just like, oh, Pippa, no. Oh. But yeah, it was fun. New York was fun, and living with Tommy Pope is an experience.
I'm sure that's fun.
He's a fucking animal, dude.
He's a rootin' tootin' dude.
He's a
hot-blooded American, dude.
He
That's what
really is, man.
He
Holy
fucking is.
shit.
He's got the he's got like a 1950s dad digestive system.
He literally
like,
is like an old timey boxer.
He
The
is,
way
dude.
he exists is like, he's nutting constantly.
That's awesome.
Dude, he told me he jerks off like, he rips nuts.
Does he really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I should be exposing him right here, but
Yeah, he's a good.
it's
He's
funny.
a
Yeah,
strong
he would
sex
talk
drive.
about it. His sex drive through the roof. Then he works out like hard every day. And then he gets drunk.
He's
And
a
then he
man.
wakes up and fucking works out hard.
And then jerks off. Dude.
And
He's a
then
fucking
jerks
man.
off.
He's an
Dude,
animal.
he's a machine, dude. But then he cooks, and he's got there's a greenhouse in our backyard
What?
that they're like growing tomatoes and fucking strawberries and basil, like all this shit.
Damn, dude.
So yeah, they're like cooking with like real vegetables and shit. It's wild.
They're cooking with real vegetables.
It's like grown.
I hear you.
It's
They're
fucking
growing
crazy.
themselves.
Yeah,
That's fucking wild. There's a greenhouse in your place?
yeah, yeah. It's a big fucking place. I thought it was gonna be real small. I thought I was living in a hallway. It's like a regular sized bedroom.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm delighted about it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Especially going into it. I was just expecting like a small little apartment.
I was expecting hell. I mean, I had been there, so I should have remembered. But yeah, it was great. And the McKeever's been up there. And
Nice.
we had a nice dinner the other night, like a full fucking cooked all night making this. It was magical.
Nice.
That's a good fucking start, dude.
Yeah. New York was
Yeah.
it was more of a vacation though. Once I start living up there, I already ran into some trouble.
You did?
I bumped into
Like
some.
what?
Well, like day one, I fought my roommate for he was being gay and liberal. He brought a fucking. This is one of the things I wanted to delete from yesterday because I'm shitting on my new roommate. But he brought a fucking book to the bar. Me and Tommy were at the bar, and he met us there with a book, and I was like, "What is that?" And it was like a book about white people being the devil. It was like a black lady writing about police brutality.
All right.
It's like, dude, fucking give it a rest.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you bringing that here?
Yeah, it's strange.
And then
for
it just
sure.
it turned into we ended up fighting about gender being a social construct for 3 hours.
Reading a book in a public space like that and like staring at myself in the mirror in a public bathroom, it's the same feeling. Like someone seeing me do either, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's just like, ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's something I can't really describe, but I hear that and I'm adverse to it. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean it's like, yeah, it was just
it's almost as if, like I said, you're just like staring at a book and all of a sudden a girl's like, what are you reading? And you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I think
this.
that's what it is. It's like I knew a guy that would do that specifically to attract women to talk to him.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like you're clearly not going to digest the information. I don't know how that works. If I'm doing that specifically to have a woman talk to me, then that's all I'm thinking about.
Exactly.
I mean, no words are.
No.
Yeah.
I might start reading 50 Shades of Grey in a bar, dude.
Yeah.
You just be like, oh, I just flip the page.
yeah, get a book on like
You just be visibly hard in sweatpants and just be like, oh, nice.
just bring the Kama Sutra. Just bring the Kama Sutra to an Irish pub and sit in the corner of the bar and just wait, dude. Just wait. But
Just wait for drunk 50-year-olds be like, yeah, Kate, hon. And I flip the
Yeah.
page. I'm like, oh, thank you.
this book,
I'm reading How to Eat Your Pussy Upside Down.
The Eastern ways of eating pussy. But and then I woke up and I saw his room. The next morning I woke up a little groggy. He had I felt bad that
Your one eye in the apartment?
Yeah, I was like looking around, and then I saw in his room there's like this calendar, this giant 2-year calendar, 16 and 17, and other comics had placed bets. It was a Trump impeachment betting pool. Yeah. Corny as fuck, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, it's something to do.
No, but get this. Then on the side of it, it had the rules. So it was $10 to place a bet on a date. The closest date gets, I think it was like 50% of the winnings, and the other 50% is donated to the ACLU. And then if Trump doesn't get impeached, all the everything goes to the ACLU.
Yeah.
And this was on.
This is just local New York comics. This is fucking open mic comics.
Yeah.
Think of that. Think of that at the open mic, being like, "Oh, let's fill this out."
I mean, that calendar's like it just seems like a fungal spawn of the environment. It's like now that thing's on his wall, and it's like, oh God.
Yeah. So I was looking at that, just like
nightmare.
It's like,
it's not him because he's great. He really is.
I like the dude.
Yeah, he is great, and he is smart, and he's just it's just a product of his environment.
That's like one step away from having like a Fight Club poster on your wall.
Well, I'm bringing my fucking "Don't Tread on Me" and American flag. I'm hanging those up. Dude. 100. He's gonna have to walk through that.
How's he gonna deal with your patriotic decor?
He's not gonna be excited.
He can be patriotic.
Who?
This guy?
I know, but
edgy liberals. Edgy liberals tend to be patriotic.
Warmongers.
They are warhawks, and they're trying to fight Russia. For some reason, edgy liberals in this country want to fight Russia.
We should let our edgy liberals fight Russia.
We should let them storm the beaches.
Go get them, guys.
In the north, that'd be great. All right. So, Steve.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, dude?
No, so
fuck us.
Fuck me and Matt, dude. We're both fat fucking gay retards,
I'm so
dude.
fucking fat right now, dude.
So
You're
fat,
not
dude.
fat. You're looking yoked,
dude. I told my jiu-jitsu instructor I was trying to lose 15 pounds, and he goes, "All right, man." And today, just like everyone was up and like jogging back to the space after they're done. I'm the last person doing the weird stuff up the mat. I'm like, I'm the fattest one in this class.
Well, what are you doing? What are you eating? Because I thought you're eating.
I eat pretty healthy, man. I just eat like a fucking pig, dude.
Gotcha.
Just like I was thinking about this yesterday. Like I saw Honey Nut Cheerios on top of my fridge. I saw
eat that whole box.
I saw them, dude. I mean, and like I get the big family size. So
eat
like,
the whole fucking box.
I see them out of the corner of my eye before I even know what I'm doing. I have the Cheerios and I'm pouring myself a bowl, and I'm like, it's almost like sapient vision of like seeing fruit in a tree. And it's like, oh, sweet thing. It's like I'm directly.
And the sugar in that is insane.
I know.
Really?
Yeah, in cereals, like even Raisin Bran.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking this today. I was like, I don't even know why people even swallow desserts. It's like just chew them up and spit them out. There's no benefit in like actually consuming them. I mean, it's kind of bulimic. It's like lightly bulimic, but I used to do it when I was younger. When I was younger, I used to like eat a dessert and just go and spit it out. So I'm like, I don't need to swallow this.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, why not just? I'm like, it's not going to do me any benefit by like I don't know why you have to consume it and like make it part of yourself. Just chew it up, taste it, go.
That's why I dip.
Why?
That's what chewing tobacco is, dude. It's just a sweet treat.
It's a sweet treat.
This is citrus blend.
That's true. That's I don't understand why you have to like eat a Reese's cup. You can chew it up and just like let it kind of melt and just spit it.
I don't know. I think it feels good.
Why do you
sliding down your throat?
That's what I was wondering. Like, so it's like, do people really like? Is it like? Do you like swallowing candy too? Being like,
yeah,
that's so weird.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Why
That's
do you just
great.
swallow a piece of cake? Just chew it up and enjoy.
These are the questions of the ages that you're asking. Why do we have to swallow Reese's?
It's like just spit it the fuck out.
All right, Steve, what's going?
I was going to talk to you guys.
Fuck out. Yeah, that's.
I don't know how interesting this will be, but so the Anthony Bourdain thing.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really know of him too much. Like I knew of him by name, but my brother and I were talking about that, and it's kind of one of those things that I had. My reaction to that, in a very narcissistic way, is like almost a hair of relief. Not about that he's not him in particular. So it's not that I don't want Anthony Bourdain.
A lot of dirt on the Clintons.
No.
I think he probably did.
Let me just say, I don't want anybody to kill themselves. I'm very unhappy that he killed himself. That's a tragedy. But it reaffirms this thing where it's like no matter how much you think something's going to make you happy in the future, it's just not.
You're saying he reaffirmed your hypothesis.
Correct. I wish I could take it back and say it the way you just phrased it.
I don't know. Maybe
I hear what
he
you're
was
saying.
what? He was what? 61 or 51?
61.
61. Yeah.
All right. So he lived a pretty fucking wild, good life.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe suicide at that age, the happiness thing. I mean, I'm sure he was upset when he killed himself, but he was probably happy.
He was also on Chantix too.
Dude, I'm telling you, these drugs, dude.
Chantix is that shit you take to quit smoking, and apparently it like really fucks up with your. It really messes with your pleasure receptors, and like it's one of those like suicidal ideation may occur.
Okay.
But
he's also Go ahead.
I don't know. Sometimes I think you can. I don't know. I could be way off here, but the happiness thing, he could have still had a pretty fucking great life, and just
no. Steve's saying that
just clocked out.
Steve's saying that he had a thing being like, no matter what level of success you attain, it's not the end all be all, right?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like
well,
that.
if you have this
element.
underlying condition, which he had,
yeah,
he was like addicted to drugs for a long time. It's not going away. And for me, and Matt and I had talked about this. Like, I'm so prone to fantasizing, and I've been doing that since I was like, 20 about my career.
Yeah,
it was always just like fantasizing about, I would be famous, or I'll be on this show, and then everything. Suddenly, I'll be like the Tommy Pope of just like fucking people. You know what I mean? Well,
I wasn't talking about fucking people. I was talking about Tommy jacking off.
Oh, okay. well, whatever.
His jacking off.
A success level of that kind.
You want to be the Tommy Pope of jacking off?
Well, let me just keep going. So then we get to that, and
you wanted the whole kit and caboodle, dude. Money, pussy, power, dude.
But I'm just saying that it's clear. It's clear that those problems need to be addressed now.
Yeah.
And that would never make it go away.
No, I got exactly what you're saying. I know what you're saying, and you were saying his death, a positive you got out of that was like, yep.
Yeah, because I mean, I can imagine what Shane's potentially saying, which is like, you're just fulfilled. You're still happy, but you go, well, I have nothing else to do, so I'm going to kill myself.
Like Hemingway eating that shotgun.
But I don't know enough about that particular case. But
I'm sure he was pretty bummed out.
I feel like if he was on some sort of like, I take
hanging
back. Yourself's a sad. That's not like I've seen enough. Let me fucking brutally hang myself.
I do take back any. I doubt there's been too many. You know what? It's been a good life.
Right. Hunter S. Thompson. He apparently said I'm going to shoot myself the day I turn whatever, and went out and.
But I think he was losing his mind.
Yeah, he was definitely out of his fucking skull. I was reading a book about this robber, Jack Black. It's a book called You Can't Win, and Shirley gave it to me. And it's this guy in the 30s and basically 20s and 40s who went around and was like a burglar, and was a house thief, stole shit from like a safe cracker and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he eventually, it's like an autobiography, but he goes legit, and they talk about in the afterword of how he got paid to write for Hollywood after that. He was doing all this stuff. He had a pretty good life, and he told people if I start feeling shitty, or if I turn a certain age, I'm gonna tie weights to myself and jump into a river. And then one day he just disappeared. No one's ever seen him since. So it's he was doing pretty well.
Okay, so then there goes my hypothesis. Maybe
no, it's not. No, I'm just saying it's the same thing. It's this guy. He did everything you could possibly do, and at the end of it, he was like, just fucking killed himself. I'm not attacking your hypothesis. I'm saying I thought I was reinforcing it, but I guess it wasn't. I just want to say the guy put weights on himself and jumped in a river. I thought it was pretty cool. That's a good way to go. That's the whole point of that.
That's actually probably a horrific way to go.
Yeah.
But so I was talking to Matt also too, then trying to address this anxiety issue, because I got very bad anxiety, and it tends to be in very specific areas. Mm-hmm. So a large indoor open places is just mayhem for me.
Target, Walmart?
Yeah.
The mall,
30th Street. Yeah,
the mall fucking kills me. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about not being able to get purchase on the sound around you, where it's all kind of ambient, but it's all there, and everything feels very far away.
Well, you know what I bug out about? About how many strangers we have to deal with all the time. It's you're not really meant to. You're supposed to be in a little village of 40 people you've known forever. Yeah. And you deal with 80% strangers. So you're who the fuck's that guy? Who the fuck's that guy? Oh wow! If you see one person you know in public, you're holy fuck. So that's weird.
Yeah.
That's something I bug out about. I'm Jesus Christ, I don't know any of these motherfuckers.
You gotta move to a small town.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Eventually. But yeah, I stranger danger, dude. You gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, you can move to a small town and kill yourself.
That's not available. Just sink into a fucking
be well, I know everyone here. They're all going to miss me.
Yeah.
I
used to get anxiety a lot, man. It sucks.
And so I get this book called Dare, which is silly, but it's a lot of what you talked about, insofar as the general idea is you want to go towards the anxiety as opposed to trying to control it.
Yeah.
And so that was something What? Oh, Finn's.
Finn, man.
Yeah.
He does. I'm sorry. My dog is on my bed in the studio.
Looking absolutely adorable.
Whenever he lays down, he like tries to like pull blankets underneath him. And it's pretty great to watch.
Yeah, I like watching dogs get comfortable.
Yeah.
But anyways,
sorry.
just that little switch was pretty big because every time I'd start to feel the feelings come on, dizzy or I can't breathe or derealization, things don't feel. I'm just desperately trying to get control of it, like thinking about my breathing, thinking about this. And the idea with this book was, no, you want to run at those sensations. So cheesy as it sounds, like if you're feeling your chest tightness, you're like, all right, well, make my chest tighter. Like I want to pass out. Yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what you talked about. Although he doesn't recommend like the taking CBD till you freak out.
I'll just smoke weed.
Oh,
I'll just get as high as possible, and then I'd be like, right in that spot of like everything's wrong. Oh my god, and just weather it out, dude. Weather out the Stormy Daniels.
And so, and at the end of the day, what he says is like, it's not about it'll never go away. It's just about how you interact with those sensations when they do arise. Yeah, and that they're very normal.
Yeah, it is funny to think about when you have a panic attack. It's just you're like in a party and it's just you. There's a dude who's so in his head that he's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It's just, right? It's just this pure thing of like whatever you're talking about to yourself, and you're like, I need to go outside, dude. This is too fucked up.
Yeah.
It's funny how you have like a slight, like just like a Windows error. You're just like, oh god, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because I walked to the Acme, I like couldn't go in the Acme, and I was like sitting there like kind of pacing, like scratching my head. Yeah. And people were walking by, probably nobody knows, but it's like I'm having such trouble going to pick up eye drops. Like just a storm.
Dude, I used to do when I used to have like I was convinced I was having a heart. I was like, I'm going to have a heart attack because my heart had like a weird arrhythmia. Yeah, definitely going to have a heart attack. And like I would go to the treadmill and I had to like, I'd watch the heart rate monitor and it would just like, and if it hit like triple digits, I'd be like, oh god, and I would just get off the treadmill. I would do like a minute on the treadmill and get off, and then like go do another thing and be like, oh, I got to take a break. And I must have looked like a psycho at the gym for like 6 months. Yeah, but I got out of it. I did a little more every day.
This is back when you had a ponytail.
Yeah, dude.
So you must have looked like a real psycho.
That was me coming out of it. That was me conquering my health anxiety. The whole time I grew my hair, it was pretty much like 2 years. And
you should grow it back out.
Man, now I do jujitsu, dude. Now it's the same thing with a heart attack. You're like, I'm gonna have a heart attack, and I'm just like, dude, bring on the big one, dude. Hook me up to the machines. Let's do it. And dude, I stopped.
Have you gotten deeper, like that derealization feeling?
A depersonalization? Yeah.
Have you gotten that, Shane?
What's that?
It's just like reality starts to feel more like a dream. Like you can't tell, is this real, is this not?
Yeah.
It just starts to feel very weird.
Like you get so anxious that it's almost like you're like, almost like cinematic in a way where you're like if you're walking through a bunch of people, it almost feels like you're in a music video almost. Like, yeah, it's weird.
And he described it in the book. He was saying that, now I don't know whether this is true or not, but his theory is that your brain is so focused on, let's say, your heartbeat or your breathing, that all that other information is still coming in, but it's just being processed different because you're so focused on the other thing. Whoa. So then it just seems very weird.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And but the larger point is that everybody feels it. So it's like, because when you're experiencing that for the first time, you're like, I'm seeing through something here.
Yeah, because my vision will get fuzzy. I would be in a place, my vision gets fuzzy, I'm kind of tingly, and I'm just like, oh boy, something bad's happening. You know, then you just bug the fuck out.
Yeah, that's...
You get that?
I mean, I don't know about fuzzy. I get like a loss of focus. Does that make sense with your eyes? Like it seems like it's out of...
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you bug out too hard.
Yeah, I've had that. I've had that since I was like a kid.
What, bugging out?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
You talking about when you stare at something for a long time?
No, it's tough to describe. Yeah. I don't know how to...
You're trying to articulate your subconscious.
Yeah, thank you. But, yeah, anxiety. I mean, I have no plan of attack. I'm just...
You just clutch on the blankets?
I'm just fucking riding the wave.
Well... Do you get like hard? I would get like hard out of the blue life anxiety out of nowhere. Do you think you're just getting
I get hangover? That. I get that real bad.
Just like a look down the well where you're just like,
yeah.
What does it feel like? What do you?
It just feels like if I have, it's all about stand up.
Okay.
That's all it is. Like if I don't have shows or if I don't have anything good for a while, I'm all fucking I'm like my life is a fucking failure.
Yeah, which is a frustrating point to be in because it is something you would need to worry about.
Yeah, but then it's almost bipolar because then I'll do something like I did last week, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, everything's going well. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, you did the bonfire.
Yeah, and then a week of not really doing anything. Like last night, I was doing Philly's Funniest competition. Yep. I'm just in the green room talking to a fucking weirdo after weirdo. Like, oh my god, like I was tired during stand up. And that's a weird thing.
Well,
normally I'm excited and happy to be there. Like,
I think it's a good gauge though of your, I would say, uptick, since now you're in helium and you're like, Jesus Christ, get me the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Almost
yeah,
this is fucking boring.
But it's
almost
also
where, like, remember how stoked that you were like a year before, being like, I'm hosting the funniest. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Now you're like, Jesus Christ, this fucking thing. So that's a good sign almost.
Yeah, and it's exhausting to have conversations with people that you're not interested in talking
dude,
to.
Oh my god,
that was the only time I used to always give people shit when they would be like doing stand up and be like, I'm just working, like talking about stand up, and I'm like, dude, shut up. I remember someone did that one time. I think it was Trusso. He was like, he hosted all night, and then they were like, you want to host a Dirty Dozen? He was like, I'm too tired. I remember just being like, what the fuck do you mean you're too tired? But then when you host Philly's Funniest back to back, you bring all those people up, do 20 to 30 minutes, bring all those people up, another 30 minutes. By the end of that night, I was like fucking drained,
last night I was fucking beat.
Yeah, that's when I was like, oh, I guess I could see how you.
And I was
tired.
drinking too, which that normally helps. That normally helps me like having fun.
Yeah.
But I was just tired. I was sitting there just like, holy shit.
Dude.
And because for those of you who don't know, Philly's Funniest competition, the first round, anybody can sign up.
Yeah.
Literally anybody. Yeah. So there's people that are doing stand up for like the first time or have done it for the first time in like the last 3 months. So you're sitting back there with people that are like asking you the dumbest fucking questions, talking to you, saying shit that like, I don't know. It's tough to explain.
You're also encountering like extremely self-deluded people.
Yeah, and
someone who does like their first stand-up show, their whole family's there, everyone laughs. In their head, they're like, it's like talking to like Justin Timberlake. They're back there in their heads being like, I'm totally going to be famous. You're just watching like, no, you're not.
And a lot of it's like, I've had these thoughts that you're telling me right now. I had the same feeling 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So like everything you're telling me, I've already hated that about myself. That I ever thought that what you're saying to me.
Now you're watching that.
Now I'm watching someone be like, so how do you come up with stuff like on the fly like that when you're up there? Like, what do you do to write? Yeah. And I'm sitting there just like, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. What's your name?
How do I say your weird last name?
How do I say your last name?
God, that's so fucking funny.
You're gonna bomb. And there's people that I'll know are gonna bomb so bad that like I'll like introduce them and then just walk right out of the green room so I can watch them bomb.
When I hosted the Philly's Funniest, anyone who was staring in a mirror and reciting their set to themselves always bombed.
Guaranteed.
That was my rule. That's my as strong as my taking a shit in a Home Depot bathroom. Every time you go in a Home Depot bathroom, someone's taking a shit.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like 100 for 100 on that one. I'm like 6 for 6. I'm like any guy who'll be like in the mirror like practicing. I'd be like, oh dude, you're about to go out there and fucking eat it.
Yeah, it's a guarantee. Anytime you're taking stand up that seriously, and reciting it, it's like it's gonna suck.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad.
Because what happens is when they recite it verbatim like that you include when you write it like talking, as if you're not reciting something. Yeah. So there's words in there that are like. So anyway. Like, I was at the grocery store. What's with the grocery store? Yeah. And it doesn't come out natural at all. So it's everybody in the room's like, this is weird. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a mom spaghetti sort of M&M thing.
Yeah.
Then, but it just doesn't translate.
But, so, Steven, you have a talk coming up. You don't want to talk about that, do you?
Well, no. I mean, I talked about it last time, you know.
Yeah, but no one remembers.
No. It was so there's a talk coming up. There's a date is still to be determined. Yeah. But it's talk about how we make progress as humans and the reach of human progress, which I'll argue is unbounded. And so
we're going to space?
Sure. If we choose to. It doesn't guarantee that we will, but we can.
Nice.
I'm
looking forward to that.
Yeah. I thought if you wanted to, I could maybe argue out like a potential middle ground on the Jordan Peterson thing. If you wanted to have that conversation. Well,
hold on. Before we do that, let's take a
let's take a break.
How far into this are
45 minutes.
What are you guys doing right now?
Take a break.
It's 1:13.
What you gotta do, Steve?
Nothing.
You want to start over?
Yeah, if you want to. Do you want to?
Sure.
We're back, dude.
All right.
You just quelled our doubting Shane, dude.
Yeah, my weekly fucking we should delete this was voted down. So literally every episode, midway through, I'm like, what are we at time wise? Because we should delete this.
Once we hit 40, I'm like, it's in the bank. Dude.
Yeah.
And this has been pretty enjoyable. Steve, you were saying, Steve.
So Steve, who is now standing.
Yes.
Oh, you are? Wow. I didn't even look.
Oh, you did? Well, it's a metal chair.
Yeah.
And I've got hemorrhoids, and so what I was gonna say about this.
Does your ass start burning after a while, like sitting down, or it's just?
It's not burning. Just like I get.
You're saying you're like preparing yourself for like the wipe later.
It's not even the wipe. It's just like general discomfort.
Okay, cool. That means I don't have hemorrhoids. 'Cause I kind of thought I had them for a while.
You got bloody butt?
I had a little. I was just getting a sore ass, but I was eating lots of hot food and like wiping my ass.
That's
to the
all.
point where it
You'll
was
know
raw.
when you got hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
fucking
you can feel
bitch ass girlfriend was trying to say I had hemorrhoids. I'm like, I don't think I have them.
Fucking
So you're
girlfriend.
telling me they just like hurt while you're walking and stuff.
Yeah, but you might have if she's got a good eye on it, which it sounds like she does. She might see a couple bumps in there.
Dr. Steve Gerben, noted Jew and hemorrhoid sufferer.
I tried to get out of jury duty because of hemorrhoids. I emailed my doctor, my general care doctor, and I was like, so can I get a letter? Because I haven't brought this up to you, but I have very, very bad hemorrhoids. Well, I thought it was like more normal to try and get out of jury duty. She did not respond to my email.
Bro, you don't have to go to jury duty.
Yeah, you do.
No, dude, I've never been in my life.
But that's... You do.
You totally don't have to go.
All right, well, whatever.
You like to go?
I
It's
don't
your
want that on
civic duty.
my... Yeah.
Are you hitting me with civic duty stuff? Yeah, but you were trying to get out.
Yes, for a medical. I was trying to get like a legal exemption.
I've never been to jury
But you were
duty.
trying to get out just because you didn't want to go, or you
Precisely.
legitimately didn't want your
I
body to be-
legitimately didn't want to go. Plus, I didn't want to sit in a chair all day,
Yeah.
which was probably going to be wood.
It's gonna fuck your ass up.
Definitely.
Have you ever been to jury duty?
No. I've never been asked to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've summoned me a couple times. My mail
And you
goes
just
to
don't go.
It goes to my mom's house or my parents' house.
Yeah, that's
Try to say
illegal.
my mom, so I sound
It's
cool
on
with
your
her
record or
divorced
something.
parents. Huh?
That's on your record.
No,
Well,
it's not.
what the fuck's he applying for?
My clearances are fine.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude. Because it goes to my mom's house, so it's my mom's the one who gets my mail.
So it's on your
So-
mom, dude.
So it's like, we might not talk, and if we didn't talk, I would never know I had jury duty. And if no one ever listens to this podcast, no, you don't have to go. You can totally throw it out. They don't send people. They don't send
I
a
just
general
don't think
inspector.
you can.
Totally can.
All right.
Well,
Living proof.
let's just agree to disagree on that.
Yeah.
He's got to be a patriot, dude.
You gotta stand your ground like Matt.
Yeah, I just occupy my house, dude. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. But go ahead about your butthole.
Hemorrhoids is a very serious condition.
That's right, and that's why I was saying that I think that this is something that children should be taught.
About hemorrhoids.
Yes, if you're gonna do sex education, you just have like 15 minutes where you go, don't strain when you poop, when you lift things, suck your asshole in.
So is that what hemorrhoids are from? Pushing too hard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like if you squat and you're not tight down there.
If
like,
you got a loose ass.
yeah,
For real?
yeah, you get them.
You got a loose ass?
No wonder I don't have hemorrhoids.
You got a tight butt.
I got a fucking...
Steve, what are you doing to your ass that your butt's so loose?
Well, old guys get hemorrhoids too.
Oh, yeah, geezers get it.
Don't you get hemis?
Yeah, I got hemis.
Well, so what are you pushing too hard, bro?
Yeah, I push farts all day.
Wait, you can't get hemis from pushing farts.
Yeah, you
though.
can.
Really?
Yeah, it's from pushing
Is
it
it
out
to
of your
push
asshole.
hair in your ass tissue?
No.
It's like a
herpes.
isn't it like a vein?
like ass herpes.
It's like a vein that's popping out.
Oh, really?
From when you push too hard.
Bump. Yeah.
And it can bleed too, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
And
it
so,
fucking
like, even if
sucks.
you're doing sit-ups and you're just straining, then that'll get it. So that's how I get it from like doing any sort of like physical activity.
And then
Because I
you-
don't remember to like clench as if I'm sucking in a poop.
Well, honestly though, I've lifted for a long time and never made an effort to clench my asshole.
You might be doing it naturally though.
True.
Yeah.
Because it's such like a fucking masculine activity.
You might have your
naturally-
butthole clench all the time and you don't know it.
No, but I get it from ripping hard farts for
I thought
show.
you'd get them just for like having a dirty ass.
And then dumping too hard. No, it's not from dirty ass.
so just from pushing.
It has nothing to do with cleanliness.
Wow.
And I'm fat, so that's another contributor.
why do you get them
I don't
when
know
you're
if
fat?
fat people get hemorrhoids.
It's more like weight on it, on your... I don't know.
All my weight is centered on my asshole.
Once your
that thing's
once
just
your
blowing
fat,
out.
once your belly fat covers your dick, you get hemorrhoids.
You get hemorrhoids immediately. I mean, that definitely the correlation there. I mean, that's not the cause, but I guarantee anybody whose belly hangs over their dick definitely
It's like the
has
last pedal in Beauty and the Beast. Once you get full fucking like, once you get a full eclipse of the gut, dude.
My dad, when I told him I had hemorrhoids once, he was so happy
Why?
because he knew how much that hurt me. He was laughing so hard. It was just like because I had it. I've only had it like bad once.
Yeah.
Where
What
like it
happens when you
hurt.
have it?
It hurt to shit. Like so bad.
Oh.
Do you ever have them that bad?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Where it like you feel sick. It hurts that bad.
Okay, I definitely don't have these.
Yeah,
Thank
I mean,
God.
I only had it like that once,
Still,
but
what were you eating like?
I have no idea. But
It's like an
boy,
ass migraine.
hemorrhoids is that's something. You're exactly right, Steve. The public, it's such a shameful problem to have.
That's
So
true. They should teach that.
Yeah,
They
because
should
you do.
teach
You
that.
feel gross.
Yeah. Does it feel anything like having it? So it's nothing. Doesn't feel like dirty ass. It just feels.
it's
like
not
you have a
dirty ass.
Gaping sore.
Well, it can
It's
feel
not
like that.
gape.
Like small ones can feel like a real itch.
Yeah, they itch. Yeah, they itch like crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, you get itchy butthole.
Man, I thought here I was thinking my butthole was a
And then I
total
think you
fucking
get,
rainforest.
can you get them from wiping too hard,
I don't know.
or is that just bloody ass?
That's probably bloody ass.
Do you,
Yeah.
so you guys are
I wipe too hard a
front
lot.
to back wipers or back to front?
Front to back.
I'm back to front. That's probably why.
Uh.
I just dab mine like a pastel, dude, like a watercolorist.
You always have a dirty ass though.
No, it's been pretty good lately.
Well, now that you've
Well, now that I have a
So
butt custodian.
this is my thing on the whole like ass wiping scenario. This is insanity. What people do with their assholes, that there's no soap involved.
Yes.
Because if I came over and I shat on the floor, and you said, Steve, clean that up, and I just took a paper towel and just wiped it to where you couldn't see it anymore,
yeah, but
you'd be like, get some fucking disinfectant
That's
and
true.
spray that fucking ground. And yet that's all that happens to the asshole.
No, that's totally
When
different.
it's just not. It's just not.
It is
Let me
because the
look-
ground
Wait, so
isn't.
do you use
Nah.
like Clorox?
No, it's
do you use,
just
like,
not.
Clorox bleach
It is
wipes?
different.
when I was when I was like 13.
Sit down, dude.
No,
He's still standing
He's
up.
standing up.
when
Dude.
I was 13.
What happened to fucking leaning into your problems, dude? You got to lean into this hemorrhoid. Oh boy, that hurt. The steel chair,
when I was
dude.
13.
It's like a hardcore match. ECW, ECW. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
So, oh man.
Okay, I'm 13. I've just taken a shower. I sit down on the side of my bed.
Oh Lord! Oh no! Stone Cold! Steel chair to the hemorrhoids! Oh God!
Start painting this picture. So
Sorry.
you got the towel around your waist.
He's got a family.
So you just out of the shower.
Just out of the shower, fresh out.
Yeah.
And I was never taught to wipe my ass.
Nobody was, dude.
No, for whatever reason. And I've yelled at my mom about this. Like, why would you not? This should be the first. Like, take something, stick it up your ass.
No, she was probably like, "You can figure that out."
That's what she said. She was like, you'd figure it out.
I never figured it out.
So
either, dude.
I'm 13. I'm sitting there. I felt an itch in my crack. I'm just fresh out the shower. I scratch it. I do it like that monkey in that viral video.
Yeah, you always
I smell it.
smell it.
It's
You're
just
exactly- yeah.
pure grain ass shit.
Oh my
and
God.
I was just and then I started to get like obsessed with like cleaning my ass after that because it's
Steve,
just mortifying.
dude, what are you doing?
So anyway, the fact that people just wipe and stop there is insane to me.
Where do you take it to?
So here's what I do.
right.
I go. I have a
Don't
system.
pet my dog with your fucking ass hands.
Well, I'm cleaner than you.
No, you're
There's
not.
no fecal matter on
I
me.
just showered and wiped my asshole out.
Well,
what, do you,
that's
what do you think about people
Get off
taking
my
a
dog.
shit while on their cell phone and like wiping their ass and grabbing their cell phone?
I do that. God damn it.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty gross.
But yeah, I have a system kind of like somebody would disassemble a gun very effectively. I have a. I take like the toilet paper, I fold it, and then I just have like I know the right. Like when I turn the faucet on, I give it a little bit of a thing under the faucet and just a hair of soap on there.
So you're like a dog.
You
You're like a dog.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Only,
You
so
put hand soap on your
Hand
asshole?
soap in my ass.
So you're
that
like
I
a dog that only eats wet food in the way.
Yes.
No dry toilet
Wait,
paper.
you
dude.
put hand soap on your asshole every time you take a shit?
Yeah.
But-
and then I
So the first guy in there is
first guy in there is
soaked up.
dry.
Okay.
Just got to get
Just a little damage control.
right. You get the worst of it.
Just in case of any Hershey kisses kissing around.
Then you get in there with either your moist toilette or your.
Moist toilet, dude. You are a fucking lunatic. God damn.
Hold on, so the dry hand. So you hit it with the first dry mummy. You do a mummy wrap to the fucking.
I don't wrap it around my hand.
Do you mummy wrap your hand?
My friend does.
Oh, that's wild.
My friend mummy wraps.
That's so much toilet paper.
That would just drive me insane if I knew that.
He lived with my brother and he would saw through toilet paper.
Give it the mandible claw.
So you're like a nice square fold.
Yeah.
You attack,
Yep.
and then you hit it with the
And then you
moist
get
towelette.
hand soap
Yes.
and wipe your asshole with hand soap.
Yes.
And then back to a dry.
Ooh.
No, then
Doesn't
to
that
a
sting?
wet. No. Because you use a hand soap that's got a little bit of like moisturizer in it.
Ooh.
And then I go back to
You're
a
lubed
wet.
up.
Then I go back to a wet, and then I put hemorrhoid cream in there. By the way, this is hang on. This is pretty funny because O'Connor was over at my house one day, and I farted, and he was just like, "Boy, that sounded a little wet," and I was like, "No, nothing."
That was just all the lube.
Right. And that's what I found out later. Because then the next day, my cousin was over. I farted, and he was like, "You got to go change your pants. You just pooped your pants." And I was like, "I don't know why everybody's telling me that." He's like, "There's
blasting out
no."
lube.
It's just preparation H.
Dude, Steve. So now
I've got my asshole's impeccable
you
shape.
totally discredited yourself.
No, it's
on
an
any
impeccable,
topic.
an
No.
impeccable asshole.
I'm not talking about the asshole because you seem like an expert on that. But
Yes.
now any topic you discuss, any of your detractors can just be like, "Who, weird asshole guy?"
Yes.
Well, it's
Guy
also a level of openness too.
It is, but
So when you fart,
you've opened the door to now.
Does it sound like squeezing silly putty? It's like a gag.
Yeah. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, that doesn't discredit you either in my eyes, Steve.
Very proud of
No,
it.
But I'm high in
I'm saying the
openness.
haters. I'm saying the haters.
What haters, bro?
The haters and the losers
Dude,
will come down upon
Jesus
him.
had 1,000 haters and 12 disciples, dude.
How'd that work out for him?
He's Lord of the universe, dude. That's how it worked out for him. He rose again to Lord of the universe. Pretty good.
Maybe.
Definitely.
Nah, inshallah. Wallah. Steve's a Jew.
So what?
I'm not non-practicing.
What do
I'm
you
not
think? He
a
doesn't
Jew,
think
I mean-
Jesus is Lord of the universe?
Well, he thinks Jesus' dad's Lord of the universe. I don't know.
No, he doesn't think Jesus was divine.
That's fair. I don't care. I'm
That's
just
why.
saying, it
That's
was
why
just a cool
Steve's
saying.
ancestors
That's all. I was
with
trying
their
to give you a cool
with their
saying.
gross butts.
I was trying to give
killed
you a
him.
possible chest tattoo idea, but you don't want it, so don't
What,
take it.
Jesus is Lord of the universe?
Jesus, Jesus had 1,000 haters and 12 disciples, dude.
True. Oh man. Well,
So you're saying your butthole is clean. You can call it loud and
Yeah.
sloppy sounding, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
clean.
it's a boisterous asshole.
That's
You-
right.
But
Your
it sure is
butthole
clean.
is basically my dick.
Yes.
I have like an old 1967 Cadillac that I'm constantly working on it. Dude.
You guys should fuck.
I got my dig in the shop. And
You guys should combine forces.
constantly working on it.
With your fucking dong wax and his lubed ass, dude, that would be heavenly if you two
We
fucked.
sound like a his and hers, dude.
Oh, I had back in the day. I had an idea for a penis product.
What happened? Oh, what is it?
It wasn't.
You presented this.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, I've already told you.
Hold on, let me hear it.
I've already
I'm
told
going to
you?
see if I remember it. Go ahead.
Oh, the
Is
idea
it condoms?
was
Is
yes,
it lubed?
yes.
All right, let me hear it. What was it?
Well, you would lubricate the outside of the condom
Okay.
with something that made the vagina contract.
Oh, yeah, this is the craziest shit I've heard.
Oh, yeah, you hit me with this before.
Yes.
I mean,
Explain it more.
Well, it's
I
just
I
just
usually
the idea of instead of taking something to make the penis feel bigger or your penis bigger, you make the vagina feel tighter.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
gotta whisper the right stuff in their ear, dude. Just gotta be like, hey, babe, let's go. I fucking love your asshole.
My asshole is lubed up right now. Don't worry about my tiny dick. Your pussy's about to contract.
No, but like, it'd be tough. You'd have to brand those so
Steve,
secret.
God
Yes.
damn it, dude.
It's probably scientifically possible, but you have to. The branding would be so tricky because, like, if you were out to buy condoms and your girlfriend found that you bought the vaginal contracting condoms,
Right.
That's like a girl coming home and buying you like extra small condom. That's like
Right. You have
Yeah.
to market it
Pussy is
to
yeah.
women under the slogan
True that.
make him feel bigger.
girls probably would like that. You're right.
But
Or
I
you
think
can
they'd
market it as, hey, you got a giant pussy.
I was gonna say you could have like Martha Stewart come out and be like, "Hey, you whale pussy horse."
And I think
Are
for
you
the
a-
record, I'd like to say that I'm not advocating making this product.
Are you a slut with a giant pussy? Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Gerben, noted Jew and hemorrhoid sufferer.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Steve Gerben is not a doctor.
My friend bought this stuff in freshman year of college. Bought this stuff it was called Mandalay, and it's like a desensitizer. It's like basically the shit like Ambisol you put on your tongue, whatever that's called. It kills your nerve endings, or it temporarily kind of like cuts them off.
Numbs your dong up.
Yeah, so you numb your dongers, and then so you don't come so fast. And he was having sex with his girlfriend, and he was like doing it secretly. Like he'd go get his condom and like put Mandalay on. He put it on the wrong side of the condom and rolled the condom down and started having sex with his girlfriend. And she was like, "I can't feel myself," and her pussy just went totally numb. And he's like, "Weird, that's fucking weird."
Oh my god, dude.
He's like, "Well, that's crazy. It must be these condoms. I don't know what's going on with it."
Yeah,
Fucking hit her with the Mandalay, dude. It totally killed the pussy.
Mandalay. You should get that for your asshole. You should just numb your asshole.
With Mandalay.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I mean, the concern with that would be that then it would exacerbate the problem.
Then the problem, you wouldn't even feel the problem.
No,
You'd
no,
just be
I'd-
roided
It'd
out.
be like being on painkillers. Yeah, you just...
It would come back worse.
So what's like? Is there any long-term cures or like?
I think you could potentially get surgery, but I've got them like inside and outside, so you gotta like.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, there's external and internal roids.
Ooh.
You can get inside your butthole roids, deep in the colon.
Where's an out? What's an outside?
Outer
roid?
is like on the butthole.
Right
You can
on-
see like a bulge.
Which is probably what your
okay.
girlfriend's seeing. That's what I was saying. If she's getting in there.
Yeah, she hasn't said anything about that. She's just more of like she's on poop patrol.
Okay.
So, but you don't get hemorrhoids. You got a personal butt janitor, dude.
I mean, that I would love that.
it's pretty nice.
That's what you need to find. Put that on Tinder.
You'd be
Just be
surprised,
like,
man.
hey, is anybody here
There's
interested
a lot
in
of girls who want to get into guys' butts, dude. They're kicking around out there. They're thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, if
I'm
I were
just-
you, I would say that.
What?
You've got experience with it. You found one. You've got to be like, there's got to be plenty of girls
No,
like
I'm
this.
telling you, man. I've dated girls before, and they'll fucking attack your butt, dude. They're looking to do it.
They're trying to get into your asshole.
Yeah.
They like that.
It's just something they can take from you, dude.
You think women are trying to take things from you?
Yeah, just to be like, I remember when I put my finger in your ass, and you're like,
Little booty. Yeah. All right.
it's a nice thing to have on someone. Like if I'd fingered your ass, there would be a secret bond we'd have.
Would you ever get pegged?
No, hell
No?
no.
You would.
That's how you get hemorrhoids, dude.
Steve, you would get pegged.
Yeah, I feel like I feel
Really?
like I could take it. I would have to
Oh,
like.
Jesus Christ, dude. Dude, this is
Wait, there's nothing wrong with taking pleasure from your butt.
from getting pegged. I do have a problem with that.
Why?
It's fucking weird.
Okay.
Anytime I hear a dude, and I'm not shitting on you here,
No, you can
but
shit on me.
I've heard this too many times lately
About dudes
from
getting pegged.
dudes that I'm sitting down with talking, either getting pegged or being like, "Yeah, I would get pegged."
I think a
Oh,
lot of
really?
people think
Yes.
they could, but I think
I
once
think
the
push
peg
comes
comes
to
out,
shove, dude.
I think once the peg comes out,
Interesting. So here was my thought process on this.
yeah.
That it's really just. It's not a physical sensation that I think I would enjoy. Like when I put a like suppository up my ass, I'm like, it feels weird. I know.
It
I
does
don't
feel good when your butthole sucks it up.
Oh, then that's an
When
interesting
your
feeling.
butthole,
Yes, yeah.
If you put a suppository in
Hold
your
on,
ass,
so
your
you-
butthole just snatches it.
And you like it.
That does. It is. It's a nice feeling.
It's a reverse turn.
Yeah, it feels great.
The first time I did that, I giggled. But
giggled.
the way
Jesus,
the way I would do it is
and jerked off.
if it really turned her on, and this is somebody that was going to be
this-
with long term,
Oh, if it really turned her on.
right?
Yeah.
Then I would say we're going to start with something that would be like suppository size,
Yeah.
something that's not
So,
and then I just have
your
to.
dick.
So then I just have to endure an uncomfortable physical sensation. That's not that uncomfortable, but it's getting her off. Because the thing is that if you have something that really turns you on and she's kind of like, you're just like, fuck, come on,
That's true.
just like tough it
I'll
out,
give up the ass.
right? So she really wanted it. than something very small. Wouldn't nothing.
Do you think that adds to the element of eroticness, her commanding to get into your butt a little, or no?
What is that? What do you mean?
The fact that she's like totally dominating your butt and you're just appeasing her. That's what it's called. That's a butt queen. If someone has a butt queen, there's like a girlfriend who like demands entry into your asshole.
Oh, well, I mean, as long as that personality, I don't know.
As long as
don't do it.
They have enough. No. You can't. Do
I'm
this
not
with a poor
looking
girl.
for it. I'm just saying.
If your girl's, dude, if
don't do this with a poor girl.
You're talking. Yeah, that's true.
It would have to be a long-term relationship with somebody
with a good family.
So you're. Yeah.
That's how you solidify land deals. Dude.
Yeah, she's got to come from good stock.
Up your ass.
It's got to be good stock. And
she fucks you with an ink pen, and her father signs the title.
Yeah, he puts a wax stamp on your back.
Right.
Instead of her coming, but so you're gonna. This would be hypothetically with somebody that you like are in a long-term relationship with.
Yes, and then
and then you want to have kids, and you got to look your son in the eye someday when you're out playing catch.
Yeah,
and you're like, "Well, son, one day."
The worst.
No, I'd be like, "Son, I let your mom stick
stuff
up my ass because he got her off.
All right."
And I take care of her.
Be like, I had something in my ass when I conceived you.
Fucking comes hard, and
my asshole was full with like a tube sock and a battery when I conceived you.
Well, again, there would be a limit to the girth.
Look at Finn giving you side eyes for being a fucking.
The one thing I worry about
Finn
is
the dog's over here.
If you had makeups, like reverse makeup sex with your girlfriend, and like you just kind of were fighting, and then she pegs you, she might be a little rough and fucking. And also, the shape of the peg? Are you going like a dick?
No, like I said, it's got to be suppository
sign. How phallic are you going? Like a butt plug, then.
I want to say specifically the size of a suppository. I would want a custom.
That's so little.
Yes, I want to start small. I don't fucking jump in, shallow end, wait in.
You're no size queen, then.
No, you are not a size queen.
Definitely not.
Okay, but what if
would you do it?
Gradually?
Would you do it?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, okay.
This thing you're talking like a Visine container. I could, yeah. I'll take a Visine container up my ass right now and I won't even notice it. Here's my question to you. Yeah. What if she wants to strap it around herself?
Yeah. Oh, like peg.
What if do you have a choice between like a large, like non-phallic object or a tiny penis?
But for the tiny penis, she has to literally fuck me with it. Yeah. That's a tough one. I definitely take the smaller one. Again,
you would take the tiny penis.
Yeah, I think I can get myself in a mental state.
Shane, you have to get something up your butt. It's like a big, like a floaty almost, something like that, like totally non-phallic, or just a teeny penis.
But she's got a teeny penis on a man.
No, I mean, Jesus, you can if you want.
Wait, it's just a tiny object that's shaped like a penis?
She straps it on.
Well, I think getting pegged is a strap-on.
It doesn't have to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, totally.
I thought getting pegged was strap-on.
That was my understanding as well.
It could be, but you can. I mean, they can totally just sit there.
That's just getting butt dildoed.
Double dildo you.
Ooh, that's a new twist.
What?
Double dildo with your chick.
Yo,
you guys are both legs in the air.
Yo. Like Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah. Or you're ass to ass. You and your wife.
I mean, it definitely exists.
The mother of your children.
I mean, that's a Saturday night.
It's a wild time.
A little back to back, dude.
It's like, let's toss on some fucking Stranger Things, and then afterwards we'll fucking do ass to ass dildo each other. But
that's funny thinking about like in all like the grade school CIO events. There's how many of the parents like just were like eating each other's asses.
Oh man, but no, I would go with the smaller object.
You go with the tiny
penis. Phallic's designed for entry.
I'm gonna step it up. That's true, and
so that would
and for pleasure,
and for plunging.
Okay, so if you're gonna go just like a like a pretty size, like an 8-inch peg, this is both penises at this point. You have a choice between like an 8-inch fat fucking pegger or like a standard fucking like 5. But it also squirts inside you at the end.
The squirting inside. I mean, if I'm already going all in on this, the squirt inside would probably be great. It would probably feel great.
It squirts hand soap. It squirts hand soap in your butt.
Yeah, this is all
right.
This is trash. You think we're gonna get to Mars talking about shit like this, Steve?
Yeah.
You know what's going to be interesting about getting to Mars?
Yeah.
You'd be like the first
First
person to do everything.
True that.
I came the first person to beat off on this.
That's pretty tight.
Forever. Do whatever. Any weird thing that you do.
Do you think the space race is to see who can jerk off first? Is that what us versus Soviet Union was? Who jerked off on the moon first? Who got the first moon shot?
Technically, that hasn't happened yet, though.
I bet it has.
As far
I
as you
guarantee one of those astronauts
You
cracked
think
one
someone
off.
jerked
Definitely
off on the
not.
fake moon landing when they faked the moon landing? Some guys like, I don't care, I'm coming on it. I'm coming on the set, dude. Fuck it.
Why do you think the flag was so stiff? Woo!
You said we put up a cum-covered flag.
Yeah. Astronauts have definitely jerked off. There's been several.
Someone's jerked off in space.
Well, there's
for sure.
been definitely several nuts in space.
Yeah, in space, for sure.
Think of that, just floating around the room when
Ew,
you finish.
Dude, your nut just floats around everywhere.
Gets into
You gotta
like a
catch it
computer
out.
system and fucks it up.
You're gonna swim after your
That's what happened to Apollo 13.
What do you think they nut?
I think Tom Hanks jizzed on one of those systems, and they were like,
It'd be funny if you're like,
he was jerking
you're
off.
quietly jerking off in your little pod, and you have people next to you, and you're like, all of a sudden your nut starts flying up in the air, and you're like, oh shit! You gotta like swim around and snag it back.
Floats into the other guy's room and just. Oh man. Yeah. So.
I mean, if I became a
mine would
millionaire, the
spit.
first thing I did was probably.
What was that?
I was like, they would think mine is spit. I have very clear.
Ew, Steve.
That's healthy. Say you got real clear.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's not good. I gotta get it looked at.
Why?
Really?
Well,
So
if
you
I-
only nut pre-cum?
Well, I don't know if it's pre-cum, but if one day I want a father, so
Yeah.
it's like
If you want a sire, a boy.
So you're
yeah,
saying you need that cloudy. You need that
yeah.
cloud.
I think that's an indicator.
milky
of a
substance.
Yes.
Sometimes it turns yellow too. You gotta watch out for that.
You gotta watch out for that old yeller.
Yeah, that.
Sometimes you
old-
gotta put that down.
I don't know why he does that. I read about it like 3 times, but
You still don't.
I don't know. I just read about it and I go, okay. Something I Google like once a year and go, okay, and then I totally forget as soon as I
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
it.
So.
I think if it stays in you too long, it starts turning yellow, which makes sense.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because you go on no-faps. Steve, you ever no-fap?
Yeah, I've tried.
How'd it
How long
go?
Yeah, was your record?
Not long at all.
Yeah,
Several hours?
No, like I'd say 3 or 4 days tops.
good.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good, healthy boy.
Yeah, that's about right. 3 days is good.
Yeah, but I was trying to do like 2 weeks.
Oh, well, that's no good.
No, I had.
It's
lack of
hard.
willpower, and it was like when I was like walking to the toilet paper, it was like you're breaking your willpower right now, and I was like whatever, like having that conversation in my head.
Yeah.
Just like marching back, and I go.
I do it all the time.
Like an
dude.
idiot.
I do it when I finally just let my defenses down and I'm jerking off. It's such a sad
You
day.
just
Yeah.
It's
succumb.
like I'm trying not to do it at all, and just Jesus Christ, man. When you do it, and afterwards you just go, I didn't need to do that. Sometimes though, I go like, I fucking needed that.
Yeah.
I don't care. I needed that.
Exactly right.
Sometimes you need to crack one
So,
off. dude.
of course you do.
I hit a level where I'm just like, fuck it, dude. We're doing
Well, you're
it.
on a different level. You're on a plane that.
Gerbs fucking he sounds worse off than me.
With what?
Needing a fucking crumb.
You need to crumb.
But 3 to 4 days is about that's
reasonable.
That's panic time. That's kind of
No,
like all right.
I hit 3 to 4 days just going about my business.
Not me, bro.
That's good. That's
You
what
gotta
I
think
want
about-
to be.
you're-
I want to be in that
Yeah,
mental
but Shane,
state.
you're a big dude. Naturally, you were kind of like running stuff, so your DNA is just like whatever. Me and Steve are smaller dudes, so we're designed to crank them out all the time. In order for our genes to have competed with yours back in the day, we'd have come twice as much, twice as hard.
I come from a long line of dudes who don't come that much.
Like your ancestor probably had like a harem somewhere in a cave, and me and Steve were popping in, just being like,
You guys are sneaking. You're sneaking
we
into
were
the
like little
cave.
mosquitoes, dude. We were just running around like.
Oh man. Yeah, so Steve, you got a fucked up asshole. Your cum's weird. You would get fucked in the ass. Anything else you want to share?
I could share a story. I feel like you're gonna Q plus me on this and be like, don't
Shut up. Don't be gay.
Who's Q plus?
Why?
He's saying I'm going to make fun of him for being gay.
But I've told everybody, and I
Say the fucking story.
I got catfished like a decade ago.
We share that on camera.
I got catfish. Just dead serious. He leaned into the table and looked totally serious.
Oh, well, I'm standing out there. I'm gonna tell my catfishing story. Let's say this fucking piece of metal. I forgot my ass cushion.
I'll switch. This is a cushion.
Oh. All right, fine. I'll sit. No. I don't want your chair.
Here,
I can't.
stop.
I can't be.
I want you to fucking plug the mic in for some reason. It's coming out fine. We're fine.
It's good.
All right, so tell us.
Is my hand fucking it up?
No, your hand's not fucking it up. Tell us about the time you got tricked on the internet into falling in love.
It's almost worse than that because.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Hold on, I'm sorry. You want to know what's worse than that? Matt got catfished by a dude.
Travis by a tranny
that
for an
he
erotic
made out.
massage.
He
Yeah.
kissed
I know about that.
He kissed the guy, and then the guy
think this
clearly.
Kiss the guy. Shane's such a fucking liar.
I think I got you beat, man. I think this one's worse.
Really?
Yes.
How?
I jerked off on the internet.
Oh, put your mic back in the thing.
Okay.
Let's get over here. Now I'm paranoid that it's getting fucked up.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you might be right though. So
I was in Los Angeles for an internship.
okay.
That's gay already. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it was like a decade ago. It's like mid-20s.
Okay.
And immediately when I get out there, there's like no success with women whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, like a
LA
little
is
bit
a tough town, dude.
right? And it was like when I got out, I rented a car from this place called Rent-A-Wreck, and it was this like old Ford Festiva, and I got in, I was like, this is so hilarious. And like as I was driving to my cousin's house, by the time I got there, I was like, I'm never gonna be able to go on a date.
He's doing a Ford
It
Festiva.
stunk. It was horrible. It was disgusting. This car.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I got very lonely after a couple months, and I signed up for this thing called Lava Life.
Getting lonely. It's so funny.
It
It is so
Being lonely.
bad.
It sucks,
Yeah.
dude. It's so bad.
And
Yeah.
the decisions that I made, because again, the type of brain that I have is like I desperately want to be a Tommy Pope-esque. I know we're not talking just about
Yeah.
jerking off, but like with dates with you
You
know.
only heard that part.
I know.
But you know what I mean? It's like I've always like fantasized dating, and it's just I just don't date a ton.
You want
but
to be
it's
a
like,
Chad.
I do want to be a Chad.
Yes.
So that's always like that push is there, but it's never. I'm not. It's like I want a ton of chocolate, but I get like a small piece here and there.
Yeah, I got
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
The supply and demand is off. So I signed up for Lava Life, and at that
What's
time,
Lava Life? What's the service?
Lava Life was a dating service.
Got like an old one, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And they-
just only weirdos are online dating at this point.
Yes.
All right.
I
wasn't
think it
as
was.
accepted
I
yet.
think actually this one was. I think it was like a little bit more accepted at the time.
Yeah, you were in LA
was out.
too. That was different. That
Yeah,
kind of caught
true.
on faster in the cities.
But they had a. There was like 3 different sections. There was like, friends, and then there was dating, and then there was like adult. Which was basically
Yeah.
like you're trying to like an adult friend finding section.
Exactly. A casual, whatever it's called, casual affair.
Casual affair. So I get into this sexed, instant messaging with this girl, and I'm saying, just deplorable, depraved things. She's writing back things.
Okay.
It's like-
No, this could happen.
so then she says, "I want to watch you jerk off."
Never talked on the phone or anything?
No. Now,
This is
this is
just
going to
messages.
appall you how stupid I am at literally every
don't know,
step.
man.
Nah.
You're a
So-
guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying to get, you're
dude.
a guy
When
trying to
you're
get a load off.
lonely, you're doing some
Yeah.
dumb shit.
Well,
Right.
That's
Yeah.
exactly. If you're a guy lonely in a strange city, you're ending up. This is what happens.
There's
no
This is
rules.
Exactly what happens. You come somewhere in front of
Yes,
someone.
and that's why I also like as another public service announcement beyond
Yeah.
the hemorrhoids. It's like Shane just farted a lot. It sounded like he was asking questions.
So what's the PSA then?
Well, the PSA is like just try not to jerk off for a stranger on the internet because you just really
don't know
resist
who
the
it is.
urge.
All right,
yeah.
so you're
so I'm there.
sexting.
So we're doing all this AI, about this, that, and the other, and then she's like, "I want to watch you jerk off." So this just it seems like a great idea at the time.
For sure.
So now,
It is. It's a great idea. Go ahead.
but she sends me. So I was like, "Well, you go on. Like you should. Like I want to watch you too."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, I don't have a video camera," so she just sends me a photo.
How the fuck are you gonna watch this? That's unbig. How are you gonna watch this then? She has a phone. You're going through phones.
Well, no. She,
She's on a computer that doesn't have a camera.
Oh, I got you.
claims.
Gotcha.
And so so I just get a photo.
Yeah.
And so now now I'm like looking, and if
It's time to
this
jerk
footage,
off now.
Yeah.
if this
100%.
footage
Photo
ever
came
comes
through.
out, I had to get ahead of it. Like I told everybody just to be like,
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
like to my brother, I was like, this footage exists of me doing you're just jerking off on the internet. So basically, I was like, you could see me looking at myself, like trying to make myself like look sexy in this. And then so now I'm beating off, and then she's writing things. It's like, I want to hear you moan. But I had roommate, like I was living in a dining room. I was living in a dining room with just like curtains over the thing, and so
Doing a Ford Festival in a dining room.
dining room with just curtains on. I was like, and so I'm typing back like I
Hold on, let me
can't
hear you
moan.
moan. How
I
did you
did
moan?
not moan.
How would you moan?
I did not moan.
I know, but how would you? If
I
you
would,
Not even a little gasp,
if I'm moaning,
just
I'd be like, oh,
You didn't even give her a little like.
no. If I moan, I'm more of a talk. I'd be like, you're so fucking, I'm more like that.
Steve, man. Steven. Oh. You dirty dog.
But anyway,
I got to recap. I have to recap. So you're in a Ford Festival. You're in a dining room jerking off to someone on the internet.
yeah,
And you're like, this is the one.
yes. So I'm nude on a blow up thing,
You're nude on an inflatable mattress?
Yes.
Holy fuck.
I ejaculate into a sock. Okay.
I ejaculated into a sock.
And she writes, LOL, and then closes the chat window.
So you don't know who this is.
I mean, we know who it is.
Who is it?
Just somebody that's either, at best, a room of guys fucking with me. At worst, somebody that's like recording it to just like put on the internet.
Oh my.
So now
That's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare
That's a
because
Black Mirror
there was
episode.
so much intense
Yeah.
interaction. It was like the 30 minutes before beating off on camera was so exciting, and then I'm
Just have a
beating off on camera so
montage.
dirty, and what? And then it's just like, LOL, it closes, and I'm laying nude on a blow-up mattress, and now I was just like, my life's over. At that point, like
You
it was
got to
still.
Bourdain out on that one. You got to fucking...
Listen, I do think that if I was ever going to commit suicide, that was the moment because
Yeah, that's a good time to do it.
I was still doing
You should have
comedy.
texted him back LOL and fucking sent him a video of you killing yourself.
I was imagining the
Joke's
montage.
on you, asshole.
I was imagining the montage, just like. He's like rolling around an air mattress. Just different angle. Him like sitting up, like.
Oh. I'm going to ejaculate into the sock now.
Oh God.
Damn, dude, that is...
Took me a
Just
few
you-
days to
just-
recover from that.
Just a shot of his hand gripping the sheets real hard.
Oh, God. LOL.
And of course, that was going through my head. I was like, "Is there any way I could say that this wasn't me?" It's like I have arthritis, like with these hands.
Yeah, but there's that. Whatchamacallit? They're getting really good at that imaging shit.
I know.
Yeah.
You're like, no, just some weirdo got me.
I can't. I'd be like, that is me. Have a look.
Hey, you know what? It's something everybody does. So
Yeah.
it's like.
Holy shit, though. That's... You say you
Wow,
got over that
it's
in a
10
few days?
No, probably not in a few days. I mean,
That would stick with me. I'd be going to sleep at night now thinking
Nah, I
about
wouldn't
that.
worry about it now.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it now. I really, at the time, though, because I was still doing stand-up, and my stand-up was also... I was so worried about, like, reputation, too, because it was more of a...
Yeah.
I guess
See,
a little cleaner.
I worry about that kind of stuff getting to like my mom. That
Yeah.
would fuck me up.
Yeah.
Someone being like, just haha, and sending it to your contacts, and you're like, dude, stop.
My parents are cool. My dad would just be like, "You're a fucking idiot." My mom would be like,
I mean, they
"Well,
both-
I never want to."
Exactly. They both would be like, they wouldn't like disown me, but they'd
Yeah.
be like, oh man.
The blackmailing of me would not.
How much do you think she'd watch of it? You think she'd last like a couple seconds
She
on
wouldn't
it?
watch it.
I mean, if it came, it was like, hey, here's a video of your son. She'd just probably click it.
Oh yeah, and just be like, "Oh, my god!"
You think
yeah.
it'd take her like at least 5 seconds to turn that off?
Yeah, she would turn it off very.
I'm
Was
saying.
Dick out from the beginning?
Well,
playing-
no,
or were you
like
doing a little
it- the,
foreplay?
the beginning of it is me like looking at myself and then like
Nice. Doing a couple.
and then like laying down and like
Just fucking flexing in the
yeah, trying to get like a good angle on tiny
Man,
little old.
that's
Man,
tough, man.
That's great.
That's tough.
That's wonderful, dude.
That's
When
tough.
all of our internet history is about to come out, dude, we're about to all be fucked.
Yeah.
There's going to be Ancestry.com for basically our grandchildren that instead of your genealogy traces your ancestors' web history. That's going to be out. Like, dude, my fucking great-grandfather's into butt plugs. That's crazy. That's going to come out one
jerk
day.
off buddies.
Yeah, that's going to come out one day.
Yeah, you said.
That happens though. When you're in a city, if you're by that loneliness, I run away from it. Like whenever I feel lonely, I just go home. I've quit things because when I was in Spain at first, I wanted to quit right away. I wanted to be like, oh, I'm going home. This sucks.
Yeah.
Then you wait it out and it gets better, but
a lot
of times
there's people who can go out and like go to a bar and just be like, well, let me go out and see some people. If it's like, I don't really go out of my way to interact with people.
Yeah.
So if I'm lonely and no one talks to me, I'll just be lonely forever.
Yeah.
I need someone to be like, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, sweet, someone's talking to me.
I love you.
I don't really go out. I don't really go out of my way.
You want to
like,
watch me jerk off?
Hi.
What's this? A text message? I'll come right now on an air mattress. You want me to film it? All right. I'm so fucking lonely, dude.
I think in a way it was a beautiful thing you did. You should just get the footage and just sell it as like some wild art house indie film. Some short, be like, this is just a take on human loneliness.
I did make one smart call, though, because there was some other girl that was, like, messaging me. She was a bus driver.
It's like, take a shit. She was like, take a shit in a cup and film it. So you got a bus driver on your case.
And,
so you had a sassy fat black lady on it.
Yeah, she didn't look that fat, but we were, like, talking, like, a little bit via text, and then I got a call. She texted me, or no, yeah, she did. She called me, and it was like late. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something.
Is that bus driver life?
Yeah, and she was like, "You should come over right now." And I was just like, I was like, I think like we should get coffee first or something. She's like, "No, if you don't come over now, then like we're not gonna meet up ever."
That's how
She should have picked you up, dude.
You're walking down the street, you just see her press the lever, the doors open. You hear a bus pull up there. It's her.
No, I think I was going to get mugged.
Why did you go to the bus driver?
I think I was going to get mugged.
Then she probably had some dude that was going to mug me.
Female bus drivers hang out with thugs, dude.
Again, we're assuming that information is correct.
Like, it basically is like prostitutes, thieves, drug dealers, bus drivers.
Bus drivers is the next tier of like bad members of society. Holy fuck,
That's
dude.
so funny. You almost got raped by a bus driver.
So I was like very pleased in the morning when I woke up.
She probably saw the vid. It was probably viral. And she was like, let me get this motherfucker
I gotta
in
get
my
this
house.
boy. This is a good boy.
Exploit him as well.
And you're a hairless boy, too. That must have been a nice vid.
I mean, dude, the LOL and then sign off is like,
Sign off, yeah.
fuck, that would freak me out.
Because it's just everything that I thought it was.
I mean,
was suddenly not it.
And post-cum, too. So you're
Post-cum.
fully logical.
Hey, you know, I mean, I don't want to put this in your head. Nah, I'm just not going to put that.
What?
Put it
Let
in
me
my
hear it.
head.
The LOL response leads me to believe is a group of young girls who are like, oh my god, LOL, boom, close.
Fine.
Yeah, that's better than any other
It
situation.
is. Well,
Plus,
not
hot
in
kids.
the FBI's eyes, but yeah. Well, that would be unknowingly. You
Yeah,
wouldn't know who
unknowingly.
they were.
Yeah.
And unknowingly, that was an even better nut.
Donald Trump.
You nutted in front of a bunch of little kids legally.
You could catch a throwback beat, like a tribute to that one, being like, wow, I can't believe I did that. I don't know. Trump might vacuum you up, though. He's getting all the pedos.
He's rolling them up.
And that's all I'll say, dude.
Yeah, that's
No
all we're
problems.
saying. We're
No
saying that
problems.
right now. But Trump's rolling up the pedophiles. Promises kept, dude. Shout out Frankson.
Yeah, dude.
So you got hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
You jerked off to a bunch of kids. You get fucked in the ass.
Did not.
It's a tough life. No, not yet.
You're just rolling in the deep, dude. You're out here. You're living. You are. You're drifting through.
Just trying.
Now, again though, the loneliness is.
It's brutal.
It leads you to do some real
what
dumb
if your
shit.
girlfriend just wanted to like touch your butthole during sex? Would you be like, no?
Only because I'm insecure about it.
You'd be like, would you whisper like, no?
No, I'd be like, get the fuck off me.
If her hand was like near your butt,
She's done that a couple times.
not yet.
She's done it to be like, see, this is what it's like. Because I
that's why
try to
girls-
get after the butthole.
I know.
When I'm deep up in it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fucking
Yeah, you gotta touch it.
It's fun. It gets me going.
Super fun.
Is that right?
Just
Oh,
to
yeah.
touch it. You're not supposed to. So it's like
Yeah. And then
It's like ringing a doorbell
and then
running
she'll
away.
be like, "See, that's what it's like. Stop doing it." She'll like go for it. And I'm like, "Fucking get off! Don't do that."
and then you're like, no, let me do it. Go on.
And then I'm like, "No, shut up. It's different with you." So you have a talk.
Yeah.
And there's no date on it yet.
No.
But the
DVD.
the video you sent me of what you're gonna play a clip at this thing, right?
Yeah, there's gonna be a sketch to start it.
And the
that
sketch is-
Matt's in,
oh.
Shane's did
gonna
the
be a blast,
narration.
for
They
sure.
did so good.
Dude, it is
So lucky.
Dude, O'Connor is so you and O'Connor together in
Yeah.
that are so fucking funny.
He's great. McKeever.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean the whole thing. I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see the sketch.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
And the talk, I'm sure will be great. The immigration talk was sick.
Thanks, man.
The fucking what was the other talk?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia was fucking sick. Got me fired up, dude. I was watching that. I was like, goddamn Muslims, goddamn Muslims trying to fucking tread on me.
You know what I was wondering last night? Do you think so? The women Muslims, what's their like heaven prize? Do they become? They like? Just
I used to have a
become
joke
virgins?
about that.
Did they just become virgins?
I said my joke was. 72 virgins. You don't see any like female suicide bombers because heaven would last like 5 seconds. Just one guy after the 72 male virgins.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That sucks. That's hack now.
It's hack. Yeah.
That's a hack joke now.
Oh, it
So
is.
funny.
Yes.
What? Like 72
That if
virgins?
72 virgins. Well, first off, any joke about 72 virgins is usually hack now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a strange question. to be like,
It's funny because one of my first jokes was also like 72, huh? That's a particular number.
Yeah.
What were they like? I'll do it. Or like, I'm not going to do it. And they're like 70.
Heskey
and the
used to
guy
do
was
it.
like, nah. He's like 72. He's like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah,
I'll do
Heskey
it.
had one like
so
that,
yeah,
too.
there's a bunch of that. But
Gotcha.
you were one of the originators. That's good.
That's actually
you were
funny
ahead
as
of the
fuck.
curve on a hack
well, I
bit.
wonder. Just from like recruiting dudes into heaven, it's like okay, that makes sense. But then like to the girls, they'd be like, "Yeah, you guys are all going to share some dude."
Yeah, well,
That's
it's
not that motivating.
They've been in that religion. If you're following it strict enough to suicide bomb, you're like all in on Sharia law and all that shit. So you're like, women are submissive. Like you are. Your
Yeah,
goal
so
is
you're
to
just like-
serve men.
That makes sense.
So like they're like, yeah,
That's pretty. That must seem nice too. Then you have like 72 helpers. Like
yeah.
help, like,
You only have to fuck once every like 72 days.
that's not
And
bad.
apparently,
That's a female paradise, dude.
That's
Like, I never have to fuck. Yes.
You can split the chores with 72 other
Oh
women.
man.
You guys are,
I brought this up to Shane. He didn't seem that interested in the idea, but I'll just throw it at you really quick.
is that it?
Though I think what's interesting about Nazis is that there's no like moderate or like reform Nazis. So you couldn't run into a scenario where it's like these aren't true Nazis. This is a perversion of Nazism. That's not our thing.
True that. Like,
You know, because then
true
you
Muslim,
attack,
I see
then
what
you
you're saying.
invade Nazis. You're like all these you're grouping us in with all these Nazis. Those are
Yeah.
perversions of Nazis.
Yeah, we
It
just
was
like the economic things of Nazism or whatever.
right.
Okay, so it's kind of like people being like, with Marxism, they're being like, well, they're just doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe if somebody believed in National Socialism like that, where they'd be like, yeah, no, it's a good theory. It just, Germany did it wrong.
Yeah, well, I was just relating more to like how tough it is to fight radical jihadism, because they'd be like, this isn't real Islam, this is it.
Yeah, it's strange.
But yeah, with Nazism, they're just like all blanket horrible people, so you can't run that confusion.
Oh, so you're calling Muslims Nazis?
Not even close.
Dude,
I regret it. I'm pulling the chute.
I just feel like you can't even bring up Muslims and Nazis in the same paragraph. Right?
Well, no, okay, here's what I'm saying.
just
Here's
saying-
another very
I
hot
hear what
take
you're
that I'm going to
saying.
regret
I'm
saying.
That's a high wire act. If you got the Muzzies up here, the Nazis, and you're just like, well,
You're
draw
right.
parallels.
There's no reason for me to say that,
Well-
and it's not that interesting, but
you shouldn't have said it.
You could.
whatever.
You're being racist. Go ahead. What were
I'm
you
just saying that the last one that I was saying is that if you'd say the greatest generation is the generation that fought the Nazis, but greatest, it's like no, and again, I love the vets.
You sound like you're about to get impeached.
Well, it's just that you fought Nazis, like the pure evil.
Yeah.
You didn't really have a choice.
Yeah.
So greatest would almost be it's just like, you didn't have to, but you did. But
Yeah.
you're fighting the incarnate.
Damn, so you hate Nazis.
Okay,
and-
I regret it.
Hold
I
on.
hear what you're saying.
You hate Nazis and Muslims. You are a true.
Well, you're saying Islamic jihadists. They're just as bad as
What I was saying
You're
is that
such a
there's
Zionist.
you
You are such a classic Zionist.
It's difficult because the ideology of Islam can
Yeah.
be perverted by radicals.
Yes.
And then some people can lump all Muslims in under that thing.
Yes.
But Nazism didn't have that. It was just like pure. It was just there was no Venn diagram of sort of. It was just like Nazis.
bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Useless comment. There.
Well,
All right.
it's out there.
It's good.
I like it.
Gives the listener something to think about. Is Dr. Steve Gerben as racist as he sounds? As Islamophobic as he... So far, every episode, you've been quite Islamophobic.
That's
think
right.
so?
Very racist.
Yeah. His new talks about like Western thought and progress and how we need to do away with Islam.
What's your
It's
least
just not.
favorite religion?
It's just not. But it is about the first part.
Me?
It's not-
Yeah. What's your least favorite religion?
I really dislike. I mean, Islam for sure, but Islam's a no-brainer. That's clearly the gayest religion.
Stinks, yeah.
But
It's
so does like evangelical Christian, like
That's-
Southern Christian, like Methodist. I forget which one it is. The evangelical shit where it's like
I know what you're talking about.
creationists
Mega churches and shit.
like where they're like the Earth is 2,000 years old, like that type 5,000 years old or whatever. That shit's really
Yeah.
like shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I can see
And the
that.
Westboro Baptist, like along those lines. I mean, Westboro Baptist is a
Yeah, it almost
small
doesn't
sect,
count, yeah.
but that like serious because then that gives Catholics even a worse name. I mean,
Of course,
we're
the
out
Westboros.
fucking kids, but then also we get lumped into like
War, yeah.
Christianity,
Yeah.
you know. And I hate when people just lump all the bad apples of one religion into the whole thing, the way Steve does with Islam.
Well, it was interesting that Shane brings up because in conversation with you, I got to parse out that difference between Catholicism and Christianity that I didn't really understand as much.
Yeah.
And it is true because I would always have thought Catholicism would have been the far more conservative of the two, but it almost doesn't seem that way insofar
Not at
as
all.
they're more like they're more willing to change.
Yeah. Like, you see the Pope recently was, he said, he's like, God made you that way to gay
Yeah, to the
people.
gay people, yeah.
I don't like that.
It pissed Alex Jones off.
Did it? Well, Alex Jones is one of those.
Did you know his
he's
fucking
a
take
Christian,
on it, though?
Like, what?
He was being like, "You made him that way. You touched him, you goddamn pedophile."
Yeah, he hates Catholics. And that's another thing. A lot of racists in this country hate Catholics.
Interesting.
That's insane. I've never heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the Klan.
I'd love to see him get me, dude. Fucking white belt, bro. They're gonna come up to me.
You would roll on them.
Are you kidding
They'd
me,
be
dude?
tapping in
I'd
seconds.
tap the Klan out hard, dude. Heard you guys don't like Catholics.
What'd
They're
you
like,
say
we don't really
about-
care about Catholics. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, well, we don't care about Catholics anymore, but
Well, I'm
that's
outta
in
here.
there. That's in great. That's an old
That was
part
yeah.
of
When
there.
they're all like old Southern Protestants, they're probably like, and them Catholics too.
Yeah, back when Catholics were
Back when
immigrated.
Back when Dairy Queen's family.
yeah Dairy Queen. God,
AU talking
damn,
head.
dude. All right, I do want to say this because Steve, you're an intelligent racist, but but so this fucking video game, this World War II
yeah.
video game that came out. The trailer they released for it, so it's Battlefield 5, and the trailer they released for it is like this British lady in the middle of World War II fighting, and she like gets shot and runs around. She's got a prosthetic arm, and she's like,
She's a robo arm.
it's just a chick. And then like the cover art for the fucking, it's a World War II game,
But
and it's
a
like here's a
robot
chick.
arm?
Well,
So it's a woman-
I'm not as hung up on the arm as much as I am some fucking broad in the middle of a fucking firefight. It's
Yeah.
just like
Sure.
what? But then Dairy Queen, this guy who
He's a liberal listener.
he's a liberal, he's an edgy liberal. He's a real edgy liberal.
Yeah.
Like he's not afraid to toss around some anti-PC slurs, dude.
Okay.
But he's edgy as fuck for a liberal. But he in this fucking gamer thread, because he's heard me on here complain about it. There's this thread on the main board about E3, which is a video game convention, and he's like, somebody said something about like, it's amazing that people are complaining that there's female characters in this game. And then he was like, he's like, this guy has fucking meltdowns over this all the time, talking about me. And like, I started to comment back on it, and I was like, I'm not gonna fall into this trap. But then this other guy was like, yeah, it's not about social justice warriors. It's about the bottom line. It's like they're just trying to make money because females are gamers too. and they want to be represented in the game. And then I looked it up, and the stats are like gamers, 48% of gamers are female. But the study was counting like Candy Crush and like that as gaming.
Yeah, it's like it was just Bejeweled and shit.
It was just a weird.
Sure.
And also, I mean, I'm losing what the fuck I'm trying to talk about here because it does fucking annoy me, and I don't want to come off as.
Well, they skewed the stat. They skewed the stats.
Yeah, to make it be like, see, women love video games too. Yeah. It's like, no, they don't. Yeah, why are we pretending that they do?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But then, anyway, there shouldn't be girls in World War II games.
Right.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's.
What say something about it, Steve?
Well,
I'm smart, dude.
What if I told you that the women?
I'm more hung up about the robot arm. I don't understand.
Well, the robot arm is ridiculous.
I said to Shane they had to give her a robot. Was
she now? The only question I would ask:
fantasy aspect.
Was there some sort of brigade of women, British women, that fought, and then would that make it okay? Then,
well, dude, and to get out of the even the it's not even necessarily that it's a woman. It's like, remember when you played the Call of Duties? And it turned into like weird zombie apocalypse shit.
Yeah, I know.
That pissed me off. That was like, yeah, this sucks.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like when you're shooting, I'm like, I don't want to shoot robots the whole time. So it's not even like it's a girl. It's like, it's just weird.
Yeah, it's just preference. Like I wanted to play a realistic World War II video game. Mm-hmm. Not.
You don't want a girl.
I don't want a pretend world.
Yeah.
I want it to be, but then again, I mean, there's holes all over this thing. It's it's a video game, and it's like.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with Nazi zombies, so it's weird to be like, there were no women on the front lines. But, yeah, anyway, let's go back to weird shit you do.
No, yeah, it's a tough one.
Instead of me addressing the haters, dude.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know how.
You don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
thank
fine.
you.
It doesn't make you a sexist for wanting it to be historically
purist,
accurate.
Bro. I'm a fucking purist.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's fine.
You're exactly right, Steven. It is fine.
What's that guy? He should stop making fun of you, man.
I wish that guy would stop online bullying me, too.
Yeah.
He should listen to our first lady, our gorgeous first lady.
Is she on bullying right now?
I think she was anti-bullying, which is funny because Trump daddy is the ultimate.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah,
dude,
we're back to Trump, dude.
I know, I'm getting away from it, dude. I won't talk about
Steve, you love Trudeau.
Trudeau? I don't know enough about him, but I'm not a...
He would peg.
He would
definitely peg.
I just know that he addressed like Women's Day at a place that had segregated women because it was like they were Muslim women, so they had to be segregated from the men. He was like upholding how great women's achievement was.
Really?
Gigantic irony of trying to be multicultural.
Oh, I got you. That's hilarious. So he gave a speech to like a Muslim brigade
about celebrating women, where the women were segregated.
That's hilarious. What was he wearing? He's known to don like.
I don't know.
He probably went to like a bunch of Pakistanis. Was like, "Namaste, everybody.
Yeah,
women rule."
It's like, what interactions have people had in their lives where they don't get positive feedback from being honest with people? If you like with your neighbors or anything like that, like if you're just honest, you don't have to be mean, but you can be honest. And it's like, why? What the fuck? He clearly does not think that segregating women is a good idea. Why can't you just say, I don't think this is a good idea?
Yeah.
This is just not our
He wouldn't say it there?
No, of course not. He was like celebrating our differences and women and da-da-da.
That's weird. That sucks for him.
I like the way you did that.
So why do you do it on Women's Day though? Just to be like, what's up, Muslims? We're all celebrating Women's Day. It's cool that you guys don't really do that kind of stuff.
I don't
love you guys too though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, guys, you guys are over.
That's weird.
You guys are coming at this.
Do I have that right? He went and said like it's Women's Day, but I also get that you guys kind of like drop kick your wives.
Hey, no,
that's totally cool.
This is
because you're from a different country. Is that what he was doing to an effect?
It seemed. I mean, it's certainly.
Wait, where did he give the speech?
I'll have to look it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, start this over. So he was speaking to
Should we
Muslim
pause
people?
it and look it up?
No. Who cares if we're right?
Who cares about the facts, dude?
Yeah.
What was it? Speaking about women's equality
At
a mosque that was segregating women.
Oh, because they got to sit in the back kind of thing. They got to sit in the back of the mosque.
Yes.
Nice.
And he was like, women are cool too. And they're like,
Allah.
like, move out of the way.
Anyway, that's the extent to which I know of him. He does seem like a nice person, though.
Trudeau.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a great guy.
Yeah, right. Dude, if I saw him, I'd kick him right
You
over.
would fucking tap him.
I'm about Howie right now.
How are you?
Howie's this guy. He's from Philly. And he's following Joe Biden around at speaking engagements and be like, why don't you tell him about that time you touched those little girls, Joe? He's done it already once. He got kicked out. And then he got front row seats. And he like, yeah, I got a question. He's cameraing the whole time. He goes, how about that time you touched those girls at the swearing-in ceremony? What's up? You want to talk about that? And, dude, everyone's like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Everyone's yelling at him, dude. He's like, oh, why are you yelling at me? Dude, the video is so fucking funny. Man. He's like, yeah, he did it. And then he's like, don't you hear him like, don't fucking touch me, dude.
You think Joe Biden's touching kids?
I've watched the videos. He is weird with kids, dude. Where like if you're like, dude, all this weekend I had my girlfriend's like nieces. They're like 4 and 5. They're on my lap. You know, you're playing with them and shit. And dude,
you're grabbing some tits.
You know how to touch a kid. No, you're not. You're not. You know, you're like, I'm like, it was actually funny. I was talking to this like, I think she was like 5, and she was sitting on my lap. She was talking to me. She pointed to my girlfriend. She was like, is that your mommy? And I was like, yeah, that's my mommy. She's like, your mommy's black? And I was like, yeah, I got a black mommy. She goes, I have a black mommy too. And I was like, nice. And we were just on the side. No one heard what we were talking about. But then you see Joe Biden. Sorry, this is really funny. You see Joe Biden and he'll like grab like a 7-year-old girl's hair and start like caressing around her ears and like put his face in his hair and smell it. And it's like, I definitely wasn't doing that. If I had done that, people would be like, Matt, like, that's enough.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for the, like, don't let Matt around your kids. He exhibits behavior that's like, where he'll like put his arm, taking a picture, his hand will be like on a girl's chest, like
on
7-year-old girl,
girl's.
but and it's like, you don't touch a 7-year-old girl on her chest, dude. It's like, it's weird for sure.
Yeah.
And the videos are out there too. They're not anywhere, but this guy confronted him about it. And like, dude, you hear him turn around, like, get the fuck, don't touch me, dude. Don't fucking touch me. Tell him to explain it. I don't know why you're mad at me, dude. It's so funny. Yeah, shout out to Howie.
Little kids though, it is uncomfortable to be around.
Yeah.
I was walking the Finn Man, and I was at the park by my parents' house, and this little girl came up and was like, "Can I pet your dog?" And I'm just some weird dude.
How old were you?
In the park. This just happened this week.
I mean, I'm sorry. How old was she?
9.
Yeah.
Like I'm like by myself with a dog in the park wearing like gym shorts and a Ramones t-shirt, like walking around looking like me. I'm like,
I'm cool.
I'm like, beat it, kid, get the fuck out of here.
2 to like 6 or 7, I'm like, you know, you play with them, whatever. Once a girl hits like 9, I'm kind of like, dude.
Yeah, once they're hot.
Go get your fucking parents.
Once they get hot.
Even like 12, yeah. It's
that's
like,
when they're real hot.
Yeah,
that's when you gotta be like, get out of here. Get out of here.
Get a fucking adult around here, please. I just don't want to, like, if I was like, saw some dude in the field talking to my 9-year-old daughter.
I know. That's the thing. I mean, obviously she was just petting the dog.
Of course,
there was nothing.
Totally innocent.
But in my head, while I was like, hey, yeah, his name's Finn. She's like, what kind of dog is it? I'm like, the whole time I was talking to her in my head, I was like, you gotta get the fuck out of here, dude. This looks horrible. This looks like the beginning of a fucking CSI. She's like, what kind of dog is it? I'm like, you want to take him home with me? You want to walk back to my parents' basement?
I will say I enjoyed hanging out with, it was like a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
spent a lot of time with them. They're so fucking funny.
Yes. They are hilarious.
Jesus Christ, they're so funny. I gave her a glass of water and put it in like a plastic wine cup because that was like the only one I had clean. And she was like, she's like, this is what my mommy drinks out of. I was just like, everyone starts laughing at her. And then like I'm like, here, drink it. She's like, I can't drink out of this glass. And I'm like, it's just water, dude. It was so funny. She's like, no, this is my mommy. Dude, I was dying.
That's great.
Just even the fact that they like run up to you, you throw one up in the air, the other one's like, oh, I want to do that, and they keep doing it back and forth.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like I'm just like watching how much fun they're having, and to me, I'm like, this is insane. It's so much fun right now.
Yes.
Best is throwing them around in the pool.
Oh my dude,
tossing kids around.
I
dude.
love tossing a kid.
The best thing in the world.
That's great.
It is.
You like it?
Yeah, because I'd be going out every Sunday with my niece and nephew.
Oh, I saw that video you posted.
Yeah, and but with Jake now, he's a 3, but he's very comfortable around me. So like when we're in the pool, he's like, I want to go under. So he let me be the first one to take him under.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was so cool. And then, but now like I'm just throwing him.
Yeah,
you know, and it's just like he's still in his splashies, but he's a poof, and then he
it's amazing watching how much fun they have with shit. Just like sitting somewhere and talking, they're like completely when they go into their like babble. The 5-year-old is talking to me, and it was just like, oh wow, cool, and dude, she's talking to me for like 4. Her mom was just like, here, please take her. 45 minutes.
Because that shit gets old.
Non-stop.
That
dribble,
mom was
dude.
happy to be like, all right.
They would look over every now and again and laugh and see her like, and I haven't. She told me about her dog like 50 times. My dog is white and black. And
That's like me
big.
with Finn, dude. I keep looking over there and be like, look at him. Look at how cute
It's
that
true
guy
for
is.
the listener. The Finn brings Shane an enormous amount of joy.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
It's not weird. It's great.
I love animals.
Yeah.
It's your father reflexes, dude. They're kicking in right now. It's like how if a duck's born and doesn't see an adult, it just or like an adult duck, it latches. You're just imprinting on him.
Yeah.
Happens to me with my 2 dogs, dude.
Yeah.
I come in, tuck them in at night. I'm like, good night, guys.
You're good boys.
You guys are good dogs. Trying real hard here.
Oh, man. No, I was watching Sopranos with Chris, and he always makes fun of me for being like Tony when it comes to like being a dickhead to everyone. But then like I see an animal, and I'm like, look at that guy. I love that dog.
That's hilarious. I love that when the therapist keeps bringing up the ducks. He's like, stop talking about the
Don't
fucking
talk
ducks.
about my fucking ducks. Oh, man. So I do want to keep this going because I don't know when we're going to record. What are we at time-wise here? We're like an hour and a half.
50.
Hour and 50. Oh, yeah. I
We
forgot.
could always trim the beginning when I was talking boringly about.
No way.
No, that wasn't you being boring. That was me being insecure.
It's Shane being neurotic.
That was me being unhappy with things. Do you want to end it or take a break?
Take a break. And
Let's take a break and
steer
we'll
home.
decide, yeah.
We back.
We're back.
Be back live, dude.
Yes.
Yo, so I've been reading this book, this audio book all week. And it's all about this like doctor who got really into like mushrooms and doing like mushroom and LSD research.
Michael Pollan.
Fuck, I forgot his name. There's a couple of them, but I think that might be his name. It's called Changing Your Mind.
Yeah.
This book, dude. I want to do mushrooms so bad right now. So I'm
Really?
a total mushroom head right now. Dude, the way they describe this shit is like they have centers where you go in. This is what they're trying to legalize. So they'll have a place where like you're with a doctor, they got all your vitals and everything taken care of. So you're not, you're like total medical hands. And then you're sitting there with a therapist. And then they give you like 7 grams of mushrooms or whatever. I think it's 5. But it's like a total like synthetic, so you don't get like sick or anything. They give it to you and they just guide you through like a mystical experience. And it's like I want to do this. It was like to the point where I was like, find me a fucking space. I'm gonna open up one of these places, dude. But then I was like, I was like explaining to someone how I want to set it up, and they're like, yeah, you just need an apartment, dude. You can just do this in an apartment.
Yeah. I don't think you need a legal location because it's not legal.
Yeah, it would just be. I was like telling them like set up in like a warehouse. You can like sit in it, and there'll be a couch, and there'll be like a TV. And they're like, yeah, dude, you mean like an apartment, and people can just do mushrooms by themselves without you there. And I was like, yeah, I want to be there though. But yeah, so in my head, I'm like, dude, I want mushrooms so bad. I want to do. If I could sign up for one of those studies, I would in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's like my only concern is like, are these, if I'm the guy's like, yo, dude, you're reading fine, you're healthy. Some psychiatrist is like, yo, bro, let's talk about this. You're totally cool. Someone to talk me down, dude.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be a fucking blast.
That would. I
need that to become legal.
That would make.
I do it like twice a year.
That would make me like weed so much more.
What?
If I had like somebody there to be like, you're great, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just be like, yo, dude, you got the heart on monitor. You're totally
Everything's
cool.
great.
You're not breathing weird. We got the charts of your breathing. It's not weird. Here's some dude.
I'd still be like, I know it's weird. Your machines are wrong.
Let me out of this facility.
What you're doing is wrong. I am a human being.
I want, dude. Yes, that's been. I've been mushroom crazy all week, dude.
Really?
I listened to that Joe Rogan with Paul Stamets.
I'll fucking mush out with you.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I want to get a little.
I'll mush out with you.
I want to get.
What are you
go
doing
to the-
Thursday? Trying to mush?
I should mush out. I gotta
I'll
find.
mush with you.
I gotta find mushes,
My girlfriend will be pissed when she hears this. She'll be like,
Are you doing drugs?
dude. Mushrooms aren't. She
I
said
did.
that to Paul
You know what?
Stamets.
Fuck it. I'm gonna come clean.
She said that to Paul Stamets.
I took some mushrooms.
Little chocolate
Those-
balls.
That chocolate. Matt had this concoction that was like, what was it? It was like wheat oil and mushrooms.
Yeah.
I had a few cocktails, and me and Beezer were like, let's try one of these. Let's split this thing. So I've never done shrooms, really. I've never done shrooms. So
Yeah.
like I was sitting there, and I was like, this just feels like weed at first because there was weed in it.
Yeah.
And then slowly I started, like, I could feel it.
Yeah.
It was like, I've never done shrooms, so it was like a full-on I was like, whoa.
It's a weird experience.
I ended up just watching Dan Soder do Macho Man impressions for like 3 hours. I was fully like, this is the best thing ever. This is the best impersonation I've ever seen. Watch Dan Soder do Macho Man.
You showed me. It's unbelievable.
It's so, and he does ISIS Macho Man. He's like,
God.
letting the Jew pig run your country, not gonna happen anymore. Oh yeah, he's like, we're gonna rain down on you. The swords of justice, bend to the top, met Allah. Dude, it's so. I'm not even close.
He hit those like
yeah, and he's got the hands, dude. And he's like, bend to the top. Met Allah, came back down. Dude, it's unreal.
You
how
gotta
good
put
it
a
is.
link to it, dude. It's
And I was
fucking funny.
on shrooms for the first time. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. This is it. And then we started watching Macho Man highlights, and I was on mushrooms. And it was the fun, dude. Seeing your kid. Imagine being a dad, and you come in, and your little boy's watching TV, and it's just some yoked out, coked up steroid dude on the screen that's like, oh you Hulk Hogan, you think you're tough? Oh yeah, well let me tell you something. It's just like you walk into a room, your kid's sitting Indian style in front of that. You're like, what the fuck are you? What is this? When the WWF was new.
Oh, it
like
must have been crazy.
And fucking Ultimate Warrior was coming on the TV, just like screaming crazy shit at your kid.
I mean, in Mexico, it hit quick, dude.
Mexico,
they all slid their silver luchador masks on and jumped right on board.
Mexico was prime.
Mexico loves professional wrestling, dude. It's crazy.
Were you guys the ones that brought up?
They slipped all those masks over their head, dude. It's over.
Dude, is it? Well, if you're white trash, you're in. You're all in on also black people.
They'd be like,
there's a lot of
love,
fucking black wrestling fans, which I remember when I was a kid. I went on my friend's birthday party. We went to WWF, which was fucking sick. And I remember because for some reason I didn't think black people liked wrestling. I never even thought about it. And there was a bunch of black dudes behind me that were just yelling. And this is like 4th grade, and I'll never forget what they were yelling. They're like, smack them with your tits, China. They were talking to China. And I just remember black dudes behind me be like, take your titties out. I was like, hell yeah.
That's such a funny, formative experience.
Yeah.
She had a sex video too.
Night in China.
And she's dead.
Yes.
She died.
Yeah.
How'd she die?
She went out the same way Bourdain did. She was like, I've accomplished.
She killed herself?
She was like, I've accomplished everything, and she went out
Trying
happy.
to kill herself?
She killed herself in a happy. She went out happy.
God, that's how this whole thing started.
Were you guys the ones that sent this link or not? But there was, I think it was like Booker T. He was a wrestler, and he dropped the N-word.
He drops the N-word, and it's the funniest thing.
Have you seen it?
Booker T's not. He's white though.
He's black. Booker T's black as fuck.
How do you mean he dropped the N-word?
Well, he said the N-word on TV, which he called Hulk Hogan the N-word. I'm gonna say it, dude. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. He's like, after Lex Luthor, we want the gold, sucker. He's like, Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you, nigga. Oh. Right when he says it, he's like, oh. He puts his hand over his face. He's like, God damn it. You need to watch it because his partner is Stevie Ray. His Harlem Heat was his partner. It's this huge. This guy's got to be like 6'8", 6'9", dude. This guy's gigantic. He does not flinch at all, dude. When Booker T says the N-word, Stevie Ray's just like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, dude. We are here to fuck shit off, dude. But yeah, you need to watch Booker T's reaction. As soon as he said, he's like, we're coming for you. And then he's like, God damn it. One more wrestling thing, because when they introduced the Shockmaster, I've showed you that, right?
No.
Oh,
the
God.
Shockmaster.
The Shockmaster is the funniest, the funniest fucking thing you will ever see, dude. This is so Google or you go to YouTube and type in Shockmaster.
Yeah.
And the introduction of this guy is like wrestling because the acting is so funny. It's a bunch of roided out dudes that are like, "We're gonna fuck you up," and the other guy's like, "Well, we got a secret partner, and he's gonna shock the world." None other than the Shockmaster. and then, like, this guy's supposed to come out of a wall, and he just falls. He just falls into the room. And his mask was a bedazzled stormtrooper mask. He's this big, giant, fat guy. And when he falls out, his mask falls off. He's got to like scramble to pick it up and put it back on.
Who the fuck thinks of wrestling characters, dude?
Oh my god!
It must have been so fucking funny to think of him now, like on a recliner with a beer, being like, "I had it." I was all there.
He was, according to this thing I watched about it, he was set to be like the next big character.
Oh,
but then his intro when he tripped, everyone was like, what a loser! Shockmaster's a fucking loser.
Imagine the bitterness of that.
Oh fuck!
You didn't create any wrestlers? I was Dice Man.
No,
What's this?
Well, I was saying
You were Dice Man? What are you talking about?
we created wrestlers.
When did you create
we take the pillows off the couch.
Yeah, and you have
create a
wrestling
ring.
matches? Yeah, of course.
And then, so my character was Dice Man. And I had like the dice that you would hang over your windshield wiper or your rearview mirror. And that was like my special thing that I'd throw around your ankle.
I'm thinking about the Shockmaster dude at home living with his wife.
Yeah, dude.
His wife's talking shit. He's in the recliner. Eventually, he just gets up and does a full running clothesline. Dude. Like, I couldn't hit someone.
Oh fuck, dude! But yeah, mushrooms, and also I'm gonna let that Dice Man slide. I'm gonna let you off the hook on that corny shit.
You're a little kid. You're having fun. Me and my cousins used to make stuffed animals have sex in the basement. Like, yeah. Oh, but we'd like, I'd be like, oh,
Wait, what'd you do?
we would go down the basement and play with toys. We were like little. It was. I literally remember when I was kind of a little too old for toys.
Yes.
I kind of still play with them for a little bit.
Yeah, but once you start making them fuck, you're too old. You're too old for toys. I got out of there just in time.
That's a good rule of thumb because I think we stopped playing with toys after. We had a bunch of stuffed animals down in the basement. I remember we were like, it was like a bunny and like some other like a stuffed giraffe, and like it was my sister's Beanie Babies.
Right.
And
I knew it was gonna be Beanie Babies.
I was making my sister's Beanie Babies fuck down my basement. And my two cousins were watching. We were all taking turns making them fuck. And my dad came in. I was like, "What are you doing with all these Beanie Babies?" And we were just like, and all of them were just playing with Beanie Babies.
I'll have one more story then before we go because.
No, we're good.
Speaking of that, so my cousin we tried to these stuff we had there's no easy way to say this.
You guys had sex when you wrestled?
No, but there was these stuffed kangaroos that was like my elementary school and it was like Save the Kangaroos. So we bought the...
Wait, Save the Kangaroos?
It was one of those things where it was like...
There's too many kangaroos.
I don't know what it was. For whatever reason, it was like, donate money, you get this stuffed kangaroo.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And that was like, my brother and I each had one when we were like little for a while.
It's a good charity scam, dude.
Yeah.
Just be like, save the squirrels, but do it in India.
Yeah. So then later, like when my cousin and I were coming of age, like we figured that you could fuck the pocket of the kangaroo.
I mean, you could fuck the pocket.
Yeah. To see what like a vagina would.
So you fucked the I knew you fucked the stuffed animal. Did I not say that? I called it right away. I was like, you fucked the stuffed animal.
And at one point, his mom like knocked on the door, and then
He's digging a kangaroo pouch.
he answers the door, and he clearly something's up. And she's like, what's going on? And he's like, nothing. And she just started. And then my mom later pulled me aside. She's like, did Ted, that was his dad. He's like, did he give Joey a Playboy because something's going on? It's like she just thought that it was a porn night. Right. No, we were just taking turns fucking a kangaroo.
Wait, you guys were running a train on it? You guys were fucking it? Together? You guys were both fucking it?
No, I mean, we had separates, but...
So you guys both had kangaroo.
You guys both had your kangaroo wives.
So they opened the door and his mom knew instinctively.
No.
She's weird sex shit.
Weird going on.
The door was locked.
I'm sure she knew just by...
the door was locked.
Yeah, so he had to answer it, but he answered in such a way.
Yeah, clearly there was some fucking...
I mean, imagine...
And I'm like under the covers.
Did you tell your kangaroo to be quiet? Be like, shh, someone's coming.
What time of the day was this? It was like 3 in the afternoon. You guys were laying in bed.
Yeah, it was like daylight. And then I remember
when she knocked on the door, and she was like, "What's going on there?" Was he like, "Good day"? I mean, nothing.
And then my friend at the time, this kid Ben, I kept like he slept over, and I was like trying to convince him to do it, and he was like, "That's so fucking gross." And then
they gave it a shot.
What's that?
Did you peer pressure him into it?
No. He had like the hardest I ever heard him laugh because I was like it's I don't know how it happened. I had it on my dick.
You let it ride
You
out.
were demonstrating him.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
you
under the
fucking-
covers.
But if you fucking kangaroo
and then he pulled the covers off.
Oh, you had kangaroo dick. So you have the kangaroo
he was
upside down.
so-
When you're fucking a kangaroo's pouch, you're holding it upside down.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
just
that's right.
skull fucking this thing.
That's right.
Like, did you like only let it ride out, or did you ever get on top of it? How'd you work it? Did you
Well,
ever hit it from behind?
I think all I can remember is like on top.
Kang on top.
Yeah.
Dude, get that Kang up there. Let it bounce, dude. Let it do what it does. Let it bounce.
That is so fucking funny.
Wow, dude. So your friend ripped the covers off while you were fucking the Roo?
Yeah, just like laughed at me. And I was just like, Ben, put it
Jesus
It's
fucking
like how
Christ.
sensible he was at the time.
I
He's
know,
like,
good
"No."
for him.
Yeah.
Don't fuck that stuffed animal, dude. Get the
He's
fucking
like, dude,
covers
you're
off.
weird. Yeah, I'm like, no, it's like a pussy in. You know,
I mean,
it's like,
that could be taken as like almost like an instinctive intervention from like a childhood. Like, dude, don't fuck stuffed animals, man. It's not-
Yeah. Something in his DNA was like, it's not good to fuck things.
That's so
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Anyway.
That's hilarious.
Oh, man.
We
I think
got-
we should wrap it
Yeah,
up on
yeah,
that.
let's
We're
do
not
it,
going to
dude.
beat the kangaroo.
Nah, dude. Let's go with the kangaroo ride.
Yeah. I have this Friday I'll be at Lancaster, PA at 551 West in Lancaster,
Nice.
PA. Friday night. Come to that. Other than that, I got nothing.
Nice. Same here. I'm just chilling. Steve,
Chilling.
go to Steve's
Steve
talk
Gerben,
too.
dude.
When we get the day to the talk, dude.
Holy fuck, we're gonna have you on again before the talk because you are a fucking
Treasure chest, dude.
I was gonna say train wreck, but treasure chest also.
Wow.
it's a pleasure.
You did
the
all the
best,
heavy, you
dude.
did
So
all the heavy
funny.
lifting.
You're the best, man.
I'm
Yeah.
fun. It's
Unbelievable.
like I said, it's always disappointing if I'm on because I always look forward to that. Reloading in the podcast thing. I'm like,
Oh, you're but
because especially the work that I do. I know you got to go, but it's like with trademarking, it's just
Oh,
like,
I'm not in a
it's
rush.
nice to like have something to listen to that you want to hear.
Nah, you're gonna want to listen to this again.
yeah, I love hearing myself
Yeah.
on other people's podcasts.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one,
yeah.
I'm every other week on this. Sometimes I'll go back and listen to it. Sometimes I'm
Yeah,
just
I
like,
didn't listen to last week's.
Me either.
I get anxiety sometimes with ours.
I don't care.
I don't listen to me on shit that I think I sounded like a pretentious douche.
Well, I made a vow today to myself that I'm just totally going to stop trying to explain.
I know. As soon
anything
as
to
soon as I hear
politics.
myself talking about anything serious, I'm just like, shut
See,
the fuck up.
when I listen to myself talking politics, I'm just like, great points, Matt. Great
Dude,
points. And I don't really care.
I'm gonna dread listening to the part where I was like, "Women in video games." Like that
See,
will bother me.
dude,
That'll bother
See,
me.
I don't know, but I just want to push back on that slightly
Good.
because you the way in which you kind of feather that is really good, I think, and it's important to have a voice like that where it's just like, it's not like an all-in scenario. It's like I'm working through this idea, and the price you have to pay for it is feeling insecure about it, but that's what I like hearing you talk about things.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Because also, now I'm back onto it. I'm reliving me getting online shamed this past week. They were like, what's it like? They were saying I was threatened by women, which is why I didn't want.
That's the best part.
It's like, dude, I'm not threatened by. There's plenty of female video games.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. I'm not out here like Tomb Raider. That should be a fucking guy, dude.
Yeah,
Lara
or
Croft.
you're not like you don't see like that when you told me that yesterday. It's like I've never like seen a girl and been like, oh god, I gotta.
I'm
stop.
threatened,
Like,
dude.
if I've been in the
She's coming to
workplace-
take all my power.
Exactly,
All the power
dude.
that I have.
It's crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane to me.
Yeah.
And it's also like if they're the zombies that you don't like in the video game, you're not upset that there are female zombies.
No.
You're just upset about the zombies.
Yeah, but see, here's another thing. The zombie thing is a separate mode than the fucking game.
It's like a
And
bonus
that's-
game.
So it's like, here's the science fiction version of World War II,
Right.
which is where the fucking women should be.
Right.
It's like, hey, here's pure fiction about World War II.
Right.
But then again, you can punch holes in this all the time because then it's like you're a World War II character. You run around, you kill 900 fucking people.
Oh,
It's like, all right, well, that's ridiculous. But
still.
yeah, let's.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you gotta, dude. I'm telling you, I told Shane this yesterday. I'm a big present moment guy, dude. I'm all mindfulness now. So
Yeah.
I stay in the present moment.
You are.
Whatever I
Steve,
just said,
put those hemorrhoids back down.
whatever I just said 10 minutes ago is gone.
Is gone.
What I'm about to do in the
On to the
future,
next.
don't even think about it.
On to the next.
I'm straight up. I've been in my Zen bag.
Well, yeah, I mean, I aspire to get there,
I
but
mean, I
I'm
was telling
I'm
Shane
stuck
that.
in the. I'm stuck in the.
Telling Shane if I even catch
Pass.
myself mentally kind of inhabiting like the future, or even mostly it's the future. I don't really dwell on the past. But I'm more of like a future head, where I'll start being like, and then this is gonna happen, and I'm gonna do this, and then, and I just go, literally, I just call for myself. I'm just like, Matt, come back, and I just sit back, and I'm just like,
oh, I love that,
dude, and I just come back.
What
to
do you
center.
mean you love that?
I just
don't
come
fucking
back,
support this. Don't support this weird.
I just come back to center, dude, and I'm just like this, and I'm like, all right, I'm just sitting in a chair right now. Everything's totally cool. I have all my food I need. I'm warm, totally fine. I'm like, that has been nice for me.
Well, my thing, the reason I love it is because I will find myself doing that again, where I'm like I'll just like lay on my bed, and then I'm lost in thought about either like what could be, or blah blah blah, and it's just like, Steve, knock it off, get up, and go edit.
Yeah.
Or you're either gonna do push-ups, or you're gonna go edit, or you're gonna do this. It's like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
How about if we have time here and you're comfortable with it, could you tell us what happened to your abs?
Why? What?
Remember that date you were on?
Yeah. What date?
Remember that girl who was like, she liked abs?
Yeah. Oh, but it turned out to be an actual issue, I think.
Well, no, but I think the story, and then you guys aren't together anymore.
No.
All right.
Well, I had thought she said she liked abs, that I did so many sit-ups that I like hurt my stomach.
She said she liked abs, so Steve went home and did ab work for
8-minute
like
abs,
2
dude.
weeks straight of nonstop ab work.
How's
And then,
your abs looking good though?
Yes.
and then they went out to
Yes.
dinner, and he had like stomach cramps. He couldn't eat, so she broke up with him.
Well, wait, yes, but I had stomach cramps, but then I assumed it was like other things, so that I had a massive panic attack. And then I was like, I can't talk right now. You have to do the talking. It's too loud.
Oh, that's a missing part of the element. So you were there, like, but you were just kind of bugging out quietly in front of this girl.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't let your bitch see you be weak like that.
So you're doing,
That's what I'm saying. You're right.
Yeah.
That's
You're doing a lot
soon.
of these, like where you touch your chest and you're like, just like looking at her, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And you're
Precisely.
You're like, I'm fine.
No, I did tell her. I was like, I feel like I can't breathe, so I'm gonna need you to do most of the talking. And then I complained about the noise, and then I literally like unzipped my face and became
you
Larry
show your
David,
eyes?
and I was like, it's too loud. Who actually enjoys this? I have to scream at you? That's fucking crazy.
Dude,
Damn.
you should just flex your abs and been like,
Yeah.
check these
I
out.
just love the storyline of you.
It is great.
Like with a chick, and she's like, I like abs. And you like her
Be
enough
right
that
back.
you like work
Yeah.
hard, and then you go to dinner and you're like, my stomach's cramping, and she's like, you're a piece of shit, I'm leaving you. Did you guys hook up at all?
We did that night, but
What happened when you guys hooked up?
she was on her period.
Nice.
So what happened? So what did you guys do?
We made out.
And anything else?
Yeah, it was a lot of bumping and grinding.
Was anybody in their underpants?
Well, she was,
What was she doing?
Oh,
doing
I'm getting
things. What?
hard. I'm sorry, I'm getting
Yeah.
hard.
So
Oh,
she's
sorry.
not your problem, it's
I'll
my
stop being so
She was,
gay.
no.
Dude, it's fucking
what
getting
happened?
hard, dude.
So she's in her underpants.
She was in her underpants?
Yes.
What kind of? I'm not
And so anyway,
Yeah,
but
true. What kind of underpants?
they were like flannel.
dude, man.
But anyway,
Lumberjack.
so but there was a lot, like she was doing some good stuff. Like she was working herself back,
Yeah.
and that was really
And
nice.
Did
But
you
then,
did you have an erection?
of course, yes.
Did you
Was she
chrome?
touching it?
No, she wasn't. So then I just started beating off.
So you just started jerking off?
yeah.
So you Louis her?
Yeah, well, no. That's a reasonable thing, because she
Hold
said,
up.
because she goes, oh, you're just jerking off? I was like, yes, it's a reasonable thing to do right now. I'm just like, I'm
No, you,
sucking her tits, jerking off a little bit. It's not like I
You were
was,
sucking her tits and jerking off?
yeah.
no, you can't tell. You can't jerk yourself off.
Yes, you can.
Nah,
That's
I would say you gotta like. Yeah, you
First of
definitely
all,
gotta
it wasn't-
You can't start the genital party, dude. But you can't start it that
You gotta
way.
let her rub
I
you.
had
gotta
been
touch your
rubbing.
pussy. Huh?
I had been rubbing.
Dude,
Things
I'm
were
gonna
out.
Tell you, I'm gonna
Just
tell
and
you.
it was. I just gave it a few. I wasn't doing a full on.
I'm
So
not saying
you-
you're bad. I didn't say you did anything bad. I'm just saying from
So
a
you
tactful
were-
perspective.
And this is post dinner?
Oh yeah.
So this is after the silent dinner where you freaked out?
Yes.
And then she
You
got
sucked her
into
titties and jerked
she got into her flannel undies,
Yeah.
and you were sucking her tits and you jerked off.
I didn't ejaculate.
And then she broke up with
pumped
you.
it a few times.
You were just edging to get it.
Just
You know, I mean,
it's out.
I hear you. I never thought of that move.
See.
I might start doing that now myself.
Here's the thing, and
like-
I just love hearing you talk about anything sexual, and just you being, she was in her underpants.
Wait, has that been your move thus far though? Just fucking
No. It was just a
So
thing.
far, 2 sexual stories you've told have just been you jerking off.
It was just a thing. It was just like I was doing that.
You were in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're saying it, now I do feel creepy about doing that because she didn't instigate. But
Yeah, you can't just jerk off while you're making out with someone.
but she.
I mean, you kind of can.
But I was
can,
like
I mean-
rubbing her vagina.
Oh, okay. So you're,
You know,
you're hitting it over a panties.
everything. She was grinding her vagina on it.
I mean, you can go to show and tell and jerk off. It's $30 that you do it.
Well, I mean, anybody else that I've interacted with in a sexual way like that has never had a problem with it because it's like
a lot of
they
girls
would
like
also
watching that. They say,
Yeah.
"I like watching you jerk off."
I mean,
And
if a chick did it while you were making out with her, that would be
oh
it's
my
hot.
God.
phenomenal.
And then I was also, like, because I'm doing that and then smacking her.
Oh, you were hitting her with your dick?
Yeah.
Oh, Steve.
So there's
dude.
things
that's
going
a whole
on.
different thing, man.
Yeah.
Now you're jerking and slapping. It's
now you're
like,
sword fighting.
Now there's a little play involved.
Now you're
Yeah,
fencing.
yeah. There was.
What did she? What was her like? Was she like at any point like chill, or is she just kind of like nice, or how did she respond to it?
She was fine. Like she just wanted me to say like dirty things to her, which was easy.
Man, she's I love something about a girl getting in her underwear. It's just fucking
great.
fantastic.
But then,
is,
the
especially when
problem
they're
with
flannel.
that, the problem with that though was, so then the next day, I
Especially when she's on her period wearing flannel underwear and you just start jerking off while you're kissing.
That's the best.
Well,
move.
I didn't eat at dinner because of the cramps, so I jerked off
That's
during
so
she was in her
fucking
underpants.
funny. I
So-
never even thought of that.
but the way that ended then was because so then the next day,
Yeah.
I was just like hit her up to be like, I wanted to try and get O'Connor and her around, because it's like he's so rock solid. I was like, this will introduce you to my first friend.
Yeah.
And
You
like
should
go
have
out,
introduced her to me.
introduce her to O'Connor, and then we go out and have a drink. And she was just like, oh no, I'm hanging out with people tonight. I was like, okay. And then she just basically like by that Monday then called me and was just like, oh yeah, I'm busy this week. So I was getting a huge blow off.
Yeah.
So then I did the preemptive breakup to
You for like fuck you.
yeah. Well, no, I didn't say fuck you. I just said I don't think it's gonna work out because I was like, I was direct. I said I think I like you more than you do, and I knew
I think you displayed that. You clearly were more into it than she was.
I don't know, dude.
So anyway, I ran the gambit.
You're both into yourself.
Dude, sucking tits and jerking off is crazy.
That's a move,
Shane was
dude.
just
It's such a weak.
I was just time out. It's a totally normal thing. I wasn't full on. I was letting go of my penis regularly. I would then
Stop talking.
No, see,
I was
you
letting
just-
go of my penis
You were
regularly.
just doing like rapid bursts, just going like
just a few
jerk,
bursts and then
then
touching
pumping it
her
up.
and then using it. Because I was
and then
trying
using
to
it to what?
do your
And then
smack her
using
clit.
it to smack her clit.
That's what I told you.
Oh my God, Steve!
Yeah, you're far enough along for sex. That's a whole different thing. But this is all over panties though.
Yeah.
But you guys doing like nude female clothes, male, or like you're in all your
She
clothes?
just had she was just on. She had a tampon.
What were you wearing?
I was just like my underwear,
Shit, dude.
looking fucking dope.
Look like
with
an
my
Adonis, dude.
flat stomach.
You're fucking ripped.
Yeah.
Damn, I love it so
I got
much.
no advice for that.
Didn't
man. I
work
don't know.
out.
It's
She
just-
was really cool though, and
wasn't that fucking
sucks.
cool? Wouldn't let
No,
you
I guess
fucking
not,
Jerk
but-
off in her living room.
but you know what though? At a certain point, first of all, I wasn't jerking off in her living room. I was on top of her. I just gave it a few pumps.
What?
You were on top?
Yeah.
Steve.
Wait, you gave it a couple pumps?
Yeah. It's
He's
like
pumping his
I'm on
dick.
top.
He's
She's
talking about
grinding
pumping his
back.
dick.
I'm smacking the thing. Just get this.
Yeah.
Just all a bunch of normal things going on.
I don't. That's a page out of the old playbook. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Man, but I'll definitely think twice of it. You see this? Look at this. No women here, but yet I'm going to change the way that I sexually interact with them.
Well, I certainly well, just because it was such a disaster.
It's not a disaster.
It
was
wasn't a total disaster. She
How hard did you nut when she left?
well, I left.
Once you got some alone time.
It doesn't work like that for me for some
Oh, really?
reason. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm really into
you
the
gotta let it cool
interaction.
down.
Like I want, like, and I think that's what comes down to why I would take a pegging, because it's like when she really likes it, that's when I'm like, yes.
I hear you. I'm a pleaser.
Yeah. So that's when she like tell me what you want to do, blah blah blah. I'm like,
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I could talk, baby.
That's awesome.
All right,
Damn,
we gotta go.
we have to.
We gotta go. Gerben,
Gerben,
you're
you
the
have been
best,
an
dude.
absolute.
Pleasure.
I fucking love you, dude.
Just breathe life back into this podcast.
I feel like I really regret
Everything you said?
no. Like doing a little bit of that half jerk off thing.
Oh,
Because the way it sounds now,
no,
it does
dude,
sound like
dude,
I really
I was-
I
Oh,
did
no,
not.
hold on. Sit
No,
back down.
seriously,
Hold on.
yeah.
Hold on, I want you to know I was intentionally trying to make you feel that way.
Oh, good,
Well,
good.
For
Yeah,
a second,
you're fine.
I also envisioned this as you on a couch making out and jerking off. With her.
yeah.
No.
Now you're telling me you were like full on
Yeah,
top
you
of each other.
you did nothing
just
wrong.
fucking breathing on each other and stuff.
Yeah. She was humping back,
Gave herself
which is a
gold
very
bumps.
great.
You were doing her a period like.
Yeah,
You
yes.
were fine.
That's
Don't
perfect,
feel fucking
that's
weird.
perfect
All right.
period etiquette.
Thank you.
That is. You were being a proper gentleman.
Woman's period should not stop a man from coming ever.
And I didn't
Exactly
come.
right.
I didn't come. There was no coming. I didn't come.
You no crumbing, just a classic tit suck jerk off. That's first base.
Steve, you're the best.
All right.
Episode 116,
Wow.
dude. We're flying fucking in, dude. We're flying
Wow.
in. We got the motherfucking Gerbies.
We got
dude.
Gerbies.
Gerbies on the track.
How do you get this fucking thing out now?
Out of here, yeah.
Gerbies.
Shane Seltzer's stuck in Gerbies QZ. dude.
Gerbies texted us before it and said he was going to bring over seltzers. Which also, I think the funny part was in parentheses, he listed the flavors.
True that.
He was
That's
like, "What
actually
flavor
that was
do
an
you guys
important
want?"
text because
Thank you.
I'm a bit of a seltzer snob.
Really?
I'm all Spindrift. Spindrift's when they just take fruit and squeeze it in the can. End of discussion. This is like the when they tinker around with the
Yeah, no.
This is like diet soda. We're just like moms from the '90s getting tricked into drinking diet soda again. We're like, oh no, they're just fucking natural flavors. We're drinking fucking Diet Coke.
I don't think there's any sugar in there.
It's not. It's a flavoring. Apparently the Diet Coke fucked a bunch of moms up.
Okay.
Do you know any moms that like chug that shit?
Yeah.
I knew moms who would blow through a case of Diet Pepsi a week, easy.
My mom drank
Did
Diet
she?
Coke.
Did she smoke cigarettes as well?
No. She just had diabetes.
A lot of cigarette smoke. Really?
Yeah. She's diabetic. Not a fat kind.
She caught it. Type Uno.
Yeah.
What?
Just real deal
She's type 1?
diabetes. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah. My mom's going to fucking die, dude.
I thought she was being vain.
Nah.
I thought she was being vain about her figure.
Nah. She's not fat.
So that
She's
was
just
like
got
a-
regular old diabetes.
That was definitely a cheat code of like some like old moms who couldn't give it up. You know what I mean? Hit 40s and they're like weren't as hot as they used to be. Sip a couple diets, thinking they're going to get it back. It's like breast cancer.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, you got breast cancer now.
Well, that's what happens. Yeah,
Really,
that
they got-
Diet Coke shit apparently gives people breast cancer. It's fucked up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Can't be hot forever.
Yeah. Speaking of hot,
Woo, Gerby baby.
Gerb dog sliding in. You look good, man.
Thank
do.
you.
Continue to look fantastic.
Is that
going
right?
on?
Yeah,
What's
dude.
going on? Yeah, thank you.
You
Why
on
do you look
roids,
good?
bro?
What's it?
You on roids?
No, I'm not on roids.
Are you
What
blood
I gotta
doping?
do is my mom came over for lunch the other day, and she said,
What'd you say?
"No, I was in a
What'd she
t-shirt.
Oh, you were just like a taking care of business type
I
t-shirt.
was in a t-shirt, but it's not. It's a
Damn, are you flexing on your mom?
no. It's the opposite of
What was
that.
that movie where Tom Cruise comes out in like
Risky
a shirt?
Business.
Yeah, was that?
Did you slide
were you
in?
risky businessing?
No, I didn't risky business
But
anywhere.
so you're just in a tee, like a tee and khakis, like a 1950s dad.
Yes,
Damn,
a
dude.
tee, and some Adidas track pants. But
high-waisted khakis. Were you like a
Whoa.
cholo?
no, so
the lead
Adidas,
singer of Korn?
Adidas track pants, slim Adidas track pants.
So
Right?
you got a little bulge going now.
It's
Nah.
not about the penis. It has nothing to do with the penis. Now, hang on. Let me give you a little backstory. The last time I was here, I think, was when you complimented my body, and that did a lot. So then I
did a
weighed
lot.
myself. Yes, because you know
Nice.
how you're like, you're in a workout routine and somebody compliments your body, you're like, I'll redouble my
For sure,
efforts.
for
Of course.
So I weighed myself, and I had lost a little weight. So the problem is I wasn't eating any carbs, really.
Yeah.
And so then I just started upping the carb intake.
Carb cycling.
Yes. So for about a month now, I've been, really putting the carbs down.
Damn.
And so then my mom comes over and I'm in a t-shirt and then like we're just talking and then she goes, "So you still working out?" And I was just like, "Am I still working out?"
Yeah, mom.
It-
Obviously. You should have fucked her up.
I thought she was gonna say, she was like, "Damn, you look fucking
Yeah, that's
swole."
what I thought.
no, that's what I was expecting too.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens when I go to the doctor every time. She's like, "So do you work out?" And this is every 6 months. And I've even like joked with her. I was like, put a note in your file to be like, hey, you're looking great. You're clearly working out. Because it should show, but it doesn't. And the reason it doesn't is I honestly have extremely narrow shoulders. If you saw me with my top off, clothes just...
Top off?
My shirt off.
Convertible?
If you saw me with my shirt off, you'd say, geez Louise, those are some narrow shoulders.
Yeah, that's a nice top. You have a nice top
Thank
on
you.
right
This way,
now.
because it has to... Well, fuck off, whatever. But it's a whole thing.
Okay.
And then...
Do you do any delts? You like hitting the
Of
rows
course I
and shit?
do. Yes. Sorry for
Damn,
yelling
of
at
course,
you.
bro. Shut the fuck up, man. Obviously he does, dude. He's roided out. He's roided out.
told you he's on
Gerbies
roids.
is on roids.
No. I will definitely be sending you a photo.
Will you do some delts?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Please send us a video of you doing a
Are you
delt
doing some bent
workout.
over rows?
Yeah.
What else?
Where? Where?
In this workout room.
What workout
Like a gym?
room?
Yeah, my house. In my house.
Okay.
Yeah,
You do it in
yeah.
your house.
Yeah. I just have some mats down and then a pull-up bar and some... And those Bowflex
those
adjustable
adjustable
dumbbells. They're
dumbbells.
fantastic.
Wait, so what do you, I mean, you're talking about rows, you're talking about pull it. What are you doing for the shoulders?
For the shoulders?
Yeah.
So I watched this guy, Jeff Cavalieri, who is on YouTube. He's got Athlete X. He's fantastic.
Okay.
And so I just do different cycles of what he would suggest.
What's he do? What's his shoulders look like?
They look fantastic. I don't know.
He's got like the Ninja Turtle muscles going on.
Definitely.
Nice. Like that.
Damn. So what are you getting swole for? Just eat pussy?
Well, I think just like general confidence, I suppose.
Nice.
But that was so. Given that I have,
Anytime people work out, I get mad at them
Why?
because I don't. So I'm like, what are you gay?
Really? You don't
What are you
like that?
fucking, I don't like people working out.
what happened to your
got-
keto
got-
diet?
It comes and goes. It's still. I'm still losing weight, which is weird.
Okay.
Floating in and out of ketosis.
Yeah. Just like last night, I had beer,
Yeah.
so
You're out.
I'm out.
Out of ketosis.
Today I had potatoes.
You can have like 2 Michelob Ultras and stay in ketosis.
Matt. If I have 2 Michelobs, parties. The train's already rolling. The train is downhill, dude. I'm out of control. The brakes are off.
True that.
Yeah.
You got to start butt chugging.
I'll butt chug.
Yeah, start butt chugging, dude.
Yeah,
Or to
dude.
start fucking take Xannies, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Take like 3 Xannies instead of drinking.
Yeah,
Take
just
like
fall
3
asleep
bars.
everywhere.
You just black out and steal everybody's shit and go home.
Yeah, I tried to. I got fucked up that one time off vodka sodas. Now I can't drink them.
True that.
I don't want them. Vodka
Yeah.
sucks.
I love it.
When you hit me with that plan of like I'm just going to drink vodka, I was like, dude,
Yeah,
that's not the
I got
move.
hammered. And then I had an empty stomach because I wasn't eating, and I threw up.
Yeah,
the next
dude.
day, I puked the next morning, which I never do.
Yeah, you're not a big puker. Yeah,
No.
when you're in ketosis and you put some vodka in the system,
I
dude,
got fucking wrecked.
I don't think ketosis is made for like vodka
Dude,
consumption.
I'm still getting fucking blacked out. Yeah.
Dude, I'm still on my plant-based bullshit, dude. I thought I was going to get off. I thought the meat was going to be my motivator doing my little hunter-gatherer diet.
Yeah.
I don't even really want it.
You're just a gatherer.
I'm just a gatherer, bro. I'm just a fucking...
Straight gath.
I
dude.
just tranced like a 1 BC lady, dude. It's the
That's what you
weirdest,
identify
It's
as
the weirdest
now.
fucking thing.
Just a Cro-Magnon
I'm just
woman.
a Cro-Magnon. Dude, it's the weirdest fucking thing.
Yeah.
I was like so excited to eat meat again. I started eating it and I'm like,
Yeah, it's not worth it,
yeah,
huh?
it's weird. It's bizarre. I mean, I'll probably get off. I'll probably get back to on the
Yeah.
meat wagon. But dude, it's fantastic, and no one wants to hear it. I'm like, I was telling Sydney the other day. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, man, I eat like primarily plants. And he's like, I do this thing where like I eat like my body's. I'm like, yeah, okay, but like,
Yeah.
trust me, there's like hard science behind this, bro.
Yeah.
And I used to say the same thing. I'm like, I just eat what I need, and it was apparently like fucking bread and potatoes and shit all the time.
Did you got a nice palette or like a canvas? You got a nice starting body structure.
A mesomorph.
Yes, I'm an ecto,
sure.
so I have to put the meat.
You
in.
have to. You gotta. Yeah, that's true.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Is it a nightmare?
It's not.
He's
fun.
fine.
No,
Well,
no,
your
it's
chances
not.
of getting fat are less.
You got all dungarees on right now? Full denim, dude.
So
No, what Ecto's got to
Where'd you
watch
get that
out for.
shirt?
this was from H&M like 3 years
You
ago.
got that top from H&M?
Looks like he wrestled a cowboy and took it off his back.
What I'm wearing is just a denim buckle. Sure, I do feel slightly stupid in it.
Yeah,
but,
why the fuck are you
No,
dressed
you're,
like that?
no, you're monochrome.
well,
dude.
here's
That's
okay.
the
Here's
new
why I'm
move.
dressing like that.
We're monochrome.
First of all, I
He's
can't
not.
wear a single fucking thing around him. I've never worn a thing.
Anything but sweats is taboo around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's in a full green sweatsuit right now, and I'm like, yo, that's fucking sick. I'm in an all black sweatsuit right now.
He makes me feel
Sick.
so stupid
You're
all
in
the
a
time.
fucking
I wear
denim button down.
You look stupid. Then the last time I did comedy, I took a seat on a stool because of lighting
Yeah,
issues.
he took
Don't
a
fucking
fucking-
sit on a stool and don't wear suits. All right, I'm
All right,
leaving.
he wore a suit and sat on the stool.
No, I didn't.
then he
Those
kneeled.
were separate incidences.
And then he crouched down next
Yeah,
to the
because
stool.
it was just anyway. The I wonder,
You crushed
Wait,
that
what's up?
night,
So
too.
what's up with that? What's up with that gear?
Well, what I wanted to tell you guys was that so the way the body as my chest and my front. So now imagine me from the side. And
I just rotated you one of those creative players.
Held R1.
my chest and my back are starting to puff out a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm working on my shoulder and my scapular winging.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I worked that scapular wing.
yeah, it's really terrible looking. Like, you could see. Anyway.
That's that thing where you pinch and you have like the two big.
Yeah, like
Little
your
raptor bones.
chicken wings, yeah, sticking out of the back. So, but my shoulders are still narrow. So what happens with t-shirts is they start to get like stretch marks around like my
Your
tits.
pecs.
Right? Yeah, my pecs. And then, but the sleeves are long. So I googled it, and it was like I was like,
You got to put a pack of cigarettes in them and roll them up.
The last time I tried to roll up my sleeves, O'Connor was like, "Don't do that," and then I explained the whole thing.
Why
to
is
him.
everyone hating on you, bro?
I can't wear a single thing around me.
Yeah, well, stop trying to be fashionable.
No, you got to start rolling up your
No.
sleeves like a
But I
young
wanna
Jude Dean,
maximize my
dude.
body. You know, it's like, why am I eating all this meat and doing delts if I can't? You know,
You got to roll your sleeves up. Fuck that, dude.
That's what I'm gonna
Honestly, cut them off.
no, I'm rolling. them up.
Do a half cut.
If you went sleeveless denim right now, I'd be all about it.
I'd be
a
willing to
fucking
cut
rock
the
star,
sleeves
dude.
off of this shirt right now.
You should start rocking like a quarter cut. Get like a nice quarter sleeve.
Anyway, so I Google, men's shirts with very short sleeves.
Men's tops.
Men's t-shirts with very short sleeves, and the Google result is like
This is gay porn.
and then if you Google that, you'll get the top result is from bodybuilding.com.
Yeah,
which
the
is
top
like
result is
Fuck
Grinder.
it.
For sure. It's just like, all right, well, you're gay.
so
Men in short sleeves.
so then the top thing is like a post from 2012, and somebody's like asking what I'm asking. How do you get those very short sleeves? And like the first response is, I'm just kind of quoting here. It's like, are you going to be one of those faggots that buys women's shirts? Blah blah blah. So then when I read that, I was like, oh, that's the piece of information I was looking for. And I ordered
It's a good
women's
idea.
shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, but wear
You
a
ordered
fucking
women's
you look
shirts?
jacked in
Yeah.
a woman's shirt.
Yeah. No,
Little spaghetti
no,
spaghetti
you don't look
tank
jacked.
top.
You look very, very weird. It was a silly looking shirt. It went right in the trash.
That's
Alright.
called a baby doll tee.
Okay.
Women's small t-shirts are called, I think, like baby doll tees, and they come up to like their shoulders.
Yeah.
Yes.
They come up to their little shoulders. And
Yeah.
they,
Doll tea. That's what I'll have to Google.
That's what you got to Google.
They should have it for
Or you
men
should just
now.
get a tube top, bro.
Yeah, rock a tube top.
Just bust out of that thing, dude. See what your mom has to say after that.
Yeah.
Your
Tell that bitch
striations,
mom
dude.
that you're fucking jacked, dude.
Yeah,
next
man.
time you go over for dinner, get a fucking crop top.
It did. It ruined
Fucking
lunch.
tube top and just walk in.
You should just fucking dress and drag and go home.
Yeah, you
Just flat-
trans, dude.
I'd be an incredibly hot woman.
Yeah, dude.
No, my God.
I'm all legs. I got narrow shoulders.
You would be
I got a.
horrendous.
Nah, Gerbs would be fucking hot, dude. Gerbs would look like the one lady from Sex and the City who like moves outside of Brooklyn. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
The red-
Yeah, the redhead. That's what I was thinking.
I don't think you have any idea.
No, that's
Yeah.
hot, bro.
6 foot.
That's fuck. I forget her name.
I
It's
forget.
not Samantha. Is
It's
it?
not Samantha. Samantha's
Samantha's
a
the
blonde
hot
slut.
slut.
Yeah, she's a blonde slut.
Yeah, dude. Samantha was a slut, dude.
Carrie was a bit of a slut too,
They
but
were
she
all
was.
sluts. They were all
But
sluts.
Carrie was fucking a bunch of Mr. Big, dude.
Yeah.
That was her big thing.
Carrie was the main character.
Yep. That-
Samantha
dude.
was the hot slut. Charlotte was my go-to.
Oh, she
Charlotte was that prim
good
and proper
girl, dude.
fucking good girl, dude. That's a Central PA girl, dude.
She was a good
Just
girl.
a good,
That-
down home, mediocre slut. She wasn't even a slut.
True that. That show I think ruined a fucking generation of women.
Yeah.
Like I think it fucked them
Like,
up.
let's get mimosas and fuck dudes every day. It's like that's a nightmare. You're gonna get AIDS.
Well, there was a girl who apparently tried to like not sue Sex in the City, but like
She's like, I'm a
she
slut.
modeled her life. She like literally SJP'd, went to New York, became like a sex blogger or something, and like did this for like held up like a fake Sarah Jessica Parker identity, and then like started a blog about how like harmful it was to her and how like you can't base your life off Sex in the City, and how like it fucked her up, how she was like looking for Mr. Biggs and stuff, dude. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think reality TV is doing the same thing to him.
Yeah.
It's crushing them.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
We talked about the internet,
with
right?
Instagram just destroying
Ruining
people.
them. We got into that last week about relational aggression.
Yeah.
That's a girl stuff.
How girls
What
are
you know
mean.
about that?
What do you think about that?
No,
Steve?
I listen to that. I think that's true. But I have that sort of thing. I've been off Instagram and Twitter for the
I
most
thought you were
part.
relationally aggressive.
What?
I thought you were saying you're relationally aggressive. I was like, that's fucking sick, dude.
Oh,
No,
relationally-
Gerbies is
Very non-relationally
Yeah.
aggressive.
very nice.
So you're off the social media.
Yeah, because it was doing the same sort of like that same sort of thing you were talking about, where you'd see somebody out doing something,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm just like, I don't know. It was having a negative impact, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the consensus.
I see it. Well, yeah, mine is I just look at it and I'm like, what a bunch. When I see like 4 of those like pictures of words in a row of like Monday, I told my boss, you know what I'm saying? When someone's like snapshots, words, but like on like a purple background.
Oh yeah.
I'll see like 4 of those in a row, and I'm like, God, what the fuck? And I'm just
Yeah.
like, what a bunch of fucking idiots. Then I'm like,
Yeah.
why the fuck am I looking at this? I'm a fucking loser, and I did, like
Yeah.
just turn it off.
And also everybody's like, my life's a mess.
Yeah, that's
That's
yeah.
everybody's fucking Instagram is like me. And it's like a drunk piece of shit.
Yeah,
It's like that's me today.
I think
I'm depressed. It's like, all right.
I think people have we have like a weird yearning for childhood that I don't think any other generation has had so far. Like 30-year-olds being like, new Ninja Turtle movie sucked. It's like, bro, fucking 30. Like, of course it did. But yeah, I'm telling you, it's like even the fact now that people ironically refer to themselves being an adult is blows my fucking mind.
That is interesting. Yeah.
That's
What,
weird.
like I'm adulting?
I'm adulting.
Yeah.
Like we bought our first house. I don't know what we're doing, but it's like just fuck. It's like renting a
Yeah.
place, bro. It's not a big deal. And so you have to like. It's almost like you have to acknowledge the fact that you're an adult in a way where you're like, I'm not really an adult. It's like, what the fuck, dude? We're all losing it, dude.
Yeah, we suck.
Yeah, we gotta take it back to the fucking just short sleeves, denim on denim, dude.
Denim on denim.
Well, you should just prepare yourself for the spring and summer weather. I will be rolling up my sleeves because I do have
Yes,
a.
dude.
All right, so
Fuck yeah.
this is why I hate when you are fashionable.
Why?
Because he's done it before,
So what?
and it fucking sucked.
What? Yo, hold on.
What did I
wait.
do before?
You've tried to wear cool stuff in the past.
Like the suit?
Suit, whatever. I'm not talking about the suit. I'm talking about younger days when you were dressed like a fucking magician.
Oh, when I would wear the shirt and tie.
That was a horrible decision.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah,
pickup
cool.
artist garb.
Pickup artist garb.
Anyone
you've
can fall into that.
Yeah, but I don't want to see him fall back into that because the shit you're wearing now that you think is cool, 5 years you're gonna be like, what the fuck? I looked like a dickhead.
Nah.
All right.
But wait, right in this? I don't
That's
think
the
this
sacrifice.
is necessarily cool. I
No,
just
that's-
wore it
You
'cause
look
it's comfortable.
good. You
That's
look
just a
good.
regular. You got some regular gear on right now.
Right.
Yeah, you
Now,
look good.
But
Just a
let's-
regular Joe.
Let's
But
really
if
come
you-
to a consensus about the sleeve rolling because
You're gonna roll your sleeves.
Why not, dude? Show them
I
off.
do want to roll my sleeves. Yeah.
Roll 'em.
If you want to, do it.
But am I going to look like
Don't
a dickhead?
fucking do it around.
Hell
me.
no, dude. Yo, first rule.
First time I see
First
those
rule of
sleeves
rolling up
rolled.
your sleeves, dude. No apologies.
Yeah.
If you're gonna roll your fucking sleeves, you,
You better
roll
not
your fucking
take
sleeves
any
up.
guff.
Yeah, dude.
better
No one asked permission to roll up their sleeves, bro.
I don't have the personality to sustain any sort of conflict around my sleeve
Damn,
rolling. I
I'm
just
so
wanna do
excited
it.
for you to very defeatedly roll your sleeves down.
No, what I'm going to end up doing is buying a sewing machine and then just sewing my sleeves at the proper length.
Take it to the. No, I was actually thinking about that. Take it to like a corner laundromat and just fucking scold one of those old ladies and
Make the Chinese do it.
Yeah, sewing it for you.
Okay.
They fucking love sewing shit.
Yeah, dude.
They're all- oh, dude, I was
Go to the
at,
thing and be like, have like sew my thing, and they can give me a woman while I wait.
I went to the Gold Standard
What's that?
Cafe before this. Me and
Okay, yeah,
Claire
yeah.
went out to breakfast,
Little
and
breakfast.
there's a Japanese lady working, and she didn't know whose order it was. And I could tell she didn't want to make an announcement because her English sucked.
Oh, well,
so I was just watching her. She was holding this Eggs Benedict, and she didn't want to make the announcement. But eventually, she had to be like, "Did anyone order Eggs Benedict?" And Claire looked at me and was like, "Don't fucking say anything." And I was just like, "She's like Eggs Oh, Benedict?
Well, the shame must have been so heavy at that point.
Yeah, well, I could, because I watched her the whole way. She made the announcement like from our table. She was standing like right next to me, and I saw her like hesitate to make the announcement, and I was like, yes, dude, because she was trying so hard to just find the person.
Oh, she probably blushed and was like, and her dad was in the back with like a wife beater with khakis pulled up to his nipples, like, oh, his son, always so beautiful.
It's pretty great because it's by Penn's campus, so it's a bunch of Chinese running around, dude. Japanese,
man.
Mostly Japanese.
Fuck.
And they were very fucking dishonorable about the fucking eggs of Benedict.
Dude, you got. I know in Asian culture, if you have like a mysterious eggs Benedict, dude, you just trash them. Like, I need another eggs Benedict.
Eggs of Benedict. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Kiko-san, always so beautiful.
It was great, just like, especially because immediately Claire looked at me and was like, don't. Because she knew I wanted to be like, that was me. No, what? Like, I wanted to talk to this lady.
My
and get her fucking.
You should make right here and
talk.
let her sit him down. And when someone's like, "Where's Meg's Benedict?" She'd be like,
It's like, sorry, is it not your egg Benedict? I'd be like, no, this is mine. She's like, okay, sorry. Yeah, dude, Asians are the shit.
"Oh, they're the best."
I
dude.
support them.
I
I don't
support-
want people to think that we're being racist.
I don't think
It's very
weird.
supportive.
It's hilarious, dude.
Japanese are the shit.
Dude, I've
Bad boys for a while, but now they cleaned their act up.
they did. Well, I mean, they were minding their own business, and they were.
No, they were not.
Yeah, how they were on their island, fucking walking around like
forever.
they were walking around like
Yeah.
Power Rangers for a while on their island, just controlling. Literally, it was like controlling the rice supply.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you got to make 50 bushels of rice for me, and I'd wear a fucking. I'd walk around like a weird totem pole or transformer.
Dude, did you ever
They had
watch
to
that?
figure it out.
Did you ever watch that History of Japan thing on YouTube?
What?
It's fucking sick. This guy just goes through the entire history of Japan in like a 15-minute YouTube video.
Apparently,
It's
someone's trying
hilarious.
to tell me that they made up samurai culture. Like, it wasn't as crazy as they said, and it was a propaganda by the Japanese government to instill like a sense of warriorness in people. Like they had a feudal system, but like all the rituals and shit. Someone said they made that shit up.
I don't know. I think they literally had like a shogun and like a military emperor.
Yeah, they had the
emperor. Like a samurai emperor was like, we're the emperor.
They had that, but apparently there was parts of the culture. Someone was telling me Carlin talked about it.
Oh, really?
How there's like a lot of the folklore around the samurai.
Well, if Carlin said it, I believe it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, he said
I wasn't sure where you're getting this.
I believe
info.
it all. I love samurai stuff.
Yeah, samurai.
But that's a sick fucking trick, dude.
Yeah.
To tell people like, and then if you are dishonorable, you stab yourself in the stomachs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that shit was probably a little
Yeah,
fabricated.
that's what they're saying. They're like, people didn't do shit like that. It was just a feudal
Yeah,
society.
I've always thought that. It's like, that's a tough fucking... It's like, yeah, we lost the battle. Now the general's going to cut his guts out.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, dude.
I mean, you would think that would translate. I don't know what the suicide rate is like that in Japan. Who kills themselves more?
I think the Japanese are pretty high up on the suicide
Do they
scale.
really?
Yeah, they do it a lot. They have that forest where fucking...
True that.
That vlogger
Sui zone?
found that dude, yeah, up in the fucking suicide forest.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
What do you think of that, Gerbs?
What the blogger?
Yeah,
Finding
Logan
that-
Paul or
I
Logan
didn't
Paul?
watch the video.
It's great.
It-
It's
oh, okay.
so fucking funny.
It's just fucking.
Dude, it's
Is he
him.
attempting to be funny, or is
Yeah,
he just...
he's a
okay.
huge fucking dildo, and he's first off, he's running around Japan throwing like stuffed Pokeballs at Japanese people.
Stop.
He's dressed like a Pikachu, running around harassing people. Like he's the biggest.
So he's
dickhead
fitting
on
in.
Earth. Yeah, he's literally the biggest fucking
everyone loves him.
dickhead on earth.
Damn.
And then
he was throwing Pokeballs at people.
yeah, he was throwing Pokeballs at like Japanese Tokyo partners. Dude.
you catch anyone?
Literal Tokyo partners standing there.
What
like,
did they do? Did they buck out of the
just
ball?
look at him and be like,
Did they
"What the
buck out of the ball?
Yeah, they rattled. The ball shook a couple times.
The Tokyo partner has escaped.
Tokyo partner is tough to catch.
Oh fuck yeah,
That's
dude!
a final form.
I wouldn't want to start a Pokeball battle with a
Partner?
Tokyo partner, dude. They probably have the latest shit.
You get fucking laid out, dude.
Yeah.
So he's fucking with all these people, and then he's like, "I hear there's a suicide forest. Let's go check it out." And of course, there's a partner hung himself.
Jesus.
So he finds a partner, and they're like, "Look at this fucking dead body! Whoa! I've never seen a dead body in my life. This is crazy."
What?
Yeah, some fucking partner was
This had to have been a long time ago.
when this happened.
Yeah.
last year.
Oh, it was just last year?
Yeah.
Damn. Just how's this guy's fan base looking?
He took a slight hit, but he's fine. His
doing good.
fan base is like 12-year-olds.
That are like, whoa.
Yeah, they're like, he's hilarious. Then he started
crazy.
making rap videos.
The last
Do yourself a favor and watch Logan and Jake Paul made rap videos. Instagram stars started making rap videos, and they are fucking crazy.
Well, look, there's a subculture for YouTube that's just for fucking morons.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's in like hard moron terrain of
moron.
YouTube.
And that's another like a perfect example of people being like, yeah, but he's rich, must be doing something right. It's like, no, he's a fucking retard.
Yeah.
That guy sucks.
Yeah.
And I hate when people are like, yeah, they're rich, doing something. You're just jealous. It's like, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah, they're
switch.
rich. Okay. The guy sucks.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's always bothered me.
That is, people will defend the. Everyone always does the thing with the Kardashians. We're like, she's actually a smart businesswoman.
Yeah, it's like, no, she's not. She made a sex tape, has a fat ass. Now she's married to a fucking black Republican.
I mean, kind of genius.
True. I mean, I knew I was going to switch you on that one.
People always do that. Well, you did the same thing. Like, she's rich. You're just jealous, and it's like, all right. Honestly, though, how much would you take? How much would it cost for you to fuck Ray J?
For me? I saw Ray J
What,
earlier this year.
What?
Yeah, ran into him up at Sirius.
Talk to him about his root?
I saw him. And
Like, nice root, bro.
I was a thick fucking root, dude.
Like, nice root, bro.
No, he had a fucking posse, though. There's like 50 dudes up there.
Who's rolling with Ray J?
Ray J's got a thick fucking root and a thick squad, dude.
Dude, you got to get through his squad to get to his root.
Impossible. You can't get to his root. You got to battle like 12 black dudes to get a look at the root.
You got to get through the ravine, dude. All the roots probably cross around him.
What do you think of that, Gerbs? Checking your phone. Are we
Well, no, I
boring
just
you?
got a text. 'Cause I didn't know if my dad was coming today or not. And
Yo,
he's
get him
not.
on the cast.
Yeah, tell your dad to get in here. Your dad hates me.
What?
Does he
No,
really?
doesn't he?
Yeah,
No,
remember when
no.
I tried to take a shit and he was like, no?
Yeah.
This is
Wait, he denied
this
you a
was
shit?
insane.
He denied you a
This
shit?
was insane. And
Where-
Gerby
whose
stands
house were
behind
you
him.
in?
We were at the tire shop where we were filming tires, etc. His dad comes in. There's an office. So the only bathroom is in the public bathroom.
Yeah.
Is in the lobby where
Sure.
every single person was
And we're filming.
that we were filming. So I can't take a shit in there.
Where are you filming? Oh, wait, is it? It's closed while you're filming,
Yeah.
Yeah, the shop's closed, but
and he wouldn't let you shit.
so
No,
I go
the-
upstairs
There's
and
an
he's
upstairs
Oh, we
office.
try to go to the executive suite.
Another toilet. And
which
mind
is
you-
what everyone was using, except his dad wasn't there. So his dad was there when I was up there, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I was just gonna go to the bathroom, and he was like, "There's one downstairs," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna more privacy," and he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I gotta fucking spell it out. I'm gonna take a shit."
He's
And
crazy.
O'Connor was in another room and heard it and walked out and was like, "That was crazy." Like, it was crazy.
Damn.
Your dad got me, dude.
I mean, the
And then
whole-
Gerby defended it. Gerby was like, "Well, I'll go on."
Let's hear the defense.
No, I'm not defending what my dad did. There's no
You
defense.
shut
to
down
that.
a dump, dude.
The last time I was there, I went upstairs to take a shit, and Gerben was like, "I'll clean it then." Yeah, go ahead. It's like, what?
Because he is
You think I'm
letting
gonna
us use
spray shit everywhere and
no,
not clean
look,
it?
it's insane, but I can't. The drama. I mean, he is just as stubborn as you could be. So if you're like, I'm gonna go shit in this thing, and he's like, if he shits in this, then I'm not having anybody here. Then it's like, well, what do I do? So it's just like
he threatened to shut down production.
Well, I was joking
if I
with
took a
him.
shit.
I was joking with him before the second one. I was like, and everybody, just so you know, is going to shit in your private bathroom. He's like, Steven, I'll shut the... And it was a whole thing. So I was like, you gotta fucking relax because I'll just clean it. I don't fucking care. It's like...
I'm on your dad's side.
I mean,
He's been
if you
clean-
put
no.
it that way,
Here's where I'm on
No.
your dad's side from. Your dad's been cleaning up fucking like low level mechanic dumps.
nah, you should see the mechanics dumps.
That's what
where
I'm
there-
saying.
No, that bathroom is a fucking
That's what I'm
dungeon.
saying, dude. When a Jiffy Lube mechanic takes a dump, it just shoots everywhere.
Yeah.
It leaves the toilet bowl and hits
But
the
there's
wall.
No,
difference.
the mechanics have a bathroom.
Bathroom.
And it is, you've never seen a bathroom like
That's why
this.
he's quarantined everyone in that bathroom, dude.
It is a
He probably
repulsive
has to
bathroom.
wear hazmat suits and like power wash the bathroom.
You would have to wear a hazmat suit to clean that bathroom, dude.
Wait, I'm wondering... I'm on Shane's side here.
I'm on your dad's side.
No, I think that there is a reason to say mechanics have
Yes.
the mechanics bathroom.
Yes.
But somebody coming in to just shoot a thing that he's not.
We're gonna
he's
film
not-
for
he's
fucking
not covered
9
in
hours.
grease,
That's
he's
the
not-
ass level of mechanic, though.
But
Aspiring actor probably takes a very similar dumps to a mechanic.
No, but the mechanic is like covered in oil and whatever. Well, whatever. It's one of those things. So
that is funny. I got denied. I asked. I stuck asylum in like a stranger's house. I was like, "Can I use your bathroom, sir?" And they're like, "What do you got to do?" Actually, no. It was we were playing basketball, and we gave my friend laxatives.
yeah.
And then while we're playing, we're all like elbowing him in the stomach and stuff. we actually called my friend. We had this weird phase where we were giving people laxatives when I was like in high school. And the first one we did, me and my cousin got laxatives and put them in chocolate milk and opened did you ever talk about this? And we opened the chocolate milk up and we brought chocolate milk to like 4 or 5 chocolate milks to my friends. And we each grabbed one that was good. We gave our one friend the one with laxative. Like, yo, Wawa just gave us free chocolate milk, dude. Let's drink up, play some basketball. So as he's drinking, we're like, yeah, drink it up, man. Come on, cheers.
Cheers. Chug that.
So we get him and chugs chocolate milk.
You're a terrifying human.
So then we're playing basketball, and the whole time we get a rebound, I'm like, whap, and elbow in the stomach. So we're all like hitting him. He's like, what the fuck's going on? And then he's like, oh my God, I got a shit. So he goes to this guy's house. He's like, can I use your bathroom? The guy's like, what do you got to do? And he goes, I got to do number 2. And the guy goes, nope. I think he had to get picked up, and then he went home. He wasn't far from his house. Dude, we did that. We gave girls laxative in high school.
Nice.
It was fantastic, dude.
It's like assault.
It's like assault.
I mean, not in high school. I didn't know.
True.
You know, we gave it. Yeah, I've talked about this.
Dude,
before.
I hope you get me too'd over
giving laxative.
roofying someone with the laxative.
Bro, we gave it. Oh man, that was horrible. It was mineral oil. I talked about this before.
No, I don't know
Had
if you
to
did.
have.
Did it to a lady?
In high school, we did it to a gang of ladies, dude. The 3 of them. We were drinking vodka at our house, and I would make shots, and then me and one of my boys would fucking instead of shots, we would put mineral oil.
Oh my God!
So we fed this trio of chicks like 4 shots of mineral oil.
What happened,
dude? So we went to the football. We went to the football game and followed them to like see what they would blow. So we went to the football game and we were like, what the fuck? They're not shitting. We were like sitting there like, what's going on? And then we saw them leave and we were like, oh fuck, they're going to shit. So we followed them up to a Wendy's. And they had gone into a Wendy's and we're blowing it out. We were knocking on the door like, where are you guys going? What's going on?
Damn, they suck refuge in a fucking Wendy's.
And then from the 202 Wendy's. And then my friend's like, yo, you guys are drunk. I got to drive you home, even though they weren't really drunk. So my friend drove him home and hit all the bumps. He's like, I swear one of them shit themselves.
He was hitting bumps on purpose.
He went through a construction zone and he was going, bump, bump, bump. He's like, dude, I swear one of them shit.
Holy fuck.
It was fucked up, dude.
Damn, that friend is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, he's a fucking total beast.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. The more, dude, with school, the more I'm like researching like behavioral disorders. My whole squad was conduct disorder, CD'd, anti-personality, antisocial. Dude, because the shit I'm hitting people with, that is like, I have to give a presentation on conduct disorder, and I'm like, if I were to fucking even just tell people what I was up to as a youth, dude, this whole class would be, get out. You got to leave now.
Yeah.
But dude, in my head, I was like,
dude, you tell me shit, and I'm like,
I thought
you gotta leave.
That made perfect sense to me. I was like, yeah, we'll slip him a little bit because we did it to my friend.
I mean, that's hilarious.
We did it to my friend, and then my cousin wanted to get out of school, so he was like, I wonder what this is like, and he dragged laxative.
What do you think he's gonna go home early because he had to shit?
No, he did it before school, so then he did it before school, so he could just like be in the bathroom shitting on. So I told him, I'm like,
you don't have to actually shit.
So I told him, I'm like, you could have just said you had diarrhea, and he was like, oh fuck, but he was like, well, I kind of want to see what it did, and he was like, he called my friend up and apologized, like, dude, I didn't know how fucking bad that was.
Oh,
you drink
man.
a bunch of laxative, dude. Apparently, it's like you shit like a maniac.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You've definitely had laxative.
No.
Really?
No.
Wow. I thought for sure.
I have pooped my pants in public. But not a laxative. You're just validating all my concerns about people.
Why?
Because that's the whole thing. I'm always like, I would sometimes get panicky if I left a drink.
Oh, for sure. Dude, I have a phobia of being poisoned. And it probably stems from all the horrible shit
From
that I've done.
poisoning people.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have like if I'm at Chipotle and I gotta go to the bathroom, I'll take my food with me and like take a piss and come back and put it back down.
Yeah.
I have my lax karma is through the
bring your
roof.
food into the bathroom?
Fuck yeah, I've started to not do it now. That's my big thing.
You can't do that.
I had to, bro. I thought someone was gonna lax me back. I thought one of these fucking girls were gonna come back and fucking mineral oil me up.
They definitely you deserve it, but no, nobody's
Dude.
gonna lax you.
Fuck, man. I deserve it.
We should probably go back to
when'd you shit your pants?
shitting your pants in public.
It was I was in middle school and I had like I didn't use the public restroom because
I never shit at my school in grade school.
Yeah.
Not
when I
once.
was a kid, I didn't shit.
I
in
don't like
school.
it.
I would go to the nurse's office.
Ooh, I got
wow.
I got a bellyache and go to the bathroom like, ugh.
Yeah. So I was holding it in, and then
Damn, so you'd only dump for the nurse?
in
Like, I got a present
Damn,
for you.
that's so funny. She definitely knew.
No, she knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just come in and be like, I need to use the restroom. She'd be okay. And then I just because they had a private.
Damn, you were probably such a little dork.
Yes.
You're probably adorable.
And so.
Oh,
You
my
were a
God.
tiny boy, right?
Yeah.
She'd be like, Miss
How
Green,
tall were
can I
you?
poop?
You recently got tall.
Yes. Yeah, because I was 5'2" my senior year of high school.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was
You were a
itty-bitty.
little boy, dude.
Yes.
You would go seek dump asylum.
So I had to, I had diarrhea that morning. And then it was kind of one of those things where it would.
I love dorks with like, well, I had diarrhea in the morning. For some reason, I'm just like, yeah, I shit weird. Like that's how I process
It's
it.
like almost like a Civil War journal, a Civil War general documenting their day. Like, well, I had diarrhea in the morning, and
Yeah, early in the morning, I was struck with some mean grumbling in my tongue.
so you were prey walking through the hallways, and your stomach.
Yeah, it was
like
like one of those, like, diarrhea has that bizarre sensation that I can't quite articulate. My parents are blowing up my cell phone. Let me just make
It's
sure.
probably a shit in the toilet. It's probably a shit in the
Yeah,
executive.
someone's definitely shit.
Someone took it
Someone
off.
shit at work.
I'm just putting it on silent. It's like
Someone must have
thumbs
took
up
an
and stuff.
unauthorized shit.
Yeah. So it's just
I'm
like
gonna take a fucking upper decker at your dad's work.
I'll be sure to tell him. And
Let
then,
him know, dude.
Yeah.
I'll fucking swear
So
up.
it's that weird sensation where like there's like the diarrhea sort of rushes down.
Yeah, and it just blocks right at the butthole.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You're like blocking it, and then it somehow goes away.
It didn't. Yeah, and then
Right.
it dissipates. Yeah, but you didn't block it.
So, well, I had all day, and then it was 8th period. We're in gym class. We're playing kickball.
Oh, you had diarrhea in gym class?
When I kicked the ball,
when you kick,
yeah, everything relaxed, and it was like prop. And then
What were you wearing?
Well, my PE uniform. So it was-
Shorts?
Yeah, shorts
PE
and boxer
uniform.
shorts.
there's just such a dork mentality. I don't know what.
But it
is.
wasn't like full diarrhea. It was just like
Just a squirt.
prop. Yeah, and
Was
then
it hot?
I ran to
And
first.
then it was cold right away. You know what I mean? Because that liquid's just sitting on it. Yeah.
I ran to first, and then I
You
remember
were
got
on
single.
base with a shit in your pants?
I was on
single.
base there, like trying to. And then the next person had a double, and I remember getting a third. And there's
Slid
this
into
kid
third?
Sean playing third, and I think a piece dropped out. Because I remember he was one of these kids. Like I was saying, Shane is like a natural rhythm. He was like a natural athlete, and you know how like
He bird dogged your turd on
he
the
was
ground?
like kind of. I just remember him like looking at whatever's on the ground, just like rubbing it with his foot, and like just kind of confused.
He stepped on it and mashed it around.
That's his shit at that point.
But it wasn't. He was just confused. It wasn't like he was.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't think the smell was wafting. And then I got home somehow, and so I go into the locker room.
So you scored.
I can't remember if I scored or whether the period ended. But I went into the locker room.
You slid into home and
You
it was
definitely
just a
got
big,
tagged out.
it was a
Someone
big
beamed
snail-
you with the fucking
It was just
ball.
a big snail trail on the ground.
And then I went in the bathroom and I
You slid for
so,
50 feet.
Fuck, dude.
So you went in the
I
bathroom
go
and
in the
took care of this
bathroom and I was
dump.
so embarrassed, and I took my boxer shorts off, and
Sure.
I put my PE uniforms, my new boxers, and my pants on, and then I put my boxers in my lunch bag.
No, you throw
Oh,
him
you
out.
gotta throw him out, you fucking weirdo.
Oh,
And I came home and was trying to wash them in my sink.
Nah, dude.
And then my mom walked in and was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, and I started crying. I was like, "Eh." And then she was like, "Why did you throw them out?"
yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of washing your shit in the sink?
Yeah.
Damn, it's crazy your mom wasn't more sympathetic. She was like, why did you throw him out? You're like, I shit my pants.
Well, you
Yeah,
ruined
she's
your
like,
lunch
well,
bag.
she was like, "It doesn't matter. You shit your
Yeah.
pants. Just throw out your underwear."
That's a good lesson.
That's crazy. Soder shit his pants. playing kickball as he kicked it.
I'll up your craziness one more level. Because I Wikipedia'd him the other day. We have the exact same birthday.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
Soder shit his pants kicking the ball.
That's
It must be
wild.
what sign
And
are you?
then threw his pants out, threw his underwear out, and a kid fished him out and was like, "You shit your pants."
There's always someone
old
on
was he?
patrol for pants shitters.
He lies. He was older.
Oh.
He claims preschool, but you're not playing.
But you're not playing
fucking
fucking
kickball
kickball
at
in
preschool.
preschool.
So Danny Sodi's was probably a 3rd grade dump.
Probably, dude.
Probably a 5th grade dump.
Yeah,
Soder
man.
shit his pants in college.
For someone to be able to fish a fucking dump out of the trash,
Yep.
you're talking like someone's going through puberty at that
Yeah,
point.
and what up? Yeah, because in order to fish a dump out, you have to be like super vindictive and
For sure, dude.
testosterone fueled, where you're just like, I got to destroy this other guy.
I mean, that was. I knew a couple people that fell by the wayside dumping their pants in fucking grade school, dude. That was a hard. That was taking a mortar shell, dude. Did you ever get discovered as a fucking
No,
dumper?
I don't think so. Nope.
I got away with one in 3rd grade. I sharted right before the bell. Right before the buses came, I sharted. And then I did this weird, like, PR damage control where I was going around like, you smell my shirt? It fucking stinks. I don't know what's going on.
Whoa, that's
I
impressive.
was a psycho. I went around, I
Damn.
was like, I think my dog shit somewhere. I don't know. But everyone was like, cool. Like, everyone was like, yeah, definitely.
Wait, you
What
shit
an
on the way to school?
interesting-
I sharted at the end of the day.
And you were like, I think my dog shit somewhere?
Yeah, well, we were 3rd grade.
Yeah, you're
I was,
coming up
I
with
was
them.
pulling away with lies, dude. I was just
Holy shit.
Trump daddy, dude. I fucking dumb.
You're razzle dazzle,
dumb
dude.
daddy, dude. I was just lying. People were like, you shit. I was like, you're lying. Fuck you, dude.
Talk about getting ahead of the story.
Oh,
guys.
for sure.
No one even smelled it, but I was all over it.
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
gotta,
stunk.
You
I
gotta
had,
shit in your
I
pants.
had diarrhea in my trunks. Dude.
I didn't really shit myself at all. A couple of my cousins fell by the wayside, sharting, shitting themselves a couple times, dude. But
It's such a dude. If you full shit your pants, because especially where I was from, we all went to the same, grade school, high school, like from fucking kindergarten through 12th.
Right.
We were
Yeah.
all together in the same class,
For sure.
like a small class. So like if you shit your pants, everyone was like, "Yeah, that guy shit his pants," and you just weren't cool.
yeah.
Like for the rest of your life, it was like,
It
remember
was
4th
weird.
grade?
It was weird because we had a kid shit his pants in probably 4th grade, and everyone was just like, the day of, we were like, bah! But after a while, everyone was like, whatever.
Nice, you guys.
We were pretty progressive. My school was pretty progressive
Very
about shitting your
progressive.
pants. We had a lot of pants shitters, though, so I think it was like,
It was contagious. You guys are shitting. I think my favorite thing kids did was faint in church.
oh my God,
Holy
dude.
fuck. We went through a phase where kids were fainting. Every
Yeah.
mass. One kid fainted right in front of me, and his head went back on the pew. And right in front of me, and I was like, oh!
Yeah, my friend took one. He had like a weird thing where he started having fainting spells, and he went down. I remember he was laying by the kneeler, and we didn't know like what it was, and we were just like kicking him and shit. And we were like, "Get the fuck up, dude! Get the fuck."
I had a kid have a seizure during a final.
Damn.
And as soon as he seizured out, I stole my friend's Scantron and copied it because everyone was taking care of this kid. Like, as soon as a dude had a seizure, I was like, give me that fucking test.
That's actually perfect, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I did well, too.
Good for that kid too. Taking
Kid
one
who
for the team. Yeah.
Seizured out.
It was probably a false flag, so everyone could cheat.
Nah, it was not false, dude. He was like he had this weird thing where like he couldn't sweat.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whatever the fucking disease is, I don't know, but he would get crazy overheated. Some
What did he have
wild
to
shit.
do?
I don't know, but it was hot during the final.
how would
It
he
was at the
fan
end of the
himself
year.
down?
I don't know. I forget.
Damn, how do you
He had,
sell?
like,
So he
special
couldn't
uniforms.
maintain homeostasis.
No, he was always running hot.
What?
And he
That'll
seized.
fry your organs, dude.
He
He seized
seized
up.
out, dude. It
Damn.
was a hot test.
It's like Excite Bike, dude. You had to pull over for a minute.
Oh man,
God dang.
seizures are terrifying.
Oh yeah, dude.
You ever see someone have a seizure?
I think so.
fucking
In
wild,
high
dude.
school, I did. Yeah. I remember we learned you had to push up in like the bottom of their throat and keep them from biting off their tongue.
I watched a lady do it at I was at Notre Dame, Michigan, and before the game, I saw this girl like talking to her boyfriend, and I could see her face. It was so weird that like I was staring at her. I was like, "This is I've never
She
seen."
was getting ready for a
She was
seize.
making like a weird, scared face, like
Shit.
holding her boyfriend, and he was like looking at her like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh, my
And
God.
she like dropped down. Stayed on her feet, but she like dropped down, got her eagle on real quick, and then popped back up and was like about, and then she fell and had a fucking like hard
God
seizure. And I
damn,
was just
dude.
standing there like fucking hammered, like whoa,
That's
help,
terrifying.
help!
Right away, you're like, I think that lady
Scalped
shit
their
her pants.
tickets.
I think that lady shit her
I
pants.
immediately ran over and scalped their tickets.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like, you don't need that lady's ticket, dude. She's got to go to the hospital. Give you $20.
Take her out of there.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. What you think about that, Gerben?
What's this? I mean, scary. Seizures are scary.
You
Yeah.
strike me as a guy who could have seizures.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope you do. I hope
God.
you start getting them.
Well,
I hope
jeez.
not.
No, of course not. But you got health issues, right?
Yeah, but let's just hope that that's where they end.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. If you were gonna seize, you'd have seized up by now.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's not gonna kick in on you late. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think they might kick in.
Well,
late.
you can if you're like I think a lot of rappers are getting seizures. Lil Wayne had them. Rick Ross. I think if you started like consuming promethazine real heavy, you might be able to seize up.
What is promethazine?
It's scissor.
Yeah,
It's a purple
dude.
drink.
Let's get some purple drink. Get some
Codeine,
scissor up in your
promethazine.
fucking seltzer waters.
Pull up at 8. Yeah, you know what promethazine is?
No.
Codeine cough syrup.
Oh, okay.
That's prometh. That's syrup. That's when
Okay.
they're sipping on syrup.
Okay.
Pull up a faux.
All new to me. I mean,
That's faux ounces of fucking syrup.
so they just sip on.
Yeah, you sip
NyQuil?
on. No, it's not. It's not NyQuil.
NyQuil.
It's promethazine and
Come on,
codeine.
dog.
Huh.
Come on, bro.
NyQuil is what's in that like DXM,
Yeah,
dextro.
you can't fucking den them out and not know what syrup is.
True.
Yeah. No,
What,
I don't know
syrup?
what syrup is.
You don't even know
but
syrup?
I'm not going to be. No.
I used to be
Alright.
deep in the syrup game, dude.
Were
When I was
you?
19, I used to cop pints for, and some guy told me you like mix it with Karo syrup, and you can. That's how you cut. That's how you know you get bad syrup. If you crack your fucking bottle of syrup, and it's all like sugar crusted around the top, someone cut your shit with Karo syrup. That's how you know you got bad syrup.
Would you listen?
I bought it once and tried to sell it. My friend just drank it all and drove his car into a hill. And I was like, "Fuck, dude!" I lost like $240.
That's sick. He drank it all.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna hold this. I thought it was so funny that it had scissor up, and I was,
Yeah.
I was selling little shots of scissor up. So I was like, hold it at your house. Don't, and he just fucking downed like 8 ounces
Damn, you
of
were
shit.
selling scissor as a
Yeah,
young
when I was
man?
19. Yeah, and he fucking he was
Like Mike Jones. dude.
juice man, baby, dude. He fucking my friend was. I was like, dude, where you at? I need my fucking scissor up.
Damn.
No one was buying it.
Would you listen to Chopped and Screwed?
Oh, for
rap?
sure, dude. I drank it. I got fucked up.
Fuck.
I drank, dude. Scissor up fucks you up.
I bet.
It's you have to take like if you take like a painkiller and drink scissor up, it fucking bucks you, dude.
What does it feel like?
If you take like a painkiller, I'm not advocating this first of all, but if you take like a painkiller, you drink scissor up, you lay down and you feel like you're floating. You're like
Yeah,
you're
you
kind
can't
of
feel your body, right?
no, you're like in and out of sleep. So like you're like laying there and you're kind. I mean, you're basically dipping out. You're like half asleep, half awake, and you're just kind of like laying there, kind of like you're like an orb, just like. Brrr. I didn't care for it honestly,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you like taking a trip. Mentally.
I like bugging out. Yeah, I'm not really into like I'm not trying to re-enter the womb, bro.
Yeah.
that's the choice you make every day. You wake up, you got the twin gremlins of anxiety and depression. I'm going for the unknown. People more depressed types kind of hang
Yeah.
back and just sort of like, meh.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
more.
like,
I
what the
go.
fuck's
I go
going
with the depressed guy.
Kinda- you choose
I
the-
try to black out on alcohol.
Nah, dude.
I try to numb everything. You try to fucking.
I want to know too
heighten
much.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm a big fucking.
I mean, that's why this yin and yang, dude.
Exactly.
That's why this podcast
Where do you
is
fall,
fucking
Gerbs?
elite.
Oh, definitely the alcohol.
Really?
Oh
Yeah,
my
Gerbs
god.
tries to numb the pain, dude.
Seeking the, that's true. A fucking bad boy like that, dude.
Yeah. With this lifestyle, come on, dude. You gotta forget those demons. You shit your pants playing kickball. You fucking.
I love alcohol.
It's
Do you
great.
really?
Ugh.
I don't really like it that. I mean, it's fun. If you catch me on a summer day and start feeding me alcohol, I'm not
We
going to
gotta go
stop
to the
drinking
beach.
until I black
We
out.
gotta go to the beach.
That is, yeah, we do. That was so
That
fucking
is
fun.
so fucking fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
real
you put me-
organic way to get some topless photos of my.
Yeah, you
Oh, you need
topless.
to, yeah. Just take a winner pick, dude. Let them know.
Go out and go out right now.
No, not even, no.
You should go on a date with no shirt on.
And
You got to get tatted too.
I have a tat.
What tat you got?
It's just like a lizard.
what? Wait, what?
Wait, you got the Sobe logo?
Yeah, it was regrettable. My cousin had gotten a lizard tattoo, so I got one. So I
Wait.
thought it was gonna be in a plane crash.
Wait.
Yeah,
Let me see your lizard tattoo.
it's on my shoulder,
Let me see it.
What's it look like?
like a Geico lizard. It's
No,
so stupid.
dude.
Oh my
It's
god!
literally-
Damn, Gerbies is unbuttoning the denim.
Oh, we always get him to undress. Let me see that scapular
Take
wing.
your shirt
dude.
off, dude.
I'm not taking a shirt off.
Holy shit! What the
Damn,
fuck?
bro, you
Gerben
got-
has a tribal lizard tattoo.
Really stupid.
You got an iguana?
Yeah,
Did you ever see
yeah.
my tat, dude? Fucking don't tread on me,
His
snake, bro.
dad is a retarded snake.
Snake in the desert, dude.
Okay, that's good. We've got similar creatures.
Yeah, we got some. We're definitely like.
Yeah, dude.
That makes sense.
Yeah, both you guys are just
Very
wild
reptilian,
reptilian
dude. Cold and
fucking-
reptilian.
Wow.
Damn, that's sick. We
I
got
gotta get
tats.
a dumb fucking
You gotta
animal
get
on my
tatted up,
shoulder.
dude.
Tattoo.
I don't know what tat I should
Dude, if
get.
you
What
got
tat should
if
I
you
get?
got a teardrop under your eye, you would blow
No,
up, dude.
don't do that.
You would fucking blow
Especially
up.
because I'm balding now, so I'll look like just a regular dad.
You should know.
Get on Propecia.
Nah, doesn't that fuck you up?
No.
Yeah, definitely. Dude.
I'm not doing that. Fuck it. I'm going bald. I'll look sick.
Go bald, dude.
Yeah.
Go bald.
I'll
Just
be happy
copy
bald.
all of Joe Rogan's tattoos.
True.
Get the dimethyltryptamine on your
Well,
arm.
I can't get tattoos because I have a fat, flabby body. It'll look retarded.
Doesn't matter.
Get on your shoulder.
That'll look sick, dude.
Fuck, your shoulders. Both you guys have retarded.
No, my
tattoos.
tattoo's sick, dude.
Your tattoo is now funny. When you got it, trying to be cool, it sucked. Now it's hilarious. Matt has "Don't tread on me."
It says "Don't tread on me." That's pretty cool.
I tried to cover up the lettering and with like a shittier tattoo over it, so now it's just like this desert and this a snake
snake's in the
and this like
desert now.
girly desert with like friendly looking cactuses.
Can I just see it?
Yeah,
A little
dude.
bit?
The snake, the desert, it looks like an '80s airbrushed T-shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, dude.
Dude,
And then I thought they were gonna cover up.
Damn, the boys are popping the shirts off.
I thought they were going to fucking.
Why are you
cover
taking your shirt
Well, I
off?
was going to show him mine.
Let me see it. Let me see the full thing.
Yo, Gerbies is fucking ripped,
Wow.
dude. Fucking.
Oh, man.
Who wants some of that, dude?
Yeah, definitely, there's more going on.
Look how fucking sharp that cactus is, dude. Look how sharp that cactus is, dude. If you sat on that, your ass would fucking hurt.
Yeah, I like yours better.
Damn, dude. No way, dude. You're just fucking sick.
It's so fucking crazy that you have a fucking lizard tattoo.
Why'd you get that Liz on you?
I kind of said I hit mild turbulence in a plane. I thought I was gonna die, and I was like, if I get out of here, I'm gonna, get a tattoo. And I always
Jesus
come
Christ,
Damn, dude.
You had a fucking bump on an airplane and got a lizard tattoo.
I was trying to impress somebody.
Who?
This girl.
How would you say about the Liz tat?
Of course she didn't care. I mean, it's just.
Wait, how'd you reveal the tat to her?
I don't even remember how the reveal happened.
Yeah, you do.
No, I swear.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
fucking
I
do.
swear I don't. I would tell you.
Oh my god.
Well, you're very premeditated in like your sleeve position, so you probably just rolled him up. Gerbs, you're looking fucking ripped, bro.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Yo,
dude.
I had my finger on the mic.
You got abs,
Gerbs
dude.
fucking
Thank
ripped. Gerbs, you're fucking chiseled, dude. God damn, you're
Shane-
made out of
Shane
marble,
punched me in
bro.
the stomach. Yeah. I pinched my stomach.
You look
Dude.
fucking sick, dude.
Gerbs, you're made out of fucking marble, dude.
Yeah, right.
No,
But
I'm
thank
dead
you.
serious.
Thank you.
Gerbs, you're fucking shredded.
Thanks, man.
You're fucking dried
I'm
out,
working
dude.
on it. I'm working on
You're
it.
fucking totally dried out. For real, I'm dead serious. I'm
Oh, okay.
not fucking around.
Oh fuck.
Damn, dude.
Anyway, the
Fucking Bruce Lee, dude.
yeah, I don't, dude. I think I've said this on this podcast before.
Damn.
The way I honestly thought you dated women, and this was like in college, but also because, I didn't date at all, given that I was 5'2", I hadn't hit puberty until I got to college. But
Good.
it was like the Friends mentality, like the show Air
yeah,
Quotes Friends,
yeah.
where it's like you, Ross and Rachel, you become her friend,
Oh,
and then
man.
and that's what I did with this girl. And it was like 2.5 years of my life,
Damn.
just fawning over this one fucking.
And she loved it, dude.
She loved it.
Oh,
course.
she definitely loved
Of course.
And I mean, it's just that I look back on mortified. Of all the I'm fine with pickup artistry and all that silliness.
it. You shouldn't be, but all right.
No, you know what I mean. I'm not
Yeah,
okay
yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
for
sure.
Yeah.
Boy, that would keep me up
Yeah,
at night.
dude. I used to rock a shell necklace on the fucking boardwalk and just try
Yeah.
to hit on girls. I'm like, yo.
I'm fine with because it was a quick thing, and then it's just like I'm fine with the trying.
Sure.
And failing, but it's but to be with about one girl and to be like,
What year was this? What grade?
Well,
What
I
grade?
met her my freshman year, so it was like all freshman year through sophomore year.
Damn, so you were all high school like, there she goes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you almost hit that high note.
Absolutely.
There she
So it was high school, freshman, sophomore.
No.
College.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And you were just
no.
you were
Yeah,
you were a
yes.
growing boy.
Right.
You were. She probably took a week off of seeing you and came back and you were 5 inches taller.
Yeah, but still, just as not.
Damn, what
Yeah.
the fuck was it like growing when you're older? That's fucking weird,
That's
right?
awesome.
Weird, yeah. It was.
I guess you
definitely
don't.
a little weird.
Did
yeah.
you notice it? Like, did it hurt?
It
Like
not
a
physically.
werewolf?
Were you like, oh,
No.
damn.
But yeah, it was good. I mean, I was very pleased because when I went to the endocrinologist, which I think I don't know if I said on this podcast before, but where they do they literally compare your testicles to a bead of wooden testicles. that denotes the proper growth of testicles.
What?
Yeah.
No.
So I was like,
What kind of doctor is this?
Endocrinologist.
Check out my sack's doing, dude.
I got a fucking guy sonogrammed my sack.
Whoa.
When?
Yeah. I thought I had appendicitis. And they're like, do your balls hurt? And I was like, well, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they've
You said
hurt.
that.
Because you know how your balls occasionally just hurt?
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, yes.
You get like a random dick pain. You're just walking.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
So then they fucking this dude put gel on my nutsack and sonogrammed it.
Ooh.
And like,
I just flinched.
It felt good.
I didn't. No, I just felt fucking
real
flinched.
good.
I bet.
But this dude, he did not have a good sense of humor. I thought it was hilarious.
What'd you say?
He was like doing it, and you can hear the pulse. There's a noise. You can hear the blood coursing through your fucking dick.
Yeah, because you're getting a
It's
boner.
like, yeah, it's like you hear the thing, like the pump of blood in your fucking nutsack.
Damn.
And I started laughing. I was like, "What's that?" And he explained it, and I was like, "Yes, dude," because this was like 3 years ago. Like I was talking shit to
my
this guy. I
God.
thought it was funny, and he was furious.
Why was he so mad?
Probably because he was looking at my dick and nuts. And I'm just laying there, a fat dude just laying on the table laughing at him. I'm like, thanks, nurse. Thanks for the ball check, nurse. He's like, your testicles are totally fine. Why are you here?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Should we put that fucking thing back
he
up
had like
there?
a Pittsburgh Steelers fucking, what are those called?
Beanie?
Like a scrub
Like
hat?
a scrub hat with
Oh,
Steelers.
right.
Oh, he was one of those like
That was-
edgy man nurses who wore like a.
Yeah.
Dude, stop.
I was like, check my nuts, dude.
Ball doctor, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, imagine
I was
for real,
fucking with him,
imagine
yeah.
you're at your work and they're just like, all right, you gotta go check that guy's dick out. I'd be like, what?
I mean, if that's your job, and then if the guy made a joke while you're doing it, I'd be like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
like,
that's
you
the
would
other,
laugh.
that's sketchy territory, dude. You can get lured into a joke and then you can just be like, this guy harassed me.
True.
I think that's like number one. That's like a whole class in nurse school where they're like, don't be fucking laughing about when you're checking out dicks.
Oh, okay. You
Probably
meant from
like
him.
people are gonna be. It'd be like it's hilarious when you're looking at someone's dick, and they're gonna be funny. But you gotta. They're like the dudes who stand outside like
Yeah,
the Queen of England's place,
yeah.
dude.
Right.
Like the Knight's Guard. They have the Stonewall.
Can't make him laugh.
Can't even- they
I thought
can't
I
even
could have
flinch.
broke him, but he ended up getting mad at me. I was like, all right, man.
Yeah.
So they have these wooden models of testicles at your endocrinologist.
Oh yeah, so anyway, they only thought I was gonna make it to like 5'6", but you know, I'm up there around 6 foot.
Judging by your balls.
Right.
What if-
And-
have you
and,
stopped
skeleton
growing?
and X-rays.
I hope you don't
okay.
stop growing, dude.
So does he just like
I would
grab
love
your?
to get up to your
Does he just
height.
I
grab
hope
your
you get
balls and
7'5".
close his eyes and is like 5'6" he'll be.
No, that was from an X-ray. Yeah, they somehow looked at their bones.
The boy will be 5'6" and no taller.
Damn, they just touch balls and decide that?
Yeah.
It's a real humiliating test. Yeah.
Oh.
So how? What is this? Just sack? They hold, like how realistic does this sack look? That they
It
hold?
looks really realistic. I forget what the there's.
How's the action on it? Do like the balls move around in there, or like is it
It's
pretty
like
rigid?
worry beads. But they're just testicles. There's a name for it. I forget what, but you could just Google.
I'm gonna get one of these.
But
Truck
anyway,
nuts.
Truck.
Guy just has a bunch of truck nuts.
Yeah. When I got my sonogram, I was kind of hoping that they would say something about erections. I think we talked about this too at one point, but I wanted them to give a disclaimer. It's like, it's okay if you get an erection. Just want to say this.
If you get an erection during a nutsack sonogram, you're a psycho.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you are.
It's
Like cold.
Who was giving it to you?
Oh, yeah. Did you have a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, or
no,
did you have a
it
lady?
was a lady.
Oh,
All
dude,
right, there-
yeah,
all right,
100%.
yeah, my bad,
There's
my
nothing
bad.
wrong with that.
And it's also, it's just one of those things
It's
where
your
it's just,
balls too, dude.
Things
Like
are
if someone
being
touches your
nice
balls, you're like,
sensitive.
oh,
Yeah.
feels
Be
good.
gentle. Be gentle.
That feels.
Ooh.
That guy, that fucking Steelers fan, was probably whipping the terrible towel on your fucking balls. So she was gentle. You had an angel
She's gentle,
touching your
and
balls.
I get erections very easily.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny how often we cover like nurses touching our dicks and balls and being like, they're the best. They're angels.
So you got hard.
No, I didn't. But I was really hoping
You wanted
that they
the
would just-
option.
I wanted that option. I remember I heard this somewhere, and I think it was about sex on like simulated sex for a movie.
Sure.
Where some actress told this to the male actor. She's like, "It's cool if you do, cool if you don't." Insofar as like getting an erection.
So it's not her fucking choice.
No, I
his
think she
body.
was just trying to make him feel comfortable,
Oh,
which
like,
I think is
get
a
hard.
good
I
thing.
thought you meant like penetrate. I was like, fuck.
Oh no, just like
The Sex and the City girls had sex every
For
time.
sure,
Every
100%.
sex scene in that was real
No.
penetration.
It was like, did you ever see the D'Angelo music video where he's getting
Yeah,
a blowjob?
getting his dick sucked
yeah,
the whole
dude,
time?
The whole time.
I
They
knew
were-
when I was a young boy something about that video was
I knew it.
making me hard.
I think Sex in the City, they had like mutual fluffers who were out of frame who would just like suck the guy's dick and eat Sarah Jessica's pussy, dude. Or they're just on like a double-ended dildo.
Classified. 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 We will now return to the broadcast.
I did it. I'm getting better at lucid dreaming. I wake up in the middle of the fucking night all the time now.
Okay.
Wake up at I've been going to bed super early, like 9:30. I wake up at like 3, and I usually let my dogs take like a piss or whatever. So, dude, I've been laying down, and like last night I was up for a couple hours. Sleep wouldn't come. I'm like, it'll come. And I know when I interrupt that's how you have lucid dreams. You interrupt your sleep on purpose.
Yeah.
You fall back asleep around like 4 in the morning. Dude, I was in a room in a dream, and I was like, I was like, holy fuck, this is a dream. And then my heart would start beating real fast. I'm like, oh, easy, easy. I got that under control. And I was like, oh, I want some pussy. And I instantly just snapped out of it. I was like, fuck, no. So I entered the astral realm, fucking demanded
pussy. Matrix,
pussy.
where you're I can control, whoa.
Yeah, literally.
I can control everything.
I was like, I want pussy. And I just instantly got snapped out of it. I was like, God damn it.
It's funny how that works.
It's nuts, dude.
Particularly in...
I've never had a lucid...
I've never had one where I was controlling anything like that. But I meant like in a sex dream. It's always how you wake up right when you're like, finally, we're going to fuck.
Yeah. Dude, I finally, like, as I kept doing that, I get like sleep paralysis, and I would just go into it and have these weird, like, loop dreams. I finally was, my first steps and my baby steps, dude, in the astral plane. I was like, step, and I'm like, oh my God.
I can control everything.
Literally, and I just fucking woke. My heart was beating real fast, though, dude.
It's all right, you're getting there.
No, it's weird.
Damn.
So when I used to wear my Apple Watch to monitor my heartbeat while I slept, my heart spikes at nighttime. It goes up to like 140. Is that super high? It goes up to like 120. Like it'll spike up pretty high and then come down. So I didn't know if the watch was defective or not. But I entered the astral plane, dude. My heart was like, and I would have to be like, I could have just been dreaming this. I don't know. And I was like, whoa, slow it down. And it instantly slowed down, so I probably wasn't dreaming it. Then I tried to fucking demand.
Nah, dude. That's
I tried
reality.
to demand pussy in the astral realm, and they were just like, be gone. And I was like, fuck.
Next time, what are you going to ask for next time you're in the astral realm?
I don't know. I'm just going to walk around. I'm going to keep a low
You
profile.
got to ask people for some secrets.
True. I gotta keep a low profile. I went in, it's too hot, dude.
Yeah, you went in and were like, yo, where's the fucking pussy
Dude, the
at?
ancients were like, get him out, dude.
The ancients said, get the fuck out.
But yeah, it's been awesome, man. I've been going to bed at like 9:30. You get like awesome sleep, and then I wake up at like, if I'm lucky enough, I'll get woken up in the middle of the night by my dog. My dog's like the fucking...
Wow.
My dog's my spirit guide.
Yeah.
He's like, watch me shit, then you can travel the astral plane.
Wow.
So yeah, that's been fucking tight, dude.
That's awesome.
It's pretty awesome. I'm getting like good at it because I used to read about people lucid dreaming, and I was like, bullshit. There's no way you can like train yourself to do it. I'm getting close. I took literally 3 steps in a dream that I was fully like, oh yeah, and just fucking crazy.
Good.
Damn.
Crazy ass shit.
It's funny how gay I feel about talking about those chicks.
Why?
I'm just instantly, I'm just like, I shouldn't have brought that.
That was a fucking hilarious story.
I
That you
sound
thought
like
they
a
were
fucking dickhead.
Well, you thought there were 3 comedy babes that were just like, because that is every comedy show. It's like, yeah, man.
Well, this was also right on the heels, and the funny part of it was I was looking at my phone when she said who they worked
Think
for.
he's gonna get back to her?
And I instantly put my phone down, and I was like, oh, well, now I'll respect you. My bad. Like I said that.
And what'd you say?
They laughed a little, but I was being a dickhead. I'd just done an audition for this thing. The show was an audition.
Sure.
And the judges were there at a table.
Oh, this wasn't last night.
No, this was
just
Friday night.
Oh,
Friday night.
So the chances of there was dustry there.
The industry was there.
Yeah, there was dustry.
Good. Yeah.
But then I did the
I thought you walked out of a
judges
random
were
show.
at this table.
Yeah.
And at the end of my set, this guy was like, yeah, this guy was laughing real hard. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. And then he was like, he just screamed. He was like, that was fucking hilarious. And for some reason, I pointed at the judges, and I was like, yeah, you fucking hear that, dickheads? That's it for me, guys. That's how I closed it.
Oh my god!
Like as soon as I was like, yeah, you hear that, you dickhead? I was like, oh,
fantastic,
fuck,
dude.
What the fuck was that?
No way, dude. You gotta fucking.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I was in the astral realm, dude. I was just floating.
Well, dude,
this guy said that was great. I pointed at the judges. I was like, you don't fucking judge me, you dickhead, and
fuck
left.
You. That's how you do it.
It was crazy. And then I walked outside, and they're like, well, yeah, we booked this show. I was like, oh, now I'll give you respect. Like, it was crazy.
Damn.
I was being a fucking asshole.
Well, you know, go ahead, Gerbs.
Well, no, go ahead. You go. Then I'll.
This is my latest kick that all I'm reading about, dude, is the unconscious and how like you're really like your waking consciousness is like a sliver of like what your brain's really up to.
That was
so you're up there doing it,
fucking,
and you're just like, oh, fuck you guys, and it's like, dude, that's going on in the background all the time.
That was full on. Like as soon as I said it, I was like, that wasn't what I meant to say at all. Like I would have never said that.
How the judges liked it.
They liked my set.
How the judges like getting fucking called out.
I don't think they heard it on the first go. Otherwise, they'd be like, "The fuck was that?"
What was it?
But they
judged
did
for?
tape it. JFL.
Okay.
I mean, that's actually really funny and playful.
It is
in
funny.
that
Yeah.
in that setting where it's like you hear that, and like I'm sure they kind of laughed.
Yeah, but
I'm sure you weren't like, you hear that, you fucking dickhead.
it wasn't like that. I was like, yeah, you hear that, you dickheads? And I was like, that's it for me. Like, that's what I closed on.
That's hilarious. Whenever someone can step outside of what's going on, like there's people going up like, oh, the judges.
Yeah.
If you can like fuck around about the whole thing,
Yeah.
that doesn't hurt.
Well, that's what helped me. I was on my way to another show, and I got a text. They were like, can you get to this? There's an extra spot for you on this
Fuck yeah.
audition. But the show started 10 minutes ago. So what helped was I didn't have any time to prepare.
That's
I
great.
would have spent the whole day being like, how
Yeah,
can I
man.
get this set
Right.
to 5 minutes?
True.
This is a 5-minute spot.
Just let it rip.
So then I was able to just show up and be like, oh, I'm fucking lucky to be here.
That's the best.
It was easy.
That is
So,
tight.
yeah,
If you
I was
weren't
gonna
ruminating about it all day, go
Nothing.
ahead, Gerbs.
Yeah. I feel like.
Don't give me. Like, all right, go ahead.
What? Don't give you what?
Nothing. Go.
Rip it, Gerbs.
No.
Nothing.
Rip
Shut
it,
up.
Gerbs.
Just go. Nice top, dude. Just fucking go.
No, I was just going to ask because I feel like, you know, at least for me, I'm trying to figure out how much do you let what other people think of you impact, because it could be debilitating if you're really worried about what other people think. But then again, if you don't care at all, then that's like,
Sure.
you got a network. So especially with your sort of personality and your stand-up, it's an aggressive style of like, so it feels like that's tough to modulate in the moment where
That's what fucked me last night.
right where,
Last night I did give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like when people got upset, I let it fuck up the first 20 minutes of my set.
Yeah, it sucks.
And it was there was a gay dude in the front row that was
You've been
like
getting that a lot.
offended a couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you say?
I could just see him. I could see his face. There was 4 old people,
What
like 3 rows
offended him?
back. Yeah, me being like Trump's #1, stuff like. Yeah, but of course I'm kidding.
Right.
I'm on stage.
Is Trump attacking gays? He's
Is he attacking gays?
He's not an ally. Trump's not an ally.
I don't know. I think he had a rainbow flag at the
Did he?
RNC. He had a fucking
What?
yeah. Trump. I mean, obviously he's not a fucking ally, but like, I think
It's funny how he's lumped in with all of that, dude.
more of the homophobia and racism and shit to me is a weapon, a political weapon against him.
Sure.
So it kind of bothers me when people are like, he's racist or he's transphobic.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Did you hear that? Give me an example. It's like, well, he wants to ban trans from the military. It's like, all right, that one's a rough one, but
Yeah.
it's tough to argue, but whatever.
I mean, dude, my whole thing
don't
is
know. I don't
like,
know.
my whole thing is, I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
It's
not
like,
fucking defending the dog.
I'm not boots on the ground, dude.
I'm not boots on the ground.
I'm
I'm
not
not
on-
boots and butts, dude.
My thing's military is life or death. I mean, there's a bunch of bullshit ass jobs in the military. So, you know.
Yeah, if you want a couple trans fucking, I don't know what would they do?
Stock room, little stock
Get them in
room.
the stock room, dude.
What do you think?
trans.
Well, it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, because you put them on the front lines. Like, what the fuck? They're stacking the front lines with trans.
If we stack the front line with trans,
I mean,
ISIS
that
is
would
in
be
trouble.
Oh my god, dude.
Damn.
ISIS would fucking. They'd lose their minds.
ISIS would just be correcting their pronouns the whole time. Just storming, going house to house, correcting people,
Excuse me.
kicking down the door and be like, "What did you say?" This room's clear.
I respect your culture.
Yeah,
That's true. That would be a hard risk of a double agent. So you'd respect Muslim culture too much.
what trans?
Yeah.
they love Muslim culture.
Dude, I've been having feminists to like almost stick up for female genital mutilation or female genital cutting,
Yeah,
whatever you want to
yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
I've had like
That's their
in
custom,
school,
and you don't know.
exactly in school to be like. They'll be like, well, you know, it's like you don't know like what it like is. Maybe it's a clean center. I'm like, are you familiar at all with the procedure? Like, it doesn't matter. They're chopping fucking. They're like, well, they do it to boys. I'm like, they're not like cutting the tip of my penis off, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm not exactly stoked on it either. But you'll get girls who are feminists who are just like, it's like, dude, they're like pull string. It's like whatever is in that moment. That's all they say, and there's no connect the dots or larger thinking. It's
nuts.
crazy, dude.
Dude, the American Academy of Pediatrics for a bit allowed what's called genital nicking for girls, which is like if you want to take you just want to get some blood out of the clitoris because it's for the custom, right? So instead
you
of
can
letting
pump it down a little.
You're right. So instead of letting you take the whole, size of the
You
clitoris,
just deflate it.
yeah, you just nick it, and
Ew,
everybody
dude.
was
Oh,
like,
man.
"What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And there was like outrage here, rightfully so.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but that's
Who's dude?
just Google that. The
It's
AAP.
called What?
Genital nicking.
Nicking?
And then they had to reverse their position on it. You know, you nick it.
And they were just kind of like, well, yeah, we're not about that anymore.
Because
Who was trying to do this, though?
Well, for female genital mutilation.
Oh, this was like, that
was
like,
their way of trying to be like, you could still fuck with it, but just not to the point that you're removing the clitoris.
Yeah, you just
They were trying to like negotiate with insane people.
Dude, I'm telling you, and I have these ladies, I'm like, why? How are you guys against this?
It's crazy.
If I was like, Trump wants to take your clits, they'd be furious, dude.
They'd be fucking pissed.
And it's like they're acting like it's not the girl's choice either. I was like, if these girls were like, we want our clits cut off, I'd be like, all right, man, you fucking weirdos, I'll give you that. But it's like,
sure.
If you're 18,
this is a patriarchal custom of like the father.
No, if you're what do you mean you're 18? What if I have a young daughter and she identifies as someone without a clit?
True.
My position would be no. You
have to wait.
I'd say yes. You absolutely.
You got to run the mower over that pussy, dude.
Yeah, I would take her out back, break out the John Deere, knock that clit off. Dude.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking horrible.
Set those wheels real low.
Yeah,
shit's fucking nuts, dude.
I would come close to actually. I'm sorry, Matt.
Go ahead, please.
Coming closer to the whole 25. I mean,
What's
I could back myself into
what's
a
the whole
corner
25
argument here. Well, that's when we know the brain is fully developed.
Oh, that's when you can.
Yeah, I think like they're
I think you're going to come up with a 0% women electing to cut off their clits at fucking 26.
Yeah.
But yeah, that should be the option.
But then if we're letting people fight and die at 18, it's just tough.
True, should be able to chop off your clit for your country.
Yeah. So 18 seems reasonable.
Dude, I'm blown away by this shit. I'll like talk to people and I'm like, are you like even like in reality? Like you're sitting here, same person, and be like women's rights, blah blah blah, and be like, well, it's their culture, and it's like. Because my whole thing, I was like, you guys have to. I know you guys stake your flag in the ground somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like you're against people using hateful speech online, but a girl getting her clitoris cut off, you're like, that's cool. It's fucking crazy, dude.
But then what I don't understand is like also it seems like applying a precedent doesn't compute for a lot of people because if you're going to apply the precedent that we have to respect cultures, then why can't I just have a crazy culture that doesn't respect their culture, but you have to respect mine because of it?
That's what most, not most, but a lot of Muslim cultures fucking hate ours, and you still have to respect it.
Right.
And with that, yeah. So that is already made. Somebody already has a culture that's like kill everyone, and we still have to be like yes, very nice.
Yeah.
Not obviously not Muslim culture is not kill everyone, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, dude, no, exactly.
Jihadis,
But even the other day we were talking about how like what the fuck were they saying? How, like there's like that period in early childhood where like if you fuck a kid up between like I think like 1 and 4 years old or maybe 6, I forget, but there's like a window where like that's where you do like irreversible damage. And they were like, so the school will talk about that. They're like, there's science to back this up. It like creates brain changes, everything. If you like do like you're hitting kids, you're doing all kinds of crazy shit like in that pivotal age, like it's like people don't dispute this. So then they'll say this. And then they'll talk about, like, they have to do a caveat where they're like, well, in some cultures it's actually okay to, like, hit your kids. Right. And my question was, like, well, but does the kid know? And if this is a biological change happening, the kid's not like, wait, what culture am I in? It's like, it doesn't matter. If that's real science, then you shouldn't do that ever, no matter what. And their lady was like, yeah, I guess it is kind of complicated. Anyway, we're going to like they just don't want to fucking talk about it. It's so funny.
About Indians hitting kids with shoes? Taking their sandals off?
They're just talking about it in general.
Look, man, I had immigrant parents, dude. You don't know what it's like. I had brown parents. Brown parents will slap the soul out of you, bro.
True, dude.
Oh, I was laughing because there was an Indian dude.
With those telemarketer hands, dude.
Yeah, they'll fucking slap you around. My dad was a chemist.
All you hear is the ringtone of like an analog phone. It's going.
I was listening to this Indian dude do stand up the other night, and he also had a fucking like
parents
a black guy voice.
Really?
Which is, I started laughing about it because it's like, oh, these are all first generation like Indians, so they came to America and they had to come up with their own fucking accent.
True.
You know what I mean? So they're just like, oh, what's the coolest accent right now?
That's not a bad
pick. Talk like
pick.
a black dude. Talk like a fucking, I'm Drake.
Fair enough, dude.
That's what I was thinking. Because while the guy was up there, I was like, why does every fucking Indian comic now talk like fucking Drake?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, because Drake, or like, because that's cool now.
Yeah.
And they showed up and like, I'm not taking my fucking dad's dumb accent.
I mean, dude,
I'm not getting made fun of. What's the coolest accent?
In 7th grade, if I could have went like 6 shades darker, I would have been talking like RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan, dude, all day, every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would have been yeah. So that makes sense. That's a very valid theory.
They got to choose their own adventure
Like,
as soon as they got to America.
That is a funny thing that they've fallen into.
Yeah.
Where they're all of a sudden it's like, and I'm like, look, ma, and it's like, like, dude, you're a fucking nerd.
It's like, yo, I came to this country. Like, I came here for opportunity. It's like,
dude,
what'd you say? Why are you talking like that?
Yeah, that's definitely fucking strange.
Yeah.
Especially when they like, I mean, I've talked about this 100 times about they're like, yeah, be hitting you don't know about this hitting, and it's like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like brown parents, they be hitting you. Y'all white parents.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate the brown.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I'm brown. It's like, are you just trying to say black?
Yeah.
Are you just trying to be like, I'm right next to black? That's what I am.
Doesn't work that way,
Yeah,
dude.
fuck that.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry,
I mean,
dude.
good move.
Y'all engines.
Good move.
Y'all are engines. Stay engine.
It's a good move.
Just be an engine.
It's a sick fucking move.
I
watched
appreciate it.
What do you think about Slazov Zizek?
I love that accent.
That is hilarious.
I love the southern accent.
What do you think about Slazov Zizek?
I don't know who that is.
He's an intellectual. He's left leaning, but he also makes fun of all that shit.
Oh, really?
He talks about how it's a big power grab. A lot of that's just a big power grab.
Of course it is.
It's a big power grab based off like if you use like victimhood as that's like your power token,
Yeah.
and like that's we've said it.
I mean, we're seeing it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now they're gaining political power with it.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, did you see the picture of Alexandra, or whatever her name is,
we
Ocasio-Cortez?
can never say it. I just mumble it. I'm like, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez?
Yeah, dude, Cortez.
She's so fucking
Did you
hot,
see when
dude. I love her.
The one picture.
Me and her are in love, dude.
She was coming out of the thing, and there was just like 4 white dudes with their phones, and I think someone put it up as their meme, like, when first time and no one cares who your dad is, and it's just her, like, storming out of a Capitol, and there's, like, 4 white guys near her. It's just like... Dude, what the fuck? That's insane.
Yeah, they're doing a real fucking bad job of fighting Trump.
Yeah, man.
They're doing they're doing the worst fucking way to fucking beat Trump.
They got the game
what they're
fucked
doing
up, dude.
again.
They got to start catering towards like white trash, like West Virginia. Was there like they're attacking this like people who like Trump as like privileged, like trust fund babies. That's not the case. They're attacking themselves.
Yeah.
They need to start focus on like dudes who are down at like you drive past a dusty turnpike and they're just standing out there with a wrench waiting for a car. That's who they got to start going.
They got to find anything on the turnpike where there's a handwritten sign.
Yeah,
they need to fucking pull over and be like, "Who wrote that? We got to talk to them."
Because they keep going at them like they're all these like Wall Street tycoons kids, and it's like, dude, that's not who's fucking voting for Trump.
I mean, they are, but yes,
yeah,
that's a small. Yeah, there's not that many.
Exactly, they got to start taking it towards the WT. If the Democratic Party
wants
wanted
a chance,
to,
they got to get the white trash.
Got to get the white trash.
Trump daddy's
white trash votes, dude. White trash.
Vote, dude.
That's a big vote right now. It's bigger than the
white trash vote?
Black vote was like swinging Trump's election. White trash vote's going to be huge when Democrats start. You know, they obviously run stuff for black people. Did you ever see that? Like when they do like McDonald's commercials and shit.
I mean,
like Grandma's sweet tea is so sweet.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
Yeah, McDonald's commercials. They went full blackface. McDonald's went full blackface.
You know how Grandma used to make that sweet tea, dude.
I'm fucking loving it, y'all. It's like what? Come down and get some motherfucking chicken nuggets, you marky ass busters.
Dude, when the DNC does like white trash,
this is my second dip, dude. This is a 2 skull episode, dude.
You got to skull up.
I got to skull up. We're talking politics. I'm getting skulled
when
up.
The DNC goes for the white trash vote.
You want to drink a beer right now?
Do you want to drink a beer?
Do you
Go ahead.
have
I'm sorry,
beers?
I didn't mean to cut you off. I was thinking about burning them. I didn't, so I shouldn't even said it.
Yeah, what do you want to get knocked out, dude? Shut the fuck up.
Keep going, man.
No, I was just talking, dude. If they wisen up and start getting some if the Democrats start doing some nice white trash commercials, I'll be so fucking pleased.
They should,
dude. They have to. The fact that they're not, it's going to crush them.
What they're trying to create right now with this, I haven't listened to enough of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yes.
But when I hear her talk, she stumbles a lot on her words. It sounds like she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about a lot.
Really?
I mean, maybe because it's a lady yapping, and I don't like that. But no, for real, it sounds like she'll get fucking crushed by someone that knows what they're talking about.
Dude, I mean,
because she just goes on with like a platform of like people shouldn't be poor.
Yeah,
it's like that's sure.
Yeah, that's
our policy too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That'll be. I mean, dude, say what you will about Trump. He hasn't taken a day off, dude. He's been doing his talks.
Days off, dude.
He's been doing his fucking talks.
He's running his hour.
He's getting ready for these debates. It's gonna be insane, dude. It's like Rocky 2.
His hour is sharp right now.
Yeah, it is.
I told you I was watching it.
He's gonna shred Cortez.
I've been watching his debates or his campaigns. Mm-hmm. He's been campaigning since day one.
Hasn't stopped, bro.
He literally hasn't stopped going to arenas and just being like, "Are we the best? Are we the best or what?" I'm telling you, wow, we're really doing it,
dude. Apparently, people are mad right now because his tax thing, where everyone got a little boost in their paychecks, it's like no one's getting a tax return now. That's a clear trick, dude.
Great trick, dude. I love it. He's very short term.
Everyone
very in the moment.
Everyone was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! I got more money in my check. I got more." And now apparently everyone's filing their taxes, and their accountant's like, "Yeah, you're not really getting anything back." I'm like, "What the fuck? You just changed everyone from like a 0 to a 2."
Yeah. He. Did you watch the State of the Union?
No, I didn't see it.
You gotta watch it.
I heard it was very measured,
dude. I watched the State of the Union, and I was like, "Fucking damn!"
What did he say?
Trump dog
was he
fucking
nose breathing?
brought it.
He
wasn't totally nose breathing, but he did have a couple of those.
That's not
when
bad.
he gets real serious. He's
what we need to do. Yeah. Apparently, it was real measured, but they attacked him. They were like, "What did they say?" It was like, "Well, yeah. Well, why is he so measured? Because secretly,
yeah, of course." But it was actually a fucking sick speech. He brought some dudes in from D-Day. He was like, "These guys are the fucking shit."
Yeah, that's one of his top moves, to stand behind a vet like that and just be like, what a great guy.
I mean, wow. He brought in a border patrol dude. He brought in he was like, that guy came here legally, and now he fucking defends our country. It was like, woo.
Now he's a fucking coyote. He probably gets paid off. And fucking
But Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she showed up. Her and all the other hot babes showed up in all white and sat together.
Bro, that's kind of nice.
And like the black ladies had like African sashes on.
Sure.
Who's the one with the fucking? There's a Muslim lady. She's the first.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
She was there at one point. She like hands on fate. Like it was what you were saying about everybody's trying to be a GIF.
Yeah.
Everyone in there was trying to be a meme or a GIF.
What?
It was hilarious. At one point though, this was a weird part. Trump,
wait, they were there at the State of the Union, just all in all white.
Yeah, but Trump at one point was like, under our administration right now, women have the most jobs they've ever had, and that was the first time all those women stood up and clapped. And then they sat back down. He was like, "No, stand back up. You're gonna like this next one." Nailed them. They had to stand up and clap. No. And he was like, "This is the most women we've ever had in politics." And they all did that again. And he was like, "That's really great. It's really great for you guys. Congratulations. That's really great." Then he went back to his speech. It was fucking like,
oh my goodness,
I didn't even watch it.
But really, during his speech, when they like
stand up
clapped and then they all sat down, he's like, "No, you guys are gonna want to stand back up for this next one."
He just strictly deals in power moves, dude.
Dude, they tried to show up in like all white as like unity against him, and he still was like, "What's up, guys? How are you guys? You guys having fun?"
Dude.
At one point, they clapped. The whole Congress like clapped for like a veteran or something, and he was like, "They wouldn't do that for me." Like, he was just winging it. That was, I mean, again, I don't want to sound too pro-Trump, but that was a good speech. He did great.
He did good.
I thought he did good,
dude.
But I mean, it was standard fucking like a lot of dumb. I mean, there was a fucking female, like a girl cancer survivor. The way they do it to explain each policy, they bring in somebody. Yeah, like they brought in a family who their grandparents got murdered by MS-13.
Stop,
and then Congress clapped for them. MS-13 killed like 2 80-year-olds.
Did they
in
really?
their house? Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Do you think 6ix9ine had any connection with it?
Takashi?
He snitched, dude.
For sure.
He snitched.
He's been snitching.
You know
dude,
that.
Think about MS-13 breaking into your Nan and Pap's house and icing them, dude. What a sick way to go.
Imagine though, watching
hyped
Fox
your grandpa
News your
was.
whole life. And your little fucking granddaughter's like, "Grandpa, turn this shit off. Isn't it not right?" And all of a sudden, MS-13 breaks in and murders you, dude. That guy must have been like, "Yes,
dude,
yes."
What a fucking... That guy, for 5 minutes while they were breaking in, he was Clint Eastwood.
Oh,
he
dude.
was finally an old white man, just like, "Not my house, not my country, you dirty sons of bitches." And then he got murdered. But yeah,
He was definitely like,
"Hey guys, what?" But that's how I want to die. I hope I'm 80.
MS-13?
I hope I'm 80 years old. Me and my bitch are just watching TV again.
Definitely.
A bunch of fucking cholos break in and ice us.
That's an honorable death,
just to
dude.
steal like our plates or whatever valuables they had.
I wonder what a lot of geezers aren't really like. A lot of times, they're a little bit of cash squirrels.
Yeah.
The guy could have been the juice man, dude.
You think he was the
He might have been
juice?
selling pills, dude.
Oh yeah, he probably got some pills.
Dude,
out of
old
those
people
geezers.
have so many fucking pills, dude.
Yeah, those MS-13 made out like bandits that night.
That guy might have been Poppy.
You think?
He might have been the plug.
You think that geezer was the plug?
He might have been the plug, dude. They might have stormed the plug.
That's probably. I mean, they don't just ice random geezers.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
was a fucking plug.
Oh, that's what they do, Shane.
Just ice
They
random
come in here and they
geezers.
rape and kill old people.
Yeah.
They're real
I
big
mean,
in
that was
elder
his
rape.
message. He was like, "This is what happened to these old people. They get raped and murdered by a couple Mexicans."
Like, actually,
It's fucking nuts.
oh my god.
At one point in he was talking about Venezuela, and he was like, "Used to be a beautiful country. Socialism has ruined it." And he's like, "I want everyone here to make the pledge: we will never be a socialist country." And of course, the Republicans stand up and clap, and then
What
the
did the
camera,
Democrats say?
the camera just zooms in on Bernie Sanders, who's sitting there like Trump out of nowhere in the middle of the speech was just like, "We're not communists. We'll never be communists." Next topic. We're going to the moon. Next topic. It was fucking wild.
That's awesome. We're going back to the moon.
Yeah,
Dude.
he had Buzz Aldrin up in the rafters. He was like, "Yo, shout
Aldrin
out, Buzz."
loves him, dude.
Aldrin's out of his fucking gourd, dude. He was wearing like a mini American tie. It came up to like his nipples. He stood up and was like, he saluted him with these bug eyes.
Oh my god.
You gotta
dude.
watch it.
I'm gonna check
Watch
that
the
out.
State of the Union. Get high and watch that tonight.
For sure.
You're gonna be like,
It'll be
"Holy
fantastic.
shit, this is chaos."
The last thing I saw was Pelosi and Schumer talking to Trump, and I was like, I checked
Pelosi
out.
and Schumer's post-Trump, their rebuttal was one of the gayest fucking things
What did
I've
they
ever
say?
seen. Well, that was the night, the one you're talking about, where they both stood at the podium together.
I was talking about when they went into his office like months ago. And they were
Oh.
like, "No, you shut the government down first." Like, well,
Yeah.
I did it, but like not as long as you shut the government. It was like it's a bunch of fucking old people losing their
Yeah.
minds. I'm like, what the fuck?
They do the other party has a response after the
Oh,
State of
State
Union.
of Union, State of the Booyah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
They're like, yeah, did you hear that? Trump said we're gonna.
The Democrats had a power move, dude. They had a fat black lady, standing at a podium. All women of different races behind her on like a bleachers.
Oh my god.
And she stood there and was like, "My dad worked at a factory. My mom was a librarian. America is great." Like, it was just like,
I mean, it's the same thing as bringing up to fucking
Yeah,
like
it was the
the
same thing as
grandchildren of
Trump.
an MS-13
Yeah.
murdered. Dude, that is. I mean, stuff that's not a new conclusion, but like to watch people watch the same thing and have two very different
Crazy.
reactions to it is fucking nuts.
I mean, yes, if somebody watched the State of the Union and was like, "Trump's a fucking loser and this is crazy," I'd be like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
But I watched it, I was like, "Trump daddy, dude."
Yeah,
I
but-
mean, jokingly, I was like, he fucking killed it.
It's crazy that people will watch. Like, you're watching it, you're like, all right, Trump's fucking bringing up vets. You're seeing
Yeah,
the fucking
yeah.
tricks that are
Right.
being played
Easily.
And for someone to watch it and be like, I can't believe you brought them up, and they're like watching the other lady, like, nothing to see here.
Right.
Yeah,
There's,
watching
again,
it-
not
Fucking nuts,
applying
dude.
the
Exactly.
same precedent.
The totally diverse bleacher of women behind this black lady
the
giving a
hand
speech.
selected, dude.
Oh, absolutely. They hand select them at fucking comedy specials.
Yeah, man.
That's weird. It's
weird as
You ever
fuck.
see that?
I assumed that.
They do that.
Yeah.
When you get to a comedy special taping, they decide who sits in the front row. Like, while people are walking in, they'll look at the audience and be like, "All right, you two, come up here," and it'll be like a biracial couple.
Right.
And they'll be like,
Perfect.
"You black chicks, get up front." Like, it's wild.
Yeah, they want to see it like that diverse reaction and stuff.
Yeah. It's
That's
funny.
pretty crazy.
Watch, go to HBO when you get a chance and watch Amanda Seals. Fuck, I don't think that's her name. I forget who it is.
Amanda Bynes.
No, it might. It's Amanda Bynes. Fuck, I shouldn't be just trashing someone now that I'm in the
Yeah,
fucking.
you're just talking
I'm
about-
just in the industry.
You're talking
dude.
about you're talking about the production.
But no, just go watch it. I think it's Amanda Seals.
yeah.
You're not trashing her. You're
And
just
she's
trashing
like-
the
Well, now you're
audience
trashing her.
Yeah, fuck it. At the beginning of the special,
weren't.
yeah, if I met her, I'd be like, "Yeah, it's nice to meet you." But
I love you.
At the beginning of the special, she's walking through like on her cell phone, walking up to the stage. And she's like, "This special is not for homophobes. This ain't for racists. This ain't for Trump fans. This ain't for like." She just names all these things. She's like,
Yeah.
"You ain't if this ain't for fuck boys. This ain't." It's just like,
Man, that sucks.
fuck
Just,
you. So while I was watching that, I was like, "All right, I'm out."
Yeah.
I guess you just
Yeah.
literally, yeah.
yeah, but you also, I mean, you were the one fish that went through a net. There was a villain that went in there like, yay!
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, dude, I don't think I'm this dumb, but I swear to God, that you have to be kind of stupid for that to be like, fuck yeah.
Oh, of course.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. There's.
It's not even about the position. It's
exactly
it's the
what you were
tactic.
just saying.
It's the tactic
To
that
fall
I see.
for
Like,
any
ugh.
of these tactics, you have to be You have to be
Yes,
dumb, kind of
yes.
dumb.
Fucking sucks.
Like you can listen to like I listened to like what a lot of Bernie Sanders shit, what he was saying, and I was like, nice.
Yeah.
But then once they got into the tactics of it, it was like, oh, this sucks now.
Yep.
This is fucking corny.
I'm stoked on all that stuff, dude. Free college. My thing with the
free
free college,
yeah.
everyone bugs out about that. They're like, the taxes are high. But it's like, dude, if you're coming out and you're paying your regular taxes plus student loans plus healthcare, it's like getting taxed fucking 60% anyway. You're just paying it rather than being taxed.
And if you're poor, which most people are out of college, the interest, like I can't even make a dent into my student loans.
Right. No,
and at this point, when I had a job that paid well, when I was selling cars, I was putting like $1,000 a month into my student loans so I could just bang it out. And then once I stopped paying it, it's like I never paid anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's great. It's usury.
fucking
It's
ridiculous.
usury. It's
a
insane.
nightmare.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm all about that, but you know, I also don't really give a fuck. Like I think I'm off of health. I think my healthcare is going to lapse.
Nice.
I don't really give a shit. But people all the time are like 60% tax is crazy. It's like, dude, you're spending 60% on shit anyway. You could have free college. Mm-hmm. I'm all about that. It's going to become free though, because it's like the cost of it's half of it can be done online. The price has to go down. It's fucking insane how much it is.
Right.
It's like if you could come out with like 100 G's.
Which is surprising because aren't most college professors like super fucking communist,
Super
liberal?
left, yeah.
And now it's like, how much money are you making?
Oh,
how much money are you making, and how much am I paying? to hear you espouse this
exactly,
communist
dude.
shit?
All the people I read, there's like Francis Fox Piven, all these people who are like super leftist, like social science intellectuals. I started Googling them because they all this communism, blah blah blah. So I was like, all right. And I was like, let's see what they're up to. NYU professor makes about $250,000, $300,000 a year. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what you're doing with your money, but it's like,
Dude, that's
kind of crazy. Like
I remember when I Googled fucking Rage Against the Machine's net worth. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm for all that, but that's crazy. Yeah, it's just insane to be like, I'm making money being a socialist in a capitalist system. I'm making money off being espousing socialist ideas in a capitalist enterprise.
Wow.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
It's a little wacky.
Little suspect.
That's why we need Trump Daddy in 2020. If you listen to this podcast, you have to swear an oath right now to vote for Donald Trump, dude.
You got to write in the secret podcast.
Yeah, true.
That we need Washington to know about us.
Yeah.
Write us in, dude.
Oh, March
What you got?
14th?
What?
Live cast, dude. It's
Forgot
not
about that.
not set in stone,
Yeah.
but we're floating it out. March 14th or whatever that Thursday is. I think it's a 13th or a 14th.
Yeah.
Where are you guys doing it?
At Helium Comedy Club in Philly.
Yep.
Live podcast March 14th.
Shit, yeah.
And then there was rumblings of a possible Buffalo Helium live cast, and I don't know what we would sell up there.
Yeah.
So if you're up there, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I said, I don't think.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. But anyway, March 14th.
It's hard to get this fucking cat out of his fucking house, dude.
What's that?
It's hard to get this
I
cat
know.
fucking on the road,
And as soon as they were like, do you guys want to come up to Buffalo? I was like, it's going to be tough to get Matt up there.
Oh, dude, that thing you're talking about with colleges, though, there's so apparently back in the 50s, I'm going to say, somewhere around this time, there was like, it was always kind of, college campuses were usually like left, or actually it was a lot of right-leaning, and then like in the 50s and 60s, it went to like 3-to-1 liberal professors to 1 conservative type professor. And apparently if there's a ratio where it's like, I think it might be like 8-to-1 or something, where if you have at least 1 of one party to 8 of the other party in some sort of institution, the whole thing won't become like radicalized, where there's like a little bit of a counterweight. But I think now in school it's like fucking like 37-to-1 or like 40-to-1 in colleges.
Oh, wow.
To where it's like liberal professors versus conservative professors. So that these places have like completely gone off the fucking rails.
Yeah.
Which is, and dude, my school has totally 100%. It's like you go in there, you're supposed to think a certain way. If you don't, you get like people react negatively to you. And it's like, it's fucking nuts.
It's crazy.
And I'm old enough to know, like, all right, there's like a context here. If I was 18, throw me in here, I'd be like, fuck it, what do you guys want me to say? All right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, if I was like in there like trying to get pussy and shit, and I was like, I would have totally been like, oh yeah.
Dude, we were lucky. When we were in school, just loose change was...
True.
That was out. And I was like, all right, I believe that. I'm loose change. If I was in school when they were like communism, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I love it.
Yeah. Dude, I would have, I'm telling you, like, if I was in college and that was what was going on, and I'm in class and there's like some girl looks at me bad after I'm like, well, I don't know, I don't think it's that bad. I would have been like, okay, yep, switching that. I would instantly switch it up.
You know what we could do?
What?
We could cut it right now and finish the rest of this on Patreon.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so thanks to everybody that listened to this.
Yeah.
And the rest of this, we're going to keep talking with Gerbs. We're going to get into Gerbs' sexuality.
No.
We haven't talked about Gerbs coming.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, we got a lot of cum questions for Gerben. That'll be up on the Patreon. So
True.
God bless you all.